New York City, 6 a.m. An out-of-control satellite radio show is being broadcasted to millions of Americans. At the controls, Greg Hughes, a father.
I am amazed it lasted this long.
Anthony Cumia, an alcoholic.
Holy mother of God.
And Jim Norton, a comedian.
There's no positives out of this thing, except for everybody's blood.
The three men make up the Opie and Anthony Show, a popular radio program known for its cringe style of entertainment and having very few limits.
Oh, my God.
Okay, no, this is getting really intense now.
It starts funny and it gets very uncomfortable.
In the past, they have been accused of multiple FCC violations and have even gotten their show suspended from satellite radio.
You couldn't have picked a fucking more self-destructive show.
Yeah, crazier the better, yeah.
What are you, 19?
I'm 19.
Delicious.
You made Springer uncomfortable. Do you know how hard that is to do?
Thank God this show's on radio.
Everything you are about to hear is real. Real people, real excitement.
And let's go fucking have a good time. What the fuck?
Get ready to experience the thrill of a lifetime. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Funny.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning. Got a busy show today. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Good morning.
Morning, Anthony.
Morning.
We were just discussing Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, the Sheen thing continues.
We're trying to fade out of this whole thing, but
I think everybody is, but it's...
but every day there's something to discuss. And it's very interesting because it gives you a look inside the mainstream media as well.
Right. It's not just Charlie Sheen. It's how everybody is responding and reacting to Charlie Sheen.
It gives you a look into what social media is about in this in this day and age and the potential of it.
Yeah.
And we were just watching these dummies on Fox Local here in New York. Just completely clueless. They don't get what Charlie Sheen's doing right now. If you remember yesterday, me and Ant both were in agreement that his Ustream show that he did over the weekend really, really sucked. It was horrible.
It blew. He was trying to do a talk show.
Right. He was trying to do radio.
Yeah.
It's a radio show format that you could peek into.
Right.
And he was really, really bad at it. And we said it, and most of the people out there said it. Mm-hmm. So now he adjusted because he does have people around him. And I think they pretty much told Charlie what we were talking about yesterday. I'm not saying they were listening to us. I think it was pretty obvious.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying it.
People aren't tuning you in to see normal Charlie Sheen. They want to see the crazy, out-of-control Charlie Sheen.
Right. They don't want to see him sitting there doing topics and discussing things with his cronies. They want to see a lunatic.
They don't want to see one of those hip hats,
his hipster hat
that the hipsters are wearing. They don't want to see a showered Charlie Sheen. They don't want to see a well-rested Charlie Sheen.
Two-camera shoot where it's bouncing back and forth, different angles. Yeah,
they want to see someone out of his fucking mind. Now,
with
is he
Blair Witch camera?
Yeah, is he out of his fucking mind? I don't know. He could be manic because he's off the drugs. He could be back on the drugs. I don't really know. I think it's a combo of everything, really. So what you saw yesterday was out of control Charlie Sheen again, because that's what everybody wants to see, and that's what keeps the talk going. But we're watching the dopes locally, and they're like, oh my God, look at this guy. Look at his hair. His hair is out of control, and he's yelling at a plane that was going overhead, and he looks just completely out of his mind. That's what he wanted you to think.
Yeah, that's absolutely what he was doing.
And I don't know why they can't pick up on that and discuss it in that way.
Yeah, somebody should be able to tell the news. Interns say, hey, watch that that broadcast there and tell me what's going on. Something. But they took it literally. They took his broadcast that he did last night literally. Mm-hmm. And if you do that, he looks like he's lost his mind and really needs to be institutionalized immediately.
Yeah.
But if you know the whole story, which the news should, you realize this is just another work.
But then you got the Drudge Report. They're showing the pictures of Charlie's crazy hair, saying, look at this lunatic.
Yeah, they got 3 pictures of him on Drudge, and he does look like he really needs to be institutionalized. But yet again, the pictures are taken out of context. He wants to look like that. He was trying to put on a crazy Charlie character because he was trying to be too normal during the last broadcast.
Yeah, the normal thing isn't working.
Not working.
And him and his people realized that.
So he went over the top, and he was saying things like the news said. They actually said this. He was just ranting and raving about planes flying overhead, and it wasn't really that. He was on the phone, and he couldn't hear the speakerphone with the plane flying over, so he's like, oh, wait, another plane flying over. He's like, there's a plane with noise connected to it. Right. Which was like the only kind of funny thing he said, a plane with noise connected to it. And if you know what's going on, you'd realize he's not being a real crazy person. He's being what he thinks everybody wants to see.
He's playing a character.
Right.
Although he still could be manic, but he's certainly trying to play this character. And the mainstream media, I know they're lazy in general, but all the signs are right there. All you got to do is watch this Sheen's Corner, whatever it's called. What is it called again? That's where I'm out. Sheen's Corner, right?
Sheen's Corner. Yeah. With a K, by the way.
And one of the clips I'm watching, he's strategizing on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got a tweet master because they want every tweet to kind of be crazy and say something, maybe a catchphrase. And then
fastball.
And then they're strategizing, basically admitting how bad that Ustream show was. Yeah. And that, you need to do 10-minute shows, and you need to be kind of crazy, and you need to be...
A crazy guy doesn't strategize like that.
It was all in front of you. Right. If you wanted to do, your homework.
It's right there in front of you.
But the media just looking in and saying, oh, he's got to be crazy because he looks crazy.
But if you watch and listen to what's going on, you realize, he's planning all this out. Also, last night's webcast that he did, Sheen's Corner.
We got a few clips.
It was only 10 minutes long.
Which they strategized and said they were going to do.
About. Also, pre-recorded. Now, on the Ustream feed, it said live, but what he did was he recorded it in cam and then just fed that through the web server, the Ustream. So it came up saying live, but it wasn't live. It was cut. It was edited in a few spots. I think what happened was he was ranting, raving, then looked back at it and took out the parts where maybe he said something that wasn't crazy, wasn't, it didn't flow in with his craziness. So it's very calculated.
Of course it is.
The whole thing's very calculated. It wasn't this off the cuff, let's turn the camera on and be wild because he's a madman.
Of course. And then they have video of him on top of that building in L.A., what is it, the Live Nation building? Yeah. And he's basically saying he's having a top secret meeting.
Waving a machete or something?
Yeah, but the news is and now there's footage of him on top of a building with a machete.
It sounds crazy.
It sounds crazy. Live Nation isn't going to allow Charlie Sheen to go on their roof with a machete,
unless they got some deal going.
Right, unless they're in on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Conan O'Brien thing, where Conan did some... crazy things, not like Charlie Sheen, but and he was drinking some mystery juice.
Yeah.
Like they're hinting, is he drinking and does he have a machete? Yes, of course he has a machete because we have the video and who's going to stop him? And no, that was all calculated too, assholes.
The drinking thing was he wasn't showing what he was drinking because he doesn't want the label seen until people pay.
Right, which is smart.
Like he's not putting anything on cam until people pay.
Yeah, because now he's realizing the social media can be very profitable.
Could be to have some bucks attached to it. But the news made it look, through their clever editing, like he was hiding what he was drinking because it was booze.
Yeah, he could be drinking again.
Right.
He's not going to drink on camera. We have no idea if he's partying again, but he's not going to do it on camera.
No.
He has too much to lose. He wants to get his kids back. And as much as he's putting on that smiley face, he is severely fucking bummed that he got knocked off 2.5 Men. I'm sorry, but that is a fact.
That's the gig, and it's not like another one's coming the next day.
No.
He's got to wait this out. He's got to prove that he isn't crazy. He's got to build up with some acting gigs. Like and that's if he can. Now he's just a guy that has really nothing.
It was a cushy gig. I was telling Ed, being on a sitcom, not that we would know, but you only work like half the year, and then you got a lot of time to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And while you're doing that sitcom, you're hauling in what, $2.5 million a week?
Yeah.
And he has a smiley face like free at last. Yeah. It's all bullshit.
Free.
Most of this is bullshit.
Good, winning, good, free.
I would really like to know what the winning is in this whole thing.
Where's the
lost
winning?
His kids, and he lost a great gig.
Lost his gig. When does he win?
I don't know. I don't know where the winning part is.
And here's another thing they're saying. Here, I'm reading on Drudge Report. It says, a Sheen vows lawsuit, which he did, threatens to, quote, cut their throats. Now, that was another one of his ranting, rambling things that he was doing, that crazy Charlie was doing.
Yeah.
But he didn't mean cut the throats of the people that he was working for. It was an abstract, like the trolls, an abstract of people that are not with Charlie,
right?
Kind of a thing. But the way they present it, again, the news and mainstream media,
he might murder somebody.
It's a better story.
Yeah,
it's a better story if this isn't a Charlie Sheen work,
right?
If he's really crazy.
Hey, should we check our contracts for moral turpitude, by the way?
Moral turpitude?
That's a scary one. I didn't know you could get fired for moral turpitude.
Moral turpitude.
That's what they got him on. Moral turpitude.
Damn. What is turpitude?
Some committing a felony.
You got some bad turpitude. I'll tell you one thing. I got a bad turpitude. They're telling me I got a bad turpitude. Turpitude. Whatever, dude. Winning turpitude.
I understand a bad attitude, but a bad turpitude.
Turpitude.
That sounds really scary.
The fuck is turpitude?
They got him on moral turpitude.
Turpitude. Duh. Turpitude. Duh. Turpitude. Turpitude.
But most of this is a work. Can he start partying again at any moment? Yes. Yeah. But right now, this is a work. And the media just doesn't fucking see it.
And that's why he keeps going. Because they don't blow it off as just, oh, look, this guy has got to be, he's displaying self-destructive behavior because losing the kids, losing his gig, this whole thing where he can't keep a chick and the fights and drug things in hotels that he's been through. He's displayed that self-destructive shit. And this is a prime example. So he does have that really going for him. That's the real part of it.
Yeah, he's not completely sane.
But right. But this whole completely crazy hair fucking flying like a wild man, yelling into a one video camera that's 5 inches from his face. It's calculated.
Yeah, Charlie knows how to film himself. He's been around a while. That video of him where you see the camera coming up from the table, from underneath the table, that's a horrible angle for anybody.
Right.
And he knows that.
Right.
And then you turn on your lighter and you're smoking into it, and then you put the tip of the cigarette right next to the camera lens. That's all fucking weird, scary shit.
It's weird stuff. It's weirdness.
Right. And that's exactly what he was going for. Yeah. Why would he put the camera underneath the table? He's that crazy?
Yeah, he when just over the weekend, he had the cameras on some kind of a tripod, or it was a webcam on a laptop that was on a Surface. So he wasn't doing the crazy Charlie cam.
And then during that video, he's talking to one of his guys and strategizing.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, you really need a really good tweet to start the morning.
Yeah.
Like, they all are aware of the attention he's getting.
No real spontaneity there.
No, he's like, you really got to think about the next tweet. It's got to be a really good one.
Yeah.
He's like, I just woke up. And then, I don't know, the guy said something about orange juice or something. He's like, orange juice? I'm not tweeting about orange.
And meanwhile, it was like at 7 o'clock Pacific time.
Last night
is when it was broadcast, but you could tell.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the one I saw on YouTube.
Oh, the one you saw.
Yeah, the one under the table where they were strategizing.
Oh, that one. Well, that one, too, I believe was recorded. Yeah, that one was definitely recorded.
Oh, yeah, because
also.
there were cuts in it.
And you could tell, like, that they're recorded and edited, and he's not, the times don't line up. It's supposed to be nighttime, but he's talking about lunch. And what meeting he has to take at 1 p.m. Meanwhile, that's over already. So all of it, like you said, is right there in front of everybody. And I liked the take you said with his violence and what he's going to be doing. What he's going to be doing to people.
Yeah, there's a Fonzie thing happening here.
It's total Fonzie.
With Charlie Sheen, he's threatening everybody. He's going to cut this guy's throat. He doesn't mean literally.
Check it.
And
beware trolls.
The trolls, all that shit. He's got to now do something because we're all waiting now. Okay.
But it's like Fonzie, where he's like, oh, look out for Fonz, but you never saw him beat anybody up.
Right.
The whole time.
So Charlie can't keep threatening, and now he has to act. Or the threats start to sound really, really silly. Somebody's, Steve on Long Island, we don't have time to go to right now. He goes, do you guys really think he's going to recover? Well, he obviously needs help.
Yeah, he does need some. I'm not sure what kind of help he needs.
We're not saying he's completely sane, but he's also smart enough to really play this to the media and the people out there.
He's putting on a get me in a straitjacket Crazy Charlie Sheen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's putting on, and that's what some of the mainstream media is buying into.
Yeah, and he's not at that level.
No,
he's not at that point at all.
He's got problems and issues that I think he's had for years and years and years.
Right.
He's successfully done TV shows during these issues that he's had and everything, and I think he's seeing this opportunity to play this crazy guy on this webcast. I think he's seeing a way to try to monetize it. Not that he's going to monetize it to the extent that he would if he just would have stayed on the fucking show, but that's what he's doing.
And that show only had 2 years left.
Yeah.
And now he would have banked a shitload of money, and then he could have moved on with whatever he...
Yeah, do whatever he wants then.
Right, but there's nothing to move on to at this point. Major League 3, I get douche chills every time he mentions it.
He might have gotten another show.
Who wants to see Major League 3?
No, I know. Danny, Come on.
Charlie Sheen. Why don't we play a couple of these? Sheen's Corner, Episode 2. We just got some highlights.
And you know what? Let's listen to it and try to interpret it as the mainstream media would.
Right.
And then what it really was.
Well,
it really is just Charlie trying to be crazy.
First clip, he has to admit that his Ustream show sucked a dick.
Right.
Am I going on tonight? I don't know. I gotta get a tweet out there and let him know that.
Okay. This is him strategizing.
Now, this isn't from last night's show?
No.
Okay.
No. There was something that he recorded this while we were on yesterday.
Yeah.
This became aware while we were on yesterday morning, and we just didn't have time to go to it. And he's strategizing, proving our point.
Yeah.
That he's aware, and he's like,
aware.
Okay, what can we do next that keeps the interest up?
Am I going on tonight? I don't know. I gotta get a tweet out there and let him know that last night was a shameful train wreck filled with like blind cuddly puppies. A shameful train wreck filled with blind cuddly puppies.
Don't acknowledge that. Fuck you. Last night you had a blast. You had fun, and you plan to make it more fun. Something like that. Think positive. Fuck. Don't address any of the bad press. Don't address any of the boring doldrums like that.
Exactly, because here's the truth. You want the truth? I tried to use their format. I don't fit into their format. Their format is shit. Their format is cat shit. Their format is cat shit stuck to the bottom of my sprinting shoe, of my world record breaking sprinting perfect platinum Nike.
Yeah, okay, I agree.
See, and now he's making fun of the people that know how to do a Ustream show, know how to do a podcast, know how to do radio.
It's that format, you know, like getting on the medium, whichever it is that you choose, and being interesting and or compelling and entertaining.
The fact is, you don't know what the fuck you're doing,
right,
Charlie Sheen.
That's the format.
Sorry, but you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're a very confused guy as far as putting a show together.
Yeah.
So obviously he had to admit that it sucked. He didn't think it sucked, by the way.
No.
After the fact, when he saw the critiques coming in, he goes, "Oh fuck, they really hated it."
He thought
so. Now I got to
great.
spin this thing in my favor.
He thought it was great.
And here they go, strategizing the next tweet. When a lot of people out there are thinking, "Wow, what is he going to tweet next? He's crazy."
Stream of unconsciousness.
Yeah, just coming out of his brain, out of nowhere.
Insane.
But this is what really is going on.
Hey, give me a tweet that has nothing to do with Sheen's Corner just to start the day. Tell somebody that you spilled your orange juice in your kitchen. I don't care what you say. Just let's start people off without talking about that. We'll get into that later.
That would imply that I care about orange juice and I have a kitchen.
Let's talk about the magic tray.
There you go. There you go. There you go. The magic tray is filled with magic, period, the end. You're lucky when it's revealed to you. You're lucky if you can touch it. You're lucky if you can say the words magic tray.
That's it.
What? Gah! Jar! Foiled again. Hello, are you there? We need to hack up the person responsible for this bad connection. Hack him up into pieces in front of his children.
So he's crazy.
See, and then he's like talking about hacking people up in front of the children. That's crazy, Charlie Sheen. Like,
just keep in mind once again, Fonzie.
Yeah.
A lot of threats going on. When are we going to see one of these threats come?
But nothing really happening.
Nothing
really happening.
He wants to chop children up. He's threatening to cut this guy's throat. But he's really the threats are based on.
And his threat there was to the guy in charge of the connection.
Yeah.
So who is that?
Who's that crazy
guy
Charlie?
that now has to hide under
Who's
a
that
bed?
crazy Charlie?
Yeah, come on, crazy Charlie. Who's that? But the news would be like, he's been threatening to chop people up.
He's threatening to kill people.
Not really.
Call him out on it.
Yeah.
Call him out. Like, no one called out Fonzie.
Yeah, no one called out the Fonz.
You never saw Fonzie fight.
Hey, watch it. Look out, Fonzie's here. And you're like, Fonz, you never punched anyone.
Yeah.
We never sort of, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And then the audience would go,
oh, here it comes.
And then you'd have to, like, maybe Cunningham would turn to the audience and say something like, hey, people, he's never punched anyone.
Someone had to call
and then
out
you hear
Fonzie.
you hear some like some clamoring in the audience, and he's like, Cunningham.
Yeah.
And he goes, go ahead, hit me, Fonzie. Hey.
Right.
And then he'd have to leave Arnold's because he just looks silly.
And then say something like, next time.
Yeah. Hey, you wait till next time.
We got that going on with Charlie.
That's Charlie Sheen Fonzie.
A lot of threats going
Charlie
absolutely
Fonzie
nowhere.
Sheen.
It's nice to watch the entire country getting sick of him at the same time.
Who are you?
Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Hi. I just can't just listen to Charlie Sheen clips without a fucking comment. The whole country is tired of this guy, already me included, and I defended him.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's
an asshole. Are you seeing this as a complete work?
No, he's not. He's just crazy, and he can't believe that he blew it.
I don't think he's as crazy as he wants to come off.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's not legally insane. He's just a boob, and he overplayed his hand.
Yes, overplayed it.
And now
Very good.
And now he's playing this new character that he thinks people think he is.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
There's definitely some craziness here, but not as crazy as these clips would make.
But
you think.
he's playing this character at the cost of losing his kids, his gig, his a chick, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like he's losing everything.
And
There's no winning going on.
I'll tell you right now, rumors about a reality show, that would be the biggest mistake. Because this guy can't do anything.
No.
He can't do anything. He needs his kids back.
He can do.
What is he going to do?
Here's what he can do. He could take a script and be directed and do
like one of that
an act.
He's
an actor. He's a Hollywood actor, most of which are not very entertaining people when they're not reading other people's words and standing where other people tell them to stand in front of things that other people built.
This will be a complete bust by Friday. Yeah. And then it'll lead to him having to go back to doing coke, by the way.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Once the attention starts getting off of him, he'll be like...
Oh, yeah. And then it'll be too late. Look, no, here I am on my Ustream doing coke for you.
Oh, jeez,
it's too late, Charlie.
Rails on his
too
desk.
Late.
He's making a fool out of himself.
He really is.
Yes, exactly.
Now he's just making a fool out of himself.
Viacom fired Tom Cruise. Like, those guys, man, you can do what you do, but to just continually motherfuck them. And somebody theorized to me, I wonder if the Ustream show got him fired. I wonder if CBS was sitting on waiting a reason to fire him so they don't have to pay him, and maybe contractually he's not allowed to do another broadcast. And when he called it Sheen's Corner or whatever it was, that might have fucking given them legal reason to fire him.
Well, they said
they were just sitting back. Oh well, they got.
What was that?
Do you think they wanted to forgive him, or do you think they were waiting for him to fuck up?
I think they were, because Charlie wasn't completely going after them. He kept it in that range. We were talking about this last week. He kept it in that range where he could put all the pieces back together and get back on 2.5 Men. And Warner Brothers was doing the same thing. They were kind of just sitting there like, which way is this going to go?
Right. I think
and then they finally said, fuck this, we're done with him. And then I agree with you, Jimmy, where they were trying to figure out what they could fire him for.
Do you think if he had just shut up like after a few days and stopped,
yeah, he would have been back.
He would have been okay.
And
right?
I think if he quietly would have met with them, and been like,
and faded out a little bit.
Yeah,
look, I was just blowing off some steam, whatever.
I'm detoxing. I'm coming off drugs, and I'm a little loopy and fucking crazy.
They would have absolutely.
There was a period
back.
of time where it could have went either way. That Warner Brothers was holding out because let's be honest, that show made a shitload of money for a lot of people.
Yeah.
They didn't want to just blow it off. And Charlie wasn't sure what he wanted to do. So, he went after the creator, but not in a way where they couldn't fix it.
Right.
And they got him for moral turpitude.
Moral turpitude is what they got him for.
I wonder if the Jewish stuff got him, because you fuck with when you start. He was calling the guy by his real Jewish name, and then there was that weird text. And it's like, man, Hollywood, they're tired of the anti-Semitism. They don't play games with that stuff. But I don't know if that did it, but
his excuse was.
And also, maybe they were negotiating with somebody else, going, we could we could get the show back on the air with somebody else.
Right. Well, that's what they're thinking of doing.
So maybe they were thinking that strategy out too.
I've heard Jim J. Bullock.
Oh, God.
Who was that one guy that was in every sitcom? Ted McKinley.
Oh, yeah, Ted McGinley.
McGinley.
Oh,
right.
McGinley will
He
take
would be
him out.
perfect.
Hey there, Bob.
He's sitting around waiting for his phone to ring. And John Cryer.
I got a bad feeling about this show.
And no one's talking about John Cryer. That guy's got to be on suicide watch.
Why isn't anybody talking to him?
Huh?
Why isn't anybody talking to him?
Because he's sitting at home praying that they're going to keep this show together somehow. And they will. I don't know. Most likely it won't be successful, but they'll get another season
Someone
out of it.
different or Darren Stevens? I'm wondering what they're going to do.
No, they're going to have to go with Charlie's move to wherever. And
they'll take the fake phone call from Charlie Sheen's character.
And here's his brother because the kid still needs parenting even though the kid's 30 now.
Yeah.
They'll make fun of it,
Maybe
though.
the kid will be one of the men and they'll just get a new kid.
That could,
and it's still 2.5 men because the kid is, he's like a man now anyway.
Because there's some egos involved too, and I bet you there's a bunch of people that want to go, oh, really, Charlie? This show's going to continue to be successful without you. The odds of that happening, you got to be honest, that's going to be a tough one. But they're going to try.
Yeah.
They'll try for at least a year because everybody will tune that show in.
Yeah.
I bet you, they'll make fun of the fact that he went off the deep end. Like, they'll somehow reference it with, like you said, a phone call or something. They'll make fun of it, though. You have to in this day and age because everyone has the information.
Yeah.
40 years ago, you could do Darren Stevens, but now you just can't pull it off anymore.
You can't do it Darren Stevens.
Right.
Just plop a new guy in the character.
No, but, yeah, he's not winning. And when he said free at last, no one wants to give up a $2.5 million a week gig. Or you could have negotiated an out or something.
Yeah.
Sheen's Corner episode 3. So this is the one you saw last night. I did not see this.
This was the one with the real just ranting and rambling. And it's so
he took our advice.
Yes.
We said the only reason people are following his Twitter and watching these videos because they want to see crazy, out of control Charlie Sheen.
Crazy Charlie.
But he can't officially be that, but he can play that as a character.
Yes. He was making faces. His hair was so fucked up, and he was he had the camera in a certain way where it looked really fucked up, and the light on him made him overexposed on his face, so he really looked pale.
Can we take a moment to just realize how smart we are?
Okay, take a moment.
Just think about how smart
moment of silence about how smart we are.
I'd like more than a moment, actually.
Oh, okay.
This is exactly what we said yesterday he needs to do. We're seers again.
We said, we're like crazy Charlie.
That's the only reason why people are interested. Most people are hoping that he ODs, to be quite frank with you.
Yeah, true.
They don't know him as a person. They're like, fuck, I want to ride this right to the point where they pull the body bag out of his house.
Destruction, yeah.
They don't give a fuck. They don't want to see this guy clean. They want to see crazy Charlie right to the end.
I'm embarrassed for him at this point.
You are, right?
And not because I think he's too nuts for kids or anything, but it's almost like you're watching a guy trying too hard.
He's trying way too hard.
Conan had a funny tweet about Fonzie. He said it has to be said, but something about Fonzie's phrase "sit on it" did not age well, and I laughed at that. But that's what this is. This stuff is not already. It already seems kind of corny and
it's very corny.
It was wacky when you first said it, but now that it's your thing, it's dull.
It was also
saying the lines over and over again.
It was also wacky because you really bought into it.
Yeah,
but without an actual threat happening.
Yeah.
It just sounds silly every time he threatens somebody.
Now
and then he realizes, when he was doing those catchphrases, at first I think they really just came off the top of his head.
Right.
And now he's like, oh, they're digging catchphrases. I got to come up with a new catchphrase every 10 minutes.
Fastball, fastball, fastball.
And there's a lot of fucking swing.
Winning.
A lot of swing and a miss catchphrases happening.
A lot of bad ones.
So that's what we should do today. Maybe go to the phones and all the catchphrases that didn't stick.
Flounder swimming. No.
Nah, sorry,
good.
Charlie. That's not going to fit on a T-shirt.
Hat in a cloud. Nah.
No, sorry. Yeah, no, not really.
Rambunctious. That's a winner. Rambunctious. We like that.
Because who hasn't been saying winning a million times? That one was great, but that was very organic. It just kind of happened.
That's good. And now, rape, cool. Rape, cool. Duh. Rape, cool.
All right, let's play the highlights from Sheen's Corner, episode 3. Sheen's guys asked about writing a tweet for him.
Okay, first thing, I'm getting ready to do the tweet to Meredith.
Okay.
It's morning there. You spelled it DPH. Is there an I in there? Is it really Meredith?
I forwarded you exactly how she spelled it. If she doesn't know how to spell her own name, then she loses. Oops. Bye-bye.
Okay, that's...
We love you, Meredith.
That's it. Okay, next. Excuse me, no. Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm going to...
Mas Pogaccio. Where are you, in Italyville?
Huh?
Are you in Italyville still?
Yeah, I'm on Rome, and people are giving me good luck.
Romato, ma spieganja.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah.
He just starts doing catchphrases that are out there already. Shit. Oh, cussing Larry.
Jimmy nailed it, though, man. He's trying way too hard now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God, it's douchey.
You're embarrassed for him.
I'm kind of embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed for him.
Sorry.
Up your nose with a rubber hose.
Duh.
Yeah. Tweet it, text it, dynamite.
God, a publicist really did do him well.
Dynamite.
He really needed somebody standing in front of him as a barricade to keep his idiocy in.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Like, does he have any credibility in Hollywood, or is it just one of his friends?
I'm guessing a buddy or assistant.
Well, yeah, it's in his Twitter who he's following.
So
it's like the bot. It's like the first guy he followed.
I guess we're trolls because we're not Team Sheen anymore. Sorry. I was in at first. I was like, wow, this is pretty crazy stuff. But now it's
shake it up.
Now it's shake
it up.
They talk about their deal with interns. Charlie says crazy thing.
Of course.
And crazy is an exclamation point.
Oh yeah, of course.
So maybe not too crazy, huh?
Maybe not really.
All right, listen to this next clip with what Jimmy said. Trying too hard.
Yeah.
There's a douche chillness to it.
It's like when you tell someone they're funny. You ever tell someone they're funny who's not a comic or in the business, like a relative, and then for the rest of the night they try to make you laugh? That's what this is like. Where you tell someone they have a good voice and then they continue to sing in the car when you were only being polite.
But I really believed that.
No, I didn't mean you.
But I really believed it when you said that, Jimmy.
Well, I thought you could sing. I heard you humming a little bit. We were in the shower. Was I going to not be polite?
Duh. Nano. Duh. Pat from Menaki keeps them coming.
Fuck, I wish I could take credit for this one. Coke Logic. Where's the beef? Where's the beef?
You know, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Know what I'm saying? Hey, Charlie, you're a joke. That's what we're saying today. Not buying it. Sorry. Joke.
Where's the beef?
It's funny.
Yeah, I'm crazy. Wild. Time to make the donuts. Winning. Time to make the donuts.
Jason in Tampa. Fuck, I want to be coming up with these myself. Why am I reading? I could think of this shit.
Great.
You look marvelous.
Duh. Could you dig that? I knew that you could.
I knew that you could. I knew that you could.
Here's one. Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, fuck. That's hilarious. Charlie. What is he doing?
He's trying much too hard.
It isn't like they fucked with him and did anything and it's hard to, you didn't want to defend networks. You never, but what did they didn't, he had a gig.
Right. He put himself in a tough position because maybe part of him is like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just party on cam now. But he can't because of the kids thing. So he's in this weird fucking quandary. Yeah. So he's got to fake that he might be on coke and drinking. Because I really think he's trying to stay sober at this moment.
Right.
But it could change at any moment. As you know, Jim.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
They talk about, the crazy stuff from Charlie.
Well, I nailed this deal with interns.com.
Yeah, and?
Brilliant. Please look at the email so that you can give the go-ahead, because they want the tweet at before 1 o'clock today.
Okay, that gives us like 6,000 hours.
See, the tweets are calculated when they want them.
It's got to be by a certain time. And this is that intern.
What happened to just off-the-cuff tweeting that was kind of enjoyable at first? But there were rumors right from the get-go that there was somebody behind his Twitter really helping him out.
Looking good. Duh.
Steve Yu from Buffalo. Time to pump you up. Duh. Tiger blood pumping you up.
Pump you up.
You're a dope, Charlie.
Like 6,000 hours.
Record breaker, dude. It's a record breaker.
Okay, good. What is it?
Guinness. Deep six figures, okay?
Okay, great. Well, as it should be, duh, we're still getting gypped.
Have you had your breakfast yet, my friend?
No, I'm smoking a cigarette and drinking something I won't reveal. Unless they pay me.
Okay, what can I do for you? Anything?
You can get home and, give me a big hug and avoid some eye contact.
All right, I'll be there to kiss both cheeks and give you a big hug.
Would that be facial or buttle? Facial or buttle?
Say that again?
Would that be facial or buttle?
I'm a facial.
Okay, we'll start in the facial area.
He's a real fucking bore, huh? And the guy on the other end of the line is very telling. He doesn't think Charlie's crazy. He's laughing at his silly new character.
He's just like, what are you doing?
Anthony.
Yeah.
You want to go with Kiss My Grits? Or where's the other one? Fuck, there's another one.
Kiss My Grits.
Where the fuck was the other one?
Winning grits. Kiss them.
I'm a wild and crazy guy.
Oh, God, it's embarrassing, man.
Charlie, I don't understand. Well, then you might be a redneck. Duh.
Duh.
Isn't that special?
Waddle doodle. Duh.
To the moon, Alice. Duh.
To the moon. Oh, shit.
It's like I always say, pardon me, do you have any grape upon?
He's the worst now. This is him trying way too hard.
Charlie is a joke.
Let's make a noise up there in the air. Oh, deplane. Yeah. Winning.
Sock it to you.
Yeah.
Jason, thank you, Tampa.
Goal.
An A-bomb from A-Rod. That's what he said.
Don't tase me, bro. Fucking. They're coming in way too fast now. There's a Bookham Dano.
Bookham Dano.
Duh, Baba Booey. And Mike in Hoboken. I don't have time to go to the phones. It's too crazy right now. But he writes, Rachel. You know that. Rachel. It's one of your classic lines, right?
Oh, Rachel, you've come back. Yeah. Winning.
Did we do Get Her Done? We did, right?
No, not yet.
We didn't get her done. Get her done.
Gotta make sure that we get them all out. Crazy Charlie talks about his crazy new book.
Oh, shit, it's insane.
Well, but I'm gonna reach out to who's the founder of Amazon, Jeff Bezos. Is that his name?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to him because I think we should do my book. Incidentally, the title, best title of all time, Apocalypse Me: The Jaws of Life.
Should we get Bezos on the phone?
That's exactly the reaction you should have got, Charlie, from your own guy that kisses your ass.
Apocalypse Me: The Jaws of Life.
Is that what he said?
See, it's just.
That's crazy.
It's crazy because it doesn't even make sense.
It's brilliant because Charlie said.
It's brilliant. Oh, Jesus Christ!
I'll be back.
Go with Monster Rain for a title or something.
Yeah. Apocalypse Me: The Jaws of Life.
Should we get Bezos on the phone?
Apocalypse Me: The Jaws.
He heard you.
I know, man. The repeating of it is it's douchey.
He's mad that he didn't get the reaction.
No.
Me: The Jaws of Life. That was brilliant. You should see the images. Yeah, get him to call me today because I'm going to sell this thing through Amazon and through Kindle. That way we save a bunch of trees because they give us our oxygen, face it, right? And we love trees. Must keep as many around as we can. Must maybe even marry a tree. Marry a tree because, the other type of marriage for me didn't work. So I'm just going to marry a tree.
Yeah, see, that's not going to trend. Marry a tree won't trend today,
Marry a
Charlie.
tree.
I'm sorry. Another swing and a miss.
You won't be seeing hashtag marry a tree.
No, Charlie, sorry. Another fucking miss.
That's his stream of consciousness.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
He's crazy.
From Charlie.
It's like Charlie Manson is what he's doing.
See, what's going to end up happening?
Helter skelter.
He's going to have to go back on the fucking coke to get the real craziness back out.
Yeah.
He's trying to be like a wacky Colonel Kurtz. He thinks like he's an oracle, like just this larger than life figure.
It really
who
is.
says things that just reach people in a weird way.
Yeah,
but that's not what's happening. No one's being reached.
Well, at first,
you don't think it's a snail crawling on the edge of a straight razor?
It's exactly, hey, are you an assassin, Willard?
You're a grocery clerk sent to collect a bill.
But he reminds me of a guy who's trying to be a stream of consciousness, random genius.
Yeah. No.
Because he found it at Amazon, didn't he? Like just a random genius.
Yeah. It's so fucking douchey.
Oh, boy.
And more importantly, I'd love to get booked on his podcast.
Oh, of course.
I'd love to.
But he's not going to do a podcast anymore because he can't do it, so then he makes fun of all the people that can.
Oh, he's going to do it.
I said it yesterday. Our listeners
pre-tape.
do better podcasts than Charlie Sheen did. I've checked out a bunch of them. And there's some guys that, trying and doing all right with it.
Oh, my God.
So then he has to make fun of people that actually know how to fucking do that shit. Yeah.
I'm the Sheen's Corner fugitive. Winning. Look for me when Charlie says something crazy that starts with a hashtag. You might know me because I married a tree. And I'm crazy. I am the fugitive.
The fugitive.
I'm thinking Breitbart should pick up this audio today because no one has this angle. They're all still buying into it. That he actually might have snuck on a roof somewhere in L.A. with a machete.
Stop.
Shut the fuck up.
He's trying so fucking hard.
Here, we got one more clip
so
from
hard.
Charlie Sheen's Corner, episode 3.
Let's
this is where he
it.
talks to Billy Bush on the phone about getting fired.
Oh.
So this
is exclusive.
Yeah, this is good. You think he's going to talk normally here, or he's going to...
Wow, it's going to be crazy, Sheen. Crazy, Sheen.
And you think Billy Bush will play his role, or will he step out of his role and go, look, Charlie, stop. You're trying too hard, and this is just silly talk that's not really crazy at all.
Let's see. I have no idea.
Charles, your reaction to what is this? Warner Brothers has fired you.
Yeah, well, whatever. I guess if you can't process a guy or realize his value, you must terminate him. It's so juvenile. It is the work of infants.
With extreme prejudice.
Which guy?
Terminate with extreme prejudice.
Which guy is this?
This is in between Sheen.
In between, you call
in
it?
between Sheen.
So many layers of
He's
this guy.
crazy.
So many layers
but
to
he's
figure
really
out.
Calculated.
This is crazy, Charlie, who realizes the gig he blew.
Because he was riding this back to, look, let's get this back together. Now he's like, oh, fuck.
This is a cinder block of reality in your face, Sheen.
And then he can't even do a podcast properly, so he's really fucked.
Yeah.
It is the work of silly infants. And it's just, if this is what it had to come to get me out of those silly shirts, then so be it.
Did you find out today, within a couple hours ago, or when it...
No, I found out like 5 minutes ago.
How did you find out?
I guess I got a text or something. But, and here's another thing. These guys are such yellow cockroaches that they didn't even have the decency to call me. I put $5 bills in their cheap suit pockets. It's just deplorable. And they should be ashamed of themselves.
That's how it always goes down. When they're done with you, they're done with you.
This didn't sound like completely off the cuff, wild, rambling Charlie. What happened?
This is a maniac who is somehow thinly veiling that he's devastated that he's been fired from a $2 million a week job. This is wacky guy realizing that he has blown an $8 million a month job.
This is almost like this.
Hi, Charlie. It's Bob Eatman. It doesn't look good. That Sex for Sam thing didn't go over too well. Don't care. Good. What are we going to do about it? Don't care. Winning. I really like that gig. What are we going to do for 2 years?
I was thinking the same thing yesterday.
Oh, God.
You always feel like you're winning until you get the call and go, oh, what
I'm fired?
Right.
What? How dare they?
And then there's a lot of tears.
Do you know how hard it is to have the #1 comedy on television.
Oh, shit.
That's really fucking hard,
Yeah.
man.
Doesn't happen often, huh, Jimmy?
No.
Doesn't happen to a lot of people.
Who's had two?
Imagine Seinfeld fucking up this
Frasier.
bad in the middle of like when he was top of the game.
Right.
Kelsey Grammer, I think
Kelsey
you're right.
Grammer was.
Yeah, you're
Kelsey
right.
Grammer.
Probably had two.
He's right.
It was from a spin-off.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't even know who else would be.
But
in
it's
that.
very, very. I didn't even think Kelsey Grammer. It's very rare.
He wanted to get this whole thing back together.
God, dude. He's a guy who dared his girlfriend to fuck somebody else. Go ahead, I dare you. And she finally did.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's what he's facing. And she can't unfuck the guy. It cannot be undone. And that's what the firing is.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get a story soon that he's, partying again and has an out-of-control moment again, because now he has nothing to lose.
Yeah, because this is...
Because he was really trying to... He realized, fuck, I took it too far. I got to get my shit together. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have a little fun with this. And then they yanked him anyway. And now he has nothing to lose. He's not getting his kids back anytime soon. They got to figure that out, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's custody thing. Yeah.
So here's the rest of that clip.
It's just deplorable, and they should be ashamed of themselves.
Did you not see this coming?
I kind of sensed it. My daimon was leading toward that, but I don't know that I thought they'd be this foolish, but clearly they are.
It seems to me the show is not canceled, though. I mean, they're going to try and replace you, aren't they?
Yeah, no, they can try all they want, but it'll be a different show. I'm sure it'll be fine. Whatever, people will tune in for, like, the first one. I'm more worried about my children right now than any of this nonsense,
So, yeah, they are going to probably go on with the show, and they're going to just try to squeeze the last bit of money out of it.
Right.
They're aware that they're fucked, too, but they'll probably get a good year out of it, maybe two if they're lucky.
They'll have a big meeting with the sales staff.
Yeah.
That has to sell the time, and it'll be like, just, go with the whole thing, like, all the publicity around Charlie Sheen, that's still attached to the show.
And we'll squeeze a little more money out, and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
The ratings will be massively huge at first, because the curiosity of what are they doing with the show without Charlie, and then it'll drop off drastically and quickly, and then the show will go away, but they'll make another, boatload of money off it.
Winning.
This might be a bad example, but MASH survived after season 3. Now, this has been much longer, but after season 3 when McLean Stevenson left, they survived Trapper John leaving. They survived Frank Burns leaving. They what else survived? A big Cheers survived Shelley Long leaving.
But when you have an ensemble cast that has so many personalities in it,
that's true.
Like MASH, I mean,
John Cryer.
As long as you had Alan Alda on there, and he had a foil, and
John Cryer's no Alan Alda.
No. Yes, no.
But, other shows have survived. I don't think this one will, by the way. I was just making an example.
No, I don't think so either. I think there'll be a huge spike in ratings the beginning of the season, then it'll drop off week to week until they have to cancel it.
The graph will completely mirror whatever this Charlie Sheen thing does.
Right.
A big spike up and a big spike down.
I wouldn't be surprised if Charlie goes into an actual rehab in the near future.
He's so dead set against it.
I understand.
We've heard
that.
Crazy
a lot of
Charlie talk
that
about that.
Don't want to deal with that, but now it's like he's got to prove himself to Hollywood again.
Yeah.
Hey, do your homework.
Oh, somebody's trying out for the role.
Are you trying out for 2.5 Men, Jimmy?
Maybe.
Maybe.
We could get you some lines, maybe.
Yeah. What, Coke?
Yeah, you're going to need that.
I banged a stripper there once. Tuscaloosa.
That was good. That was good.
Don't ask him. He sounds gay.
That's edgy.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
John Cryer.
John Cryer.
Beam me up. The catchphrase is still coming in. Beam me up. Beam me up to my next gig.
Duh.
He kind of has like a Colin Quinn thing happening and a Scott Farrell thing happening. It's a little combination of the two.
It's just...
Well, there you go.
It's too put on. It's too trying too hard.
Yeah, I know the rest of the media is listening, so it's simple.
Fonzie.
Charlie Sheen becoming a joke. There's your headline, okay? Go with it. Trust me on this.
Yeah.
Go with it.
Don't worry so much about the what it looks like on the outside. Mm-hmm. Do a little digging and see what he's doing here. It's very calculated.
Yes.
Don't just go with the Charlie Sheen's crazy story. Do a little research.
All right, Jimmy's back for a little bit.
Yes.
And then you leave us again.
I leave Thursday during the day. I pushed my San Francisco flight back so I could be here for longer.
Ooh, Frisco.
Yay. I'm in the Cobs this weekend.
All right, when we get back, we obviously got to talk about Mike DiStefano for a few minutes. Just fucking horrible, tragic news.
Oh, did you guys? I woke up to that yesterday in L.A., but you didn't know.
We didn't know when we were on the air.
Right, okay.
We didn't know.
No.
I started getting tweets right after the show.
Yeah.
And Jimmy certainly knew him very well.
Yeah.
We knew him pretty well. I mean, he started doing our show.
Yeah.
And, well, we'll talk about it after the break, all right?
Yar.
All right.
The virus. Call the Opie and Anthony Show now. 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969. Send your feedback to feedback@opieandanthony.com. The Opie and Anthony Show.
We're in a weird spot right now. I want to talk about Mike DiStefano for a minute or two. And Jimmy, who definitely knew him much better than we did, is in the bathroom taking a shit.
Fittingly enough. It's Jimmy.
This is perfect.
He's taking a shit.
I think Mike DiStefano would appreciate that.
Of course.
We're about to talk nicely about him, but we can't because Jimmy's taking a shit.
He's taking a shite. Yeah, that's Jimmy, though. What are you going to do?
I remember meeting Mike for the first time. It was at a Dennis Leary show.
Oh, yeah?
And Dennis had a great lineup of comics and a bunch of guys I didn't really know. And I met or saw for the first time that night Mike DiStefano and Jim Jeffries.
Oh.
And then they both became part of our show after that for a while. And Mike did a lot of great stuff for this program. Remember him at the Animation Fest, killing when most of the crowd didn't really know him yet. And our crowd could be tough to the new guys.
Can they?
Holy shit. Tough to the new guys, but...
No shit.
In that one performance, he turned everybody, he turned everybody into a fan of his. And we've had a lot of guys in the show, and I'll say this, man. He was so appreciative, so nice, just so genuine. Really was like, would go out of his way to make sure we knew that he really, really appreciated being on the show and everything we did for him. Some guys, not so much. Is all I'm going to say.
Some guys, not so much.
And I'm not going to fucking name names today, but he was one of those guys that really went out of his way to thank us.
Yeah, he liked being here. That's for sure.
And I guess they're saying he died of a heart attack. When though? Do we know when?
I don't know.
It's Tuesday, so what? Maybe on Sunday. Usually that
takes that long.
It usually takes a little time to get around.
From what we were hearing, it was Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Or Sunday, I should say. I don't know. That was
his career was just starting to take off. He was at it a long time. He had a one-man show that was getting a nice buzz. Of course, he was on Last Comic Standing, and he killed on that. He did great.
Yeah.
And him and Geraldo from the show are now dead. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, right?
I'm sure that's going to be coming up in the news in the coming days.
Jinxed.
Is the show cursed?
Jinxed show.
Right. So...
and
Jimmy's taking a shit.
That's a drag. That's a drag.
Jimmy's taking a shit. No, we could do. We could play. I was going to do this after we talked about him. Why don't we play a clip from when Mike was on our show?
Ooh.
And then Jimmy will come back and give his thoughts on the whole Mike DiStefano thing. All right. Here's Mike DiStefano not too long ago talking about doing heroin at 15 and making it funny, by the way.
Sorry, my headphone thing is crackling.
It's okay. Check this out, and then we'll have Jimmy. You liked your drug days?
I did heroin. That was my thing.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, and everybody, that's like so fascinating to people. I never smoked pot. I didn't really drink.
Well, that's fucked up.
Heroin was my gateway
Heroin
drug.
was your stepping stone.
That was my gateway drug
You're
to
supposed
heroin.
to start off slow and get to heroin.
No,
You're not
didn't
supposed
do
to
that.
jump right into it.
No, went right to the heroin.
How
Wow.
does that work? Wait a minute. You might be the first person I've ever met that went right to heroin.
I grew up around it. There was a lot of heroin dealers in my neighborhood, and
but there were probably pot dealers too.
They weren't dealing nickel bags of heroin. They were dealing pounds of it. You know, they
How
were
old were you?
15 when I did it first. When I
What,
started
snorting.
Yeah, I started snorting, and then they told me how to shoot it.
All right.
Shooting.
Did you have your own works?
Yeah. I had my own works, and it was fun.
It was fun.
It was great. Heroin was the best.
You're insane.
I can't.
I'm off of drugs now. I'm off of drugs 9 years.
I don't want to fast forward. So you're 15.
I'm never going to say heroin sucks. Like people say it's like if you never tried it, it's like having your dick sucked and a puppy licking your nose at the same time. Try to imagine, right? You know the beauty of that.
But reverse the participants.
Right. No, and then the girl bites your dick off and kills the puppy. But still, you wake up the next day, and go, I want to do that again.
But dude, at 15, I was scared to like drink half a beer. Like, how does it go through your head that at 15 I'm going to try heroin? I don't get that.
I had a cast on my arm from my father hitting me with a baseball bat.
Ooh.
So like that's the
Is that
kind
real?
of shot. Yeah, I swear to God. So
Why did he hit you?
Why
not? Why didn't he?
He broke my arm with a baseball bat. I don't think there is any why.
But what did you do wrong in his eyes?
What could I have done? Killed my little baby brother?
I understand that, but there was a reason why.
You sound like a therapist that wants me to fucking stay
you
sick.
with that therapist shit. Talk to him.
No, Jim
brings the mumbo jumbo.
He's pushing me towards like blaming myself for being beaten. Is what I'm saying. My father broke my fucking arm.
On yourself.
No, he wants to.
No, but what was the reason?
You should be a rape counselor. What were you wearing?
Dude, I'm going to relate to you, not with broken bones, but like my mom would yell and scream when I was a kid over
Same thing as
over
getting hit
the
with a
most
bat.
stupidest shit.
What he's saying
so
is
what
this.
I'm
No.
saying is there was some reason why he did it. It's
Honestly,
not going to make sense, but what?
was his reason?
You left your sneakers on the floor? What dumb thing did you do?
I don't remember. I swear to God. Like
all right.
my father was just a violent dude. He was a violent guy. We grew up in violence. I live right across the street from a numbers store where my father hung out, card games, all wise guys. It was just, that's how I grew up. Hitting kids was normal, but like he would overdo it, and he'd fucking. So no, you asked me about shooting the dope.
All right,
but
so
I
you got
scared.
the arm on your cast.
Yeah, my fucking arm's broken from my father. So I was in so much pain, mental anguish that's fucking sticking a needle in my arm. It's not the needle that hurt. It's what you're gonna get when you hit the plunger. That's why you do it. It hurts for a second. It's a pinch, but then the blowjob and you know what I mean?
Yeah, puppy.
All of a sudden, mommy loves you and everything's wonderful.
So you grabbed at 15. You started snorting it from who?
I just neighborhood guys.
Just some dude. Older?
Yeah, a little bit older than me. I grew up. I'm from Throgs Neck. You know, you've heard of it? Throgs Neck.
Sure, they got
Bronx?
a bridge there.
I know the
Yeah,
bridge.
the bridge. Yeah, well,
there's actually a neighborhood below that fucking thing.
Yeah, no, it's all.
Isn't that just part of Queens?
You know, there's a lot of guys from Harlem there that grew up in Harlem. Italians, they were drug dealers, heroin dealers. You know, so there was a lot of heroin in the neighborhood. So I tried it. It was, and I liked it.
What'd you get the first time out of it?
I threw up like an animal. Like sick, and you want to die, but then when you stop throwing up and the drug does its thing, you're like, that was so worth it. I want more,
Wow.
No, that's why people I get paid. I actually.
When was the next time you did it after that?
The next day.
You were done.
I was hooked
in a week. I was hooked in like a week. I had a habit. Like I had to have it every day.
What did you do to get it?
Nothing like Voss did. I've never.
What was the worst thing you did to get it?
The worst thing I did.
Robbing people, breaking into homes.
Oh yeah, definitely robbing people. I brought B&Es, breaking entering. Trying to think of statute of limitations.
I think you passed it.
I want to notice some crimes.
I think you're all right.
No, I did. We did. We did things. And my brother's a criminal, so like I would hang with him and do crime like things, and he was not on drugs, so I would get the drugs. We would do stuff.
So, all right, you snorted for how long?
Things. Maybe a couple of years.
And then you went to the needle?
Yeah, the
Why?
needle.
Because you needed a better rush?
It's economics, man. You sniff 10 bags of dope, or you shoot 2 bags. What would you know what I mean? You just do it. That's the philosophy of it.
Yeah.
It's a mess. I was 18. I was on methadone. I was over at the methadone clinic. I used to get off at the train at the fucking... York Hospital, the same stop as Hunter College. So I'd be on the train with all these kids that were my age. They were going to college. I was going to get my methadone. It was a mess, you know? And then I went to rehab and started getting clean. I got clean for a few years. I relapsed again, on and off for 20 years. And finally, 9 years ago, I stopped. That was it.
Mike DiStefano from our show a couple years ago, talking about heroin.
That's fucked up.
He had a hell of a life, man. Oh, my God. And he was clean at the end of his life, by the way.
Yeah.
Just want to make that.
11 years, I think.
11 years, so.
Was he 44?
That's what they're
I
saying.
thought he was old. He looked older.
He did.
Yeah,
look
well,
older.
that's just it.
It's a rough 44.
Yeah.
And he turned his life around and became a really, really successful comic by the end. So Jimmy's back. We were joking that this is perfect. We're trying to talk about Mike DiStefano in a nice way, and you're in the bathroom taking a shit. And I think in some weird way, Mike would have appreciated that.
Oh, he would have understood. That was a fucking 8-log coffee dump, and my finger broke through the paper.
Oh no!
That wafer thinned. And there was a guy in there longer than me. I think I'm okay. I watched. I think there's a guy in there died.
Hey, he's just on the bowl.
That was wow. Was that a good one? So yeah, I was like, oh boy, the guys are probably back on the air. But
so you were in L.A. Doing that metal show. What is it called?
That metal show.
That metal show, right? Sure.
Jim Eddy and Don Jameson. And I woke up yesterday at because I knew I had a late call, so I woke up probably around noon or 1 or something, and I got a bunch of texts from people that Mike had died. Very sad. I mean, fucking, yeah. It's like heart attack is fucking not the way you want to go, but there's a lot worse ways to go. Mm-hmm. And I was saying in the break that I had mixed feelings about it. I mean, obviously, I'm sad. That's a given. But it's also like, I'm sure Mike would have been grateful. He didn't go out early like Greg did. Greg went out fucking early. Mike, if life was fair, Mike would have been dead 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. If life was, people say, life's not fair. If life was fair, Mike would have died in the street. He was fucking a heroin addict. He was HIV positive. Fucking guy gets clean and sober, and he fucking gets into a job he loves, and he fucking gets a nice amount of notoriety for himself. He's loved by people. Fucking, he had a lot of friends. He performed in prisons. He performed in rehabs for free. He was a great guy, man, and he gave a lot of himself. So it's very sad, but it's also like if you sat him down at one point when he was at his worst and said, you're going to get clean and have 11 years, and he probably would have signed up for that in a second.
Yeah.
Wow. It's not enough time, but it's like at least he fucking went out sober, and it wasn't from some bullshit relapse or some fucking nonsense. It was like a heart attack, and it happens. People die of heart attacks. It's just,
That's a great take. Did he give any impression that he was sick?
No, from what I heard, Rich Voss actually told me, and you never want to get your medical information from Voss. Yeah.
Dr. Voss.
I heard he wasn't feeling well on Sunday night, and he went to the hospital, and I guess he had a massive I don't know. That's all I know about it was that he just had a very, very... And
you guys did the sober show together recently.
We did, Comedy Central. I didn't want to do it because the money was so bad, but Mike said, look, they won't, I really want you to do it, and I just did it as if, I was like, fuck it, it's all of us are sober, we'll do it. And I'm actually very, very happy I did.
Yeah, I was looking at pictures of you guys backstage, just hanging out, laughing. It was you, Bob Kelly, Rich Voss, and of course Mike DiStefano. Have they aired that?
Oh yeah, they did. They waited a while though because Mike started getting so much heat on Last Comic that they wanted to which was smart by them. They wanted to capitalize.
Right.
He didn't look like he kind of took care of himself very well.
No, I don't think Mike was doing all the crunches he should have done. And,
yeah.
I don't know if he was just smoking at the end, though. Did he quit smoking, or was he... I know he's a smoker, but I don't know if he was at the end, but that may have contributed to his heart being weaker.
Smoking will get that
so
hard.
Bad.
Oh, it's horrible, dude.
Seems like it's always connected.
It really is the one thing he could do that just,
knocks down your numbers,
knocks down the numbers for so many things. Oh,
he may have quit, I don't remember.
Awful.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't either.
I thought he was older than 44.
Yeah.
I thought he was. But again, it was a rough fucking 44 years. Or at least 33 of it was very rough.
Yeah, I had him in his 50s.
Yeah, or 49 or something. But, doing drugs like that, and his wife, one of his wife, I think his first wife, or maybe his only wife, passed away.
Yeah.
He overcame a lot of shit, man.
There's something I want to play in the 10 o'clock hour. Did you ever hear Franny's Last Ride? Tweeted it last night. It's... it's one of these comedy festivals where you tell stories and you're not necessarily going for the jokes.
Oh, yeah, like a one-man show. Yeah.
And he tells a story about, Franny, who he obviously loved and married, and she had AIDS, and they moved.
Oh, she died of AIDS?
I believe.
Maybe you're right. I didn't know.
And they moved to Florida together because the air was better for her because, she was in some deep shit and they were both really young. This story will kill you.
Yeah.
But it'll tell you, it'll show you what kind of a guy he was.
Yeah, I guess they got it from fucking...
We could play that at 10 because it is wow, it's heart-wrenching.
Sharing them needles.
I wish I had seen his one-man show. He was doing a one-man show.
He knew how to tell a story, I'll tell you. And he didn't mind that he wasn't getting laughs. He didn't worry about that. You know what I mean?
Well, Jim was on the plane with me. Florentine and I flew home together. And, Jade killed herself. And Jim's doing a one-man show about that. And he said that Mike inspired him to do it because he's like, I didn't know what to do with it. A lot of people fucking said how much Mike really helped them. Like being sober. I mean, he really was a fucking good dude, man. And Jim was just a few hours ago, he's like, Mike talked to him because his wife had died. So he went through, an awful experience and encouraged him to go up and story tell and fucking don't worry about laughs. Just fucking make it. And now Jim is actually doing that. As a one man. I didn't know Mike had talked him into it.
Yeah. Fuck.
But yeah, he had a lot of positive effect on people, man. He really did. I should say good effect.
People fucking loved the guy.
Yeah.
There was a lot of sadness on Twitter yesterday from people that just said, "Yeah, fuck, I'm breaking down my own wall today. Fuck the jokes."
Yeah, he was
I gotta talk nicely about this guy because he was genuine.
It was dirty. He was a harsh comedian. He told it like he fucking saw it. You know what I mean? Mike really spoke his mind. He was funny. He did politically vile and incorrect material. Mike was he was very honest on stage. It was great.
Yeah. All right, we can play another clip from our show, take a quick break, and we'll get into other things. But another clip from Mike DiStefano, who passed away this past weekend.
Yeah, Sunday night.
Of a heart attack. Here he talks about surviving life in general, because he ended up going to prison for a while. How many years was he in prison?
I honestly don't know. I don't know Mike's, again, this...
And this goes way back, too, of course.
I don't know much of his story other than what I just heard in a little piece. Like, I knew he was HIV positive for a long time, but... I guess being sober for a long time is like so many people have gone to prison or you've heard it so many times. It's not odd to me. Like I might have heard it and not even registered it. Like if you know what I mean, it's like you hear in meetings guys that just did 20 years. It's very common. Oof. So if you hear it, sometimes that was something that won't really resonate.
Okay, well, let's play this to break.
What about the tattoos? I never realized you had so many tattoos.
I just got several of them.
What are the Asian ones?
Tibetan. This is I'm into Buddhism, if you could believe it, except for the non-violence part. I don't go for that whole non-violence shit, Anthony.
That's I think that was like one of the cornerstones of the Buddhist religion.
They say, is
there non-violence?
Yeah, but other
like
than
being
that,
a Christian, except for the whole Jesus thing.
Yeah.
Weren't you violent just a week ago
with
Marty the animal?
No, I wasn't violent. I was definitely not a good Buddhist, though.
Mike, I like you, man.
Yeah, I tried.
And under Buddha, you have Jesus.
Yeah, look, this was from 20 years ago. My friend Anthony died when we were kids, and when he died, I got the Jesus thing, because that's the Bronx, Italian thing. And then, I got here and now on my wrists, so I don't forget to fucking stay in the moment, try to live in the moment, because I'm always all over the place. And that's about it. This is a Tibetan prayer.
You sure?
Yeah, no, it is. It's Om Mani Padme Hum. It's a great thing. I really do. I really meditate and shit, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it.
Oh, really?
Oh, I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying. I've been through a lot, you know what I mean? So I'm trying.
And you were funny the whole time?
I don't think when I was on heroin, I wasn't that funny. But, when I got into rehab and all, I started developing a sense of humor.
Mike's a funny guy. Like it's almost like you can tell by talking to a guy if he's a funny guy in the neighborhood and just a fun guy. Like,
sure.
Just shit talk. It's like It's like Keith Robinson. I talk about him a lot, but like Keith is just a shit talker in a funny way.
Yeah, he's fun.
Shut up. He's just like one of those guys that it doesn't have to be a punchline. Just like I enjoy talking to this guy.
Yeah, the technicality of being a stand-up is starting to get into me, but I was always funny. I think I always had people laughing. You know what I mean? So
you'd be jail funny. Like you'd be funny in jail.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's a good thing.
No doubt.
Mike would make guys in jail laugh.
Yeah, that's how I survived my life, through jokes. I really did. Like I was never, like I got a lot of friends that are tough. Like tough guys. You know what I mean? And they love me because of my sense of humor, not because I'm tough or any of that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm like this guy that survived the neighborhood. and I'm very loved by a lot of people that are, tough guys, like wise guys, like real street guys, but they like me because of my sense of humor. They want me around.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's always, that's been my thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
a hell
trip.
of a story, man.
Oh, it's nothing, bro. I can fucking forget it. That ain't shit.
Go figure. Another fucked up comic.
I know.
Another comic that just has a fucking fucked past.
But yeah, it's the way you relate to it, though, isn't it, though? Because everyone's got a fucked past, but they're dysfunctional, and they still live in it. I'm not really living in it. I got anger, stuff like that that's coming out now, but I'm not really like that.
Follow the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter. Opie, twitter.com/Opie Radio. Anthony, twitter.com/Anthony Cumia. And little Jimmy Norton, twitter.com/Jim Norton.
It's fucking ridiculous. Jimmy. To not be able to play certain clips that were what fucking ridiculous shit.
Did you miss this place?
Fucking ridiculous.
We were just catching up with Jimmy and oh, is this the video? Hold on one second. They finally got the video out there?
Where is this?
But they don't show it. I'll explain in a second. Yeah, Jimmy's back from L.A. and, because of the whole Charlie Sheen thing, we're developing the 10 o'clock hour finally, doing some things.
Yeah.
And yesterday we wanted to play some Brie Olson clips, who goes by the name of Rachel.
Her real name is Rachel.
Rachel, okay. One of the goddesses, Charlie Sheen's goddesses, and we know her pretty well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
we know
she's
her.
not doing any. I texted her and she texted me back, and I invited her on the show, but she didn't get back to me, and I understood why. She's not doing any press.
She had a big crush on Jimmy, and she did some things with Earl and Cream Pie Jones. By the way, and I piled on after you. I had to.
Really?
Yeah, because fucking Black Girl is praising Ron and Fez yesterday.
I know. Yeah, I had a nail.
And we love Ron and Fez, but it's like, hey, asshole.
Of course.
First of all, we got you the gig with Ron and Fez after we were done with your.
Don't try to divide
ass.
and conquer the Ron and Fez and Opie and Anthony show, motherfucker.
Right. Well, I love the Ron and Fez, but enough already.
Earl.
So you beat him up on Twitter, and then I jumped right on after you and said, look, who the fuck got you jerked off by one of Charlie Sheen's goddesses?
Yes.
That's a moment.
This very program.
I said, Ronnie never got you jerked off by one of the goddesses.
Nope.
No.
So what did Ronnie ever do to you? But we got your fucking dick wet.
Yes.
And
exactly.
that leads to why Jimmy might be a little pissed at the moment, but we'll get past it. Because then we wanted to play Earl getting jerked off.
Sure.
Supposedly there was other things happening, but it was never confirmed. And then there was a Cream Pie Jones incident with Brie Olson.
I never knew about that.
She was a big time porn star. I guess she's not doing porn anymore. Do you know anything about that, Jimmy? By the way,
don't know. I do believe that she's not. I don't know what her situation with Charlie will be, but
so the Charlie Sheen story is the biggest story in the country.
Yeah,
we know one of the goddesses,
and we have audio,
and we have great audio of her doing some crazy stuff. So we're like, play that at 10 o'clock. It was a no-brainer decision on our part. Of course, you got to play it. All of a sudden, the guys heard us talking about it, and they come running down the hall. If there's insertion or bodily fluids, you can't play it.
Why?
And we're like, it already happened.
It happened. It's not really happening in the studio.
I'm not a fan of erasing the past. You can't do that.
And there's also, it's fucking audio. It's audio. Will you stop listening to your fucking stupid lawyers?
We don't even know if it happened.
If you can't
I didn't see Earl's
do it
dick.
now,
if you can't do it now, you can't play it now. That's fucking
great.
nonsense.
That's good stuff right there. That's a good rule of thumb.
That could be a good catchphrase for Charlie Sheen, too.
And if you can't do it now, you can't play it now. Boom.
That's fucking ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
It makes no sense. I love blanket rules, too, where it's like, no, that's a policy.
So we can't play drinking contest then? I guess we can't play anything we ever had alcohol in the studio. Can't play that, right? Because we can't do it now. So I guess there's times we hit Baby Bird, can't play that because we can't do that anymore. Pat from Winaki's eating contest, guess we can't play that anymore.
Wait, we can't replay Baby Bird
guess
if we
not.
wanted to?
Guess not.
Nope.
Guess not. Can't do it now,
right.
can't play it now. Was that actually the phraseology that was used by anybody?
Yeah.
Well, that's ridiculous. If that's the philosophy, it's idiotic.
You can't erase the past, plus the fact that it's legal.
And it's not.
It's legal as far as this type of radio
goes. It isn't happening, and it's totally legal.
It's fucking theater of the mind.
They have a new policy. They don't want any of that on their air. because someone really fucked up bad, and that's the main reason why I don't like the guy. By the way,
what do you mean someone fucked up bad? I don't know what you mean. But
I don't even want to fucking deal with another war. But
if
I'll tell you off air.
If somebody
I've said
up
it a few
bad,
times on the air.
Okay. That would mean they're worried that if somebody comes in here and does something and things like that are happening, and someone gets hurt or whatever, that they could be liable for it. It's a recording. Nothing different is going to happen on the recording than happened.
Yeah, logically,
so you know how it ends.
Are we allowed to play porn audio? We can.
Well, that's insertion.
You know what? I
asked
the very same question.
I don't know.
And what answer are you giving?
Well, not to anybody who can give me a proper answer. But I kind of brought that up, kind of like as the point. Like, well, what about
playing porn?
Satellite radio, as far as the government goes, allows this type of radio.
Sure they do.
We're an XL channel, so people know what they're getting when they tune into us. And like Ann said, you can't change what happened. It's going to be the same outcome, and we know everyone was safe and okay in the end. So why can't you play something that happened already that breaks a new policy that is a company policy? It has nothing to do with the government.
Makes no sense.
Well, let's go over the stuff that we can't play. Because you can't do eating contests or drinking contests, nothing with alcohol or any type of contest with food. It's fucking idiot. We don't turn into regular radio.
And then there's of course a double standard because Howard has guys. Well, hello. Has girls riding the his what is it called?
The Sibian. Are they dressed or I've never seen it on the show.
Everyone knows there's insertion going on over there, but he gets to live by different rules, and that's his thing. I'm not trying to fucking jump on him for it, but the company's got to. You can't play it both ways.
Policy,
You can't play it both ways. Especially with a bit that already happened. That's what doesn't make sense. We gave up on fighting the actual policy, but now we have to give up on playing some old stuff that was really good radio because of a new policy.
That is so fucking stupid and babyish and lawyer lazy. That's lazy, unmotivated, uninspired attorneys.
They don't want to take a case by case. They want to just have a blanket rule so they don't have to work.
We had great audio of one of the goddesses, and then instead we played some just okay audio of her just talking about having sex. And
so why don't we do this? Why don't we play the audio, and whenever a fluid happens, there's some type of a seepage when the testes tighten and the scrotal area kind of tightens up like a grip around a walnut, and and fluid comes out. Yeah. Right, yeah. And maybe there we could play something really ludicrous over it to cover the offending fluid.
Yes.
I bet you we're not even allowed to do that.
I bet you. How about you play fucking? How about over the fluid, you play fucking audio of a waterfall, or some ludicrous type, or something more offensive, like audio of a guy being murdered in a fucking, like Sonny Corleone being shot.
Oh yeah, you can play that.
It just
you can play real people being killed.
We should do it and completely mock them. There's a way to do it.
Beheading video sound you could put over it.
There you go.
And that wouldn't be
That's
as
insertion,
offensive.
The knife certainly goes into the neck. Sean and George, last week on Tosh.0, they showed a guy pissing in his own mouth, and that was on regular TV. Or Comedy Central, which is...
They're fucking amazing here.
It doesn't make any sense, and we lost that argument because
Elo.
It's kind of silly to even fight at this point. Elo looking like a fucking star on the Oprah show.
Yeah?
You know that dumb show I watched I told you, the reality show, the behind the scenes of Oprah?
Yeah.
Elo made his first appearance.
Oh, he did?
Petting Oprah's dog.
Really?
Or
I thought he was Oprah's dog.
Looking fucking young, man.
Yeah.
Looking real healthy.
Boy, this satellite radio was killing him.
It was killing him.
Holy shit.
He was all tan and had a good weight and brand new hip clothes on. And Oprah, you could tell. He was only on screen for maybe 2 minutes, but you could tell Oprah just loves him.
Loves him?
Loves Elo.
He was all fucking alcohol bloated and shit.
Bloated fucking. You could see the blue veins popping out up on his
fucking
face.
Bloodshot eyes every day. You'd see him. You're like, oh, God.
Huge gut.
She whipped him right into shape.
Falling over his belt.
Oh, the gut, yeah. Now he's all svelte, wearing good-fitting suits.
I believe he's a lot younger than us, but it never looked it.
I always thought he was like older than everybody. He just looked like utter shit.
He looked horrible. But man, you got to say, he looks great on, what is it called? Season 25. It's on the OWN channel. It's a little reality show, behind-the-scenes shit.
God damn.
So, and he made his first appearance. I've been in touch with him a little bit, and he goes, I'll be on that show eventually. I'm like, all right. And it finally happened, so.
What was he doing?
Just fucking.
Did Oprah introduce him as anybody, or like say, hey?
No, just reference him as Eric. Eric was mad at you yesterday, and then he comes in and blah blah blah, and she just smiling real big. And I don't think they work over there.
No,
I get the impression that they don't really work. I know Oprah doesn't work at all. She has a lot of producers that just hand her shit, and she just kind of is sort of like the puppet on TV. I finally figured out. Yeah.
And
kind
Elo,
of a puppet. And
what does Elo do?
And well, Oprah brings her dogs to work, and he's actually on his knees. You know how you like?
Oh yeah, hey,
really admire the dog.
Hey.
They're all just admiring Oprah's dog. Like that's a hell of a work environment they got.
Boy, he must be just counting his blessings.
He loves it. You could tell. He's in a good place.
He stepped off of this ship when the boat was just going underwater. The helicopter came down, the Oprah copter was coming down, and it sent that little hook thing for him, and he grabbed it the second his shoe was ready to go into the water from the ship just going under the surface.
Don't kill the messenger, but one of the last meetings I had with, or sit-downs with Elo, we didn't really have meetings. I met him for a cup of coffee, and his hair was pretty much falling out. His face was bloated. He was about 50 pounds overweight. His clothes were just hanging off his bloated body.
He was a wreck.
And he was explaining satellite radio to me and basically said, and this is what he said. Yeah. I don't want any fucking shit for this. He goes, satellite radio's never going to be successful. He said that.
I got to get the fuck out of here.
And I think that was his tell. I think that was his way of telling me, look, man,
I'm out of here.
I know we're all in this together, but I'm abandoning ship soon. He didn't say it officially,
just leaving.
But I think that was his way of going, look.
Yeah.
If you want, you could follow me because I got a dinghy. It's going to be outside soon, and I'm jumping.
No way I'm staying on this boat.
But he could see it. He was literally pulling his own hair out.
But, dude, not only...
Because he wanted it to be successful, and he believed in it.
Not only did he take the life raft, he aimed at the iceberg, hit it, and then did what that one guy did and pushed the women and children out of the way. It was despicable.
Yeah.
You think he made sure he was first in line?
He stepped on the face of a hungry child to grab the bottom. It's despicable.
He was dressed like a woman. Yeah, just to get in there. Hi, oh please, my baby.
You think he was the only man that made it to the
the only man. Ducking his head down in shame.
Among women and children.
Yeah. As the fucking SS Oprah comes and picks him up.
Yeah. Poor Nate didn't have a shot.
No, please.
No.
Oh, good. That went down.
Just waving at us as we're still on the ship.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I'll send a raft for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Are you?
Thanks.
Are you?
The band's playing as we're just slipping beneath the surface.
Not only did he fuck us, he decided to go to a place where we would never work at. You always have this dream when you like a guy and he moves on, you're thinking, hey, he's gonna call us. He's gonna take us with him.
Yeah.
He fucking picks Oprah.
Nothing.
There's nothing for us over there.
No door to hang on to in the freezing water. No. Nothing.
He'd be the one kicking our fucking knuckles off the door.
Get the fuck off my door.
Right. But Elo, remember?
Totally despicable.
But with that said, he looks just amazing on this reality show that's on OWN.
Yeah.
It's worth taking a look just because you think you know Oprah and you watch the show. And
yeah.
Watch it for yourself. Why are we talking about Oprah?
Emo should be his name.
Somebody said, oh, okay, Scott in Jersey. Scott, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey.
Hey, before you guys know it, you guys aren't going to have a replay because they're not going to let you put on the radio in the afternoon what you do in the morning.
I love that. I love that you're joking, but that has happened.
I was serious.
No, oh, you're serious? Well, we've done things in the morning that went out there, and then they take it from the replay, like they try to erase that it ever happened. And my argument's always been, look, it's already out there, so if it's going to cause a problem, it's going to cause a problem. You know?
Damn bottom feeders. They're terrible.
They're just despicable.
They are. It's disgusting.
All right, thank you, sir.
Enjoy your day, boys.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we enjoy it. I enjoy doing this. It's just silly though.
Yeah.
It's really just silly.
But not being able to play audio that was already, especially with this, it's the biggest story in the country.
And we had really good audio.
Yeah, like
really good stuff.
Exclusive stuff. So. Exclusive.
Despicable thinking.
What was the official explanation? I would like to hear that. Who talked to the guys? Was it Travis?
I don't know.
Their official explanation was that they're boobs. They said, we're boobs. We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Fools.
So true.
We did have Tiger Blood Radio over the weekend, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, enough said. That makes
Hear about
sense.
that?
No.
Oh.
What was it?
Jimmy would appreciate that.
Tiger Blood?
There was a channel that dedicated Charlie Sheen all weekend.
Whole channel.
You know. You missed a lot, Jimmy.
Wait.
Jimmy's face is
what
priceless
channel was
right
that?
now.
It was called Tiger Blood Radio.
That's here.
It was. I think it's
it was for the weekend.
Is it one of these channels?
They played.
It wasn't our channel. No.
They played clips of.
No, what's going on with Charlie?
Yeah.
Was that 101?
No, he wouldn't want to fucking deal with that. He actually had a good idea. He said
that's right. That's what I was asking.
He had a good idea because he got to talk to Charlie, and he said, "Look, we'll set up something where if you want to just talk, you could go live on our channel.
Great idea. Break in or whatever it is. Yeah,
and that of course is smart.
And also that Kimmel appearance I saw online. It was a weird, fucking hologram. But it looked like he was on the couch. Sooner or later, TV is going to be different. You're not even have to be there.
Oh, that was bizarre. Yeah.
Wait, they had him on the couch?
He was, yeah, but he looked like he was really there.
He was green screened. I guess from New York.
Was it live?
It was recorded.
It was in New York.
Wait, I'm confused. So Jimmy Kimmel not made believe.
No, everybody knew it was green screen, but he was in New York, and but they actually superimposed him onto a sofa. So Jimmy's looking right at him. It looks like they're actually sitting next to each other.
It looked like they were sitting next to each other.
That's fucking
It looked like he was just
man.
on the couch next to the desk
doing an interview.
Yeah. And then one.
All right, so Jimmy wasn't playing off audio that Charlie already did. It was an actual interview. But Charlie wasn't there. The green screen.
No, Howard. I think it was Stern.
Yeah, it was Howard's interview.
Oh, okay.
When he was on, I didn't see. There was a.
All right, I'm so confused. Okay, so Howard did an interview with Jimmy,
but he was in New York.
Gotcha.
And I saw a minute of it, and the intrigue in it was they said, "It looks like he's really there," whatever the caption was. And when you're sitting there looking. When he's sitting there looking at Kimmel, you could see it was a little off because it was too sideways, a sit.
What a great idea.
I thought it looked weird from the beginning because I was like...
What, did he acknowledge that it was green screen?
Well, everybody knew. Yeah. I'm sure that they all know it. It's not good enough where you think you could fool people, but it's just different than doing a split screen.
Smartphone, too. Please welcome the king of all media.
Last time they...
Charlie Sheen certified galactic wizard Howard Stern.
And then he walks out. You can tell it's green screen.
But he's actually walking out. It looks like he's on the fucking set.
Now he's sitting in a chair. He's not really there.
He looks like a blind person from the side. That's how a blind person would sit.
You look fantastic, and let me tell you, that bit on the horse was amazing. I've never seen anything like it. It could have gone on another 10 minutes, I'm telling you.
See, but he's not really there.
I know you're very excited to be here, and I appreciate that.
You know what, Jimmy? I don't want to seem like I'm an arrogant guy or something's wrong with me. But
it's slightly off.
It's slightly off. Like Jimmy Kimmel's looking over the top of his head.
Well, Jimmy's looking at a screen.
Yeah.
You can tell he's looking at a screen.
They wanted me to go out and promote
he's looking at the
feed. On a cell phone.
That's amazing.
Right? And I want to be a team
Kimmel
player,
moved his head slightly to the left.
Yeah, it would be perfect, but...
To sort of go out
and there's a green tinge to
I'm a guy, I support my
Howard
company.
There.
I'm the guy.
But that's not natural.
No, exactly.
That's not a natural.
But his hand is on the couch.
The couch is there.
The couch is part of the fucking thing that they superimpose.
He's sitting on a chair.
That's like the one.
And that chair is in the middle of a big green room with the floor and walls and everything is green. And then they just key out the background.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, but when he's looking sideways, that's how like a blind person looks just kind of odd. Like the motion of the blind person.
Yeah,
they don't turn their head. That's the only. But head on, it looks amazing.
Did they tell people it was a green screen?
Later on, they did like a kind of a bit where they're almost trying to kiss each other, going into commercial break. And you could see they're kind of going through each other.
Jimmy actually has become, believe it or not, a real friend
and
of
then,
mine. What it reminds me of is...
And then they show him in the green screen room.
Dude, that's fucked up.
He wasn't feeling well that morning. He told me. It was really weird.
He told you.
We chatted outside the bathroom for a
little chat.
He said he was ill.
Yeah.
We made out.
Little chit chat.
I wanted to catch it.
But now you don't have to fly to L.A. to do TV shows.
Yes,
and
I
he
do.
even did like a throw. You know how
I
Jimmy
certainly
Kimmel does
do.
the throw the ball thing, the pitch.
Well, how do they...
And again, it's just,
I see.
yeah.
You just cut to Jimmy Kimmel, and anyone could have been throwing that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty wild. That's fucking wild, man.
Yeah.
That's going to start something.
And then you could tell like the size difference because Jimmy Kimmel towers over him, which never would happen.
That's funny.
Right. Huh.
Yeah, very cool,
innovative.
cool technology.
But imagine
no
2
one's
years
done
from
that
now,
before.
how fucking smooth that will be.
Yeah.
Kimmel's producer that was tremendous. Whoever thought of that is genius.
Kimmel's very,
he's very,
him and his staff.
they're
very
web savvy, smart.
Innovative.
Yeah. They are. They're good, man. That's going to be perfected soon.
Then you see he picks him up and throws him or something.
Oh, see, but right there, he's not really picking him up. See, how can he throw him? He's not really a smart. It's bullshit. He didn't just do that.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, I thought you meant Charlie Sheen, but okay.
No.
Now I got it. I got it.
With all that technology, all I would do is green screen myself in better places than Kimmel's couch. Like with my face in a girl's ass, with fucking logs on me, but then I'd get up, I'd be wearing a tuxedo.
I liked when you were over the house with doing the compound thing where you wrapped yourself in the green blanket.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just your ass floating
Exactly.
in midair.
It was delicious radio.
Just Jimmy's ass
That
floating.
may sound despicable to most people, but it was delicious radio.
Delicious.
Time.
Yeah. A judge throws up.
Hey,
where you going, honey?
What happened?
Ants on the floor.
You all right?
To plug something in.
Oh.
What's going on?
Plug in my computer and it says.
What happened?
Says, your battery. It's dying.
What do you plug in? Hopefully you're holding water at the time.
No, that would be very dangerous.
We got local news having a completely different take on the Charlie Sheen thing.
Oh, really?
Just kind of like we were discussing.
Yeah.
Charlie's becoming a joke, and
yeah, please.
And people think he's actually out of his mind, but he's kind of playing a character that he's out of his mind.
Yeah.
And we will admit, once again, at any moment, he could be out of his mind again. But he's not at this moment.
No, he's playing it. It's a work. It's a work.
All right, but
Charlie Radio, huh?
Yeah, Charlie.
No.
What was it called?
Blood Tiger Radio.
Tiger Blood.
Tiger Blood, sorry. Tiger Blood Radio.
Tiger Blood Sex Magic.
You would listen to that.
Not even if it was real dripping tiger blood. Although they couldn't do that because there's fluids. Fluids.
That's a good idea.
Just play dripping tiger.
Fox reports on Charlie on the roof of the building.
Okay.
The statement and the blathering comes as Sheen's behavior gets increasingly erratic. Look at this. He's on the roof.
Blathering?
Yeah, and he's got a bottle in his hand. Presumably that's liquor there. He said he had a...
Presumably that's liquor.
Presumably that's liquor?
You fucking idiot. Yank him off the news.
There was nothing indicating
That's what he
booze.
wants you to think, you stupid fuck.
That's like the whole thing is that he's not drinking. He's just trying to get some kind of sponsorships with everything he drinks.
He's on
naked beverages.
He's on the roof of the Live Nation building, so maybe he did a meeting with Live Nation, okay?
Yeah.
And then they probably said, yeah, go on the roof, do a little Conan thing. Yeah, here's a machete. Here's a prop. And, well, you got your tiger blood, wherever the fuck you're drinking. Yeah, bring that up there, too. The media will eat this shit up and think you're drinking and out of your mind with the machete. And, of course, the news steps right into it.
Presumably that's liquor there. He said they said he had a machete and actually tiger blood in his hand. And he claimed to have a top secret meeting with friends.
He doesn't have tiger blood, you idiot.
They're dumb.
They really don't look into. They're taking everything he says completely literally. It's just him.
He officially doesn't have actual tiger blood, you asshole.
And believe me, I'm not sticking up for Charlie Sheen. I think he's acting like a buffoon. But I am railing the news on this.
They're despicable.
They're dumb. They're uninformed.
He's presumably
we can get away with it, but
presumably
well, we're despicable too.
Presumably alcohol. And, so he has alcohol and tiger blood.
I can only assume he's been snorting cocaine, and presumably he's shooting heroin. And what I'm seeing, what facts do you have to back any of that up?
You're the news. Do a little research. Talk to your kids because you're obviously out of touch or something. They'll tell you what's going on. They're a little more fucking media savvy than the guys actually doing the news.
Duh. News. Snooze. Jews. Duh.
And they talk about...
I just got it. Booze.
Booze. Duh. Meh.
He talks about Charlie's webcast.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
Apocalypse, me, the jaws of life.
That's the name of a book Charlie imagines himself writing. He made the announcement during another rambling nonsensical.
Imagining himself
Imagines himself writing. It's like...
No, that was a goof too, idiot.
Yeah, it is.
It's not going to write
They're trying to make him sound like he's completely gone off the deep end and everything he says is some delusional, like, lock him up quick, he's completely insane. That's what he wants you to think.
Himself writing. He made the announcement during another rambling nonsensical Ustream performance on Sheen's Corner last night. Sheen, as you can see, just looks awful. His hair is a mess. His face is gone. He's got some deep circles. At one point, he drinks from what appears to be a liquor bottle.
How does it appear to be a liquor bottle?
This is so irresponsible.
He even said it wasn't liquor.
All you have to do is watch the thing and realize it's not liquor. And you also realize that he fucking made his hair fucked up.
Yeah.
Because he knows that people only want to see a crazy version of himself.
Wait, what's the liquor? The presumed liquor?
It was a point where he was drinking something, and then he goes, I'm not going to show what this is unless you pay me. And
Who said it was liquor?
Nobody.
That's despicable.
And not even him. He wasn't saying it was liquor, and it presumably wasn't liquor.
Right. Most likely it wasn't liquor.
No.
At one point, he drinks from what appears to be a liquor bottle. It is the third installment of his online show. He doesn't mention being fired, but he just appears to be unraveling. It's unbelievable.
By the way, are we allowed to say appears to be? Because then maybe I could say that guy's hair appears that there was a cock in it recently. And that's my opinion. His lips are shiny. It appears that pre-cum is on his mouth.
It appears to be.
It appears that there's pre-cum on that man's mouth.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but he used to be a reporter that reported from dumb potholes and stuff, and they gave him a big promotion to sit behind the desk. He sucks. He's horrible.
He appears to be horrible.
No, he's horrible.
No, he's horrible.
He's horrible.
Well, he moves in his seat in a way that appears he has cum leaking into his undershorts. Since we're allowed to say that, you can say that it appears that there's liquor.
It appears.
I can say that while you're reporting, it appears to me, in my opinion, that you have cum leaking into your shorts and pre-cum on your lips.
Yeah. It appears that he's had a big cock in his ass all night because it appears that he's very kind of nervous in his seat.
Yes.
Jumpy, which would lead me to believe that it appears that his asshole is chafed.
Possibly is a word they use when they want to sneak something in, these fucking cunts.
Yeah.
Like possibly liquor. Well, it's possibly anything.
Yeah.
Any liquid except for nitrogen, which would fucking, is that what it is?
Liquid nitrogen?
Yeah.
Would be very cold.
Yeah,
yes.
and the bottle would break.
He read it completely wrong.
Yeah.
Completely.
It appears.
Oh, here, look.
Of time. Warner Brothers cutting ties with the troubled actor who wasted no time talking to his newly launched webcast to rant about it. Fox 5's Carolyn Gussoff is in the newsroom with the story this morning. He looks like he hasn't slept in days, Carolyn.
Yeah, he doesn't look well. A lot of people speculating he might actually be sick. Rosanna and Greg, things seem to be going downhill fast for Charlie. Yesterday, the actor, as you said, was fired from his hit show 2.5 Men. Something that didn't seem to bother him, judging from episode 3 of Sheen's Corner on Ustream. He seemed to be more interested in making money, not so much the job.
Figures, okay? Okay, great. Well, as it should be, duh, we're still getting gypped.
Have you had your breakfast yet, my friend?
No, I'm smoking a cigarette and drinking something I won't reveal. Unless they pay me.
Well, there he's talking to his friend and so-called tweet master, Bob Marin. Charlie's hair is a mess, and you can see how gaunt and pale he looks. It's the third installment of that online show. At one point, he actually goes ballistic over planes making noise flying overhead and threatens to change his phone number because people keep calling him.
Let me just say, free at last. Free at last.
Let's go with the black guy in the back.
A brief moment of clarity there, and that's basically as good as it gets.
Brief
Just
moment
moments
of
earlier,
clarity.
the actor was waving a machete at the top of the Live Nation building in Beverly Hills, where he claimed to have a top-secret meeting with friends. That kind of behavior showing why Warner Brothers made the decision to let him go. In a letter to Sheen's lawyer, the studio said, quote, "Your client has been engaged in dangerously self-destructive conduct and appears to be very ill." Sheen, replying via a statement to TMZ, says, quote, "This is very good news. They continue to be in breach like so many whales." He goes on to say, "It is a big day of gladness at the Sober Valley Lodge, and I never have to put on those silly shirts for as long as this warlock exists in this terrestrial dimension." Those silly shirts referring to his character's bowling shirts on Two and a Half Men. And by the way, Greg and Rosanna, in one of his recent tweets, he says that he's hiring an intern and accepting applications. And I'm just watching on the internet, some media observers are suggesting this morning that this intern search and this whole meltdown could be just an elaborate publicity stunt.
Oh, you tag the end of the broadcast.
What does he need the publicity for?
I don't know. For his next film. You know, he still thinks he's going to be in that
Keep talking,
Little League movie.
dummy.
The Major League, which was terrific.
Yeah, he's thinking that he's going to be doing the third installment, so who knows? But you know, it all boils down to, thanks so much, Carolyn.
It appears that guy has cum all over his forehead.
Whether they're going to finance him
holding
or not.
his Phil Collins.
My understanding with Charlie Sheen is the guy shows up for work. He acts like he's ridiculous when he's not there, but he's professional on set. That's been his reputation for a long time.
In the past, have kept himself together. Right now, he seems a little out of control.
Yeah, sure does. All right, well, we'll...
What did you see how in control he was when he went in for the meeting?
Of course.
He showered, his hair was perfect, he had a nice fucking suit on.
Yeah.
And then she said that only lasted a few moments, and then he's on the roof.
And he's crazy.
What, he went in
again.
there and did lines? No, he had a meeting with some people, and then said, "Look, I'm going to continue this character thing. I'm going on your roof. You got anything?
Crazy.
Here's a machete. Okay, I'll take that. And of course, I'll make believe my tiger blood crap or whatever is alcohol. And they buy into all of it. Of course he made his hair messy for his fucking Ustream cast.
Charlie Sheen, I like the fact he's yelling "free at last" when that was actually quoted by a guy trying to stop blacks from being water hosed,
right?
And fucking treated like and he feels as if he's in the same boat as them because he was fired from a $2 million a week gig for acting like a complete ass publicly and shitting on his bosses. I think blacks are going to have trouble feeling empathy.
I think so.
And kinship with Charlie. It's despicable.
All right, we'll break here.
10.
And we got Patrice O'Neill, who's going to be at Caroline.
He's also despicable.
Yes.
11.
We'll certainly talk to him next.
Sirius XM, the virus.
Charlie Sheen, baby. Patrice O'Neill in studio playing Caroline's this weekend. 212-757-4100. Are you doing the Thursday night?
What am I doing here? What?
You're doing Thursday night?
Yeah, man.
So they give you the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Yes.
So you're camping out there?
Yeah, I'm there I make my triumphant return to Caroline's Comedy Club.
Once again, not being retired. That retirement thing, we were all happy for you.
I was thinking about playing the lottery. I'm getting out of this chicken outfit.
Where did the rest of the guys go?
They just gone. It's confusion. It's just gone.
Yeah.
Let me state this right now.
Charlie Sheen?
Charlie Sheen. But I'm gonna say,
what's your take? It's a weird take.
My take?
Yeah.
He's a free man. We should all be jealous of him.
Free at
man.
last, free at last.
He's a free man. We've seen a free man. You make fun of that motherfucker. But he's a free man, dude, and that's a great thing to be. But I don't give a fuck what he do.
You do agree he's not as crazy as the media is making him out to be, right?
I think that he is he's a peculiar guy, but who cares though? It's like I think he had been on whatever he's been on. He's been on Tiger Blood since the day one, and you don't understand, man. People who are cornballs. They don't get, to be really funny, man. You gotta have problems, man. Any funny guy without problems is just a douche,
right?
No one likes him.
The
you know
more
what I mean?
problems you have, the funnier you could be.
He's a fucking hilarious. Think of your funniest guys in history. They all had issues.
And they understood that at Warner Brothers. They knew they were dealing with a guy that had issues, but that's what made him great.
But something happened. I mean, I think he.
You really think he's happy that he lost that gig, though?
I don't. I think he's a free man, dude. I think he's free.
I don't think he wanted to be free at first.
I know. I think he's a free. He's free. Not. He's just a guy who he is what we all want to be.
No, fired.
A fucking freak. But I mean,
no way.
I mean, it's not about the gig. It's about his life. He's a free man, dude. Some people don't want to be. Some people feel comfortable being, in the position they're in. I mean, it's two things we're comparing. I'm comparing your spirit, and I'm not comparing his money. I'm comparing a day-to-day spirit. And he's doing what the fuck he wants to do. It doesn't bother me, and I think I'm jealous of the guy.
I think he's mad because the rules changed. I think they were completely aware, like you were saying, that Warner Brothers was aware that they're dealing with a guy that has some issues, but he came to work and he performed, and everyone was
he was fantastic.
It's like, as long as you perform, we don't care what you're doing on the side, and that's fine. But somewhere along the line, somewhere along the way, the rules changed. Whether he started fucking up bad at work or
I don't think the
what.
rules changed. I think it changed for people in the power position, man.
But then that's what got him mad. Like, what the fuck, man? The rules changed. You guys were okay with my lifestyle as long as everything was running smoothly at work.
And he betrayed the cartel, man. You can't betray the people that you are in cahoots with. There are no one thing in this game, and Mel Gibson to tell you, because Mel Gibson is at the top of the food chain, but you can't fuck with the people that you have aligned yourself with.
Yeah, we were suspicious about that. We didn't think he went too far.
They think he fucked with Jews, and that's who he aligned himself with, man.
Oh, yeah.
But that's who he aligned himself with.
He was fucking acting. It was like they tolerated a lot of shit from him, or a lot of stuff that was none of their business, but that would typically get somebody in trouble because of who he was. But if he wanted to be out, he didn't have to re-up. He's panicking that he got fired because, again, we've been on that end of it. Man, he lost a $2 million a week cakewalk.
Yeah, but maybe
it's like he had ex-wives and fucking kids. He's panicking.
You're in this business, Jim.
I think he's panicking.
It's like it's not a cakewalk. You know it's not a cakewalk, and you deal with life on this level, on the radio level. It's not cakewalk.
But nothing's a cakewalk, though.
Exactly. So it's like to compare money and your. I don't even want to be dramatic and say soul, but to compare your soul and money. It just, to me, it doesn't combine.
This gig is a cakewalk.
I like Patrice's take on this. It's a new twist that I haven't heard yet. And, yeah, this guy can now wake up whenever the fuck he wants. He's got enough money where he doesn't have to ever move out of his house.
That's not what I heard.
$2 million a fucking
He's still got platoon
week.
money.
I heard he did not have enough money, and again, I don't know how true it is.
Right, I mean,
but I know somebody that knows him, and I heard that he was in financial trouble actually a couple of years ago because he has ex-wives and he has a lot of bills to pay. He may be set for life, but he could have just not re-upped.
But who's not going to hire him now? As long as he didn't offend, I don't know where this guy Chuck Lorre is on in the cartel. Fucking
the cartel.
Well, it's a lot of cartels, man.
But he's talking about how he doesn't want to wear the funny shirts anymore, so he's going to get another gig where he has to wear funny shirts.
Don't ever fuck
where's
me,
he gonna
Charlie.
go?
Don't ever fuck me.
Okay.
He's got Major League 3 or another sitcom where he wears funny shirts.
Can I
maybe a reality show?
Can I say something like my carrier is AT&T or my I don't know, I'm doing commercials, but I just that's what I have, or even Comcast cable for my cable. You call them, they cut off. I guess Showtime. And at this point is to wearing funny shirts somewhere else. Showtime cut the movie channel off, so now the movie channel is alone without a package that you have to buy. And I'm like, well, why don't you just put movie channel out of business? No one's buying the movie channel outside of a package. And I go, look, if I have to pay for the movie channel and I want the movie channel, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave to go get fucked somewhere else. Because getting fucked by Comcast, I've been there with them for 6 years. So I'm not going to let you fuck me, and I know you. So I'll go get fucked by a new person and treated poorly, come in getting treated poorly, as opposed to you're going to my family, these people that you would rather fucking save the $10 a month instead of giving it to me. I probably paid you $75,000 over the last 6 years. You would rather see me go than to fucking give me that little thing. You don't see that I've been a loyal customer up to that point. You know what? I'm gonna wear the funny shirts at DirecTV.
But you can't
let DirecTV fuck me because I don't know that.
You saying I want to leave the thing and like I want to get fucked somewhere else. I understand that. But then the difference is when you continually are going everywhere and daring them to do it. It's almost like you're daring them to do it, and I think he overrated his value there.
It's scary.
They fired Tom Cruise. They'll fire him.
It's a scary game when you're dealing with these fucking people, dude. I deal with Jews.
Boo! Sorry.
I deal with Jews because one thing Jews don't let you do, they don't want you to be Jewish. Like, they don't make you join. You just have to make some money.
Black people don't want you to be black.
Say that again?
I said black people don't want you to be black. Even though it bombed the first time, I'll say it twice.
I fucking stunk. But they leave you alone. They leave you alone. So he's pissing off a group that lets you do what you do, right? Long as you do it, and they make a couple of dollars.
And you succeed. Yeah, as long as you're good at it and you're fucking working.
Something happened for you to. Like, for him to be screaming, something happened. For him to continuously be talking and all of a sudden, he done lost it. Something happened, man. He's either scared to death, because look at who he named in his fucking team of guys. Mel Gibson, Sean Penn. Legitimate, what they call Hollywood eccentrics, man. He aligned himself with. There's some fucking... Some strangeness going on because Charlie Sheen is the highest paid TV actor in the world. And that's, when you talk about the beast and being in the belly, I'm not even really in the mouth. You might be in the mouth being chewed up. But Charlie Sheen's in the belly when you're dealing with shit like that. You don't know what the fuck is going on in the shit people want you to do, man.
But they gave him a raise, and he's the highest paid guy in the game. I'm not saying
that raise is like that coffee in your fucking hand.
But how are they treated? I can't comprehend how they treated him bad. It was like when he fucked up. You know how it is with networks. He fucks up and he gets arrested for a knife, or he didn't have a knife, or whatever it was. They don't abandon him through any of that shit that he's pulled. All over these years, they don't abandon him. They don't publicly. Maybe they behind the scenes they could just stop it. Could we have advertising to sell? But they didn't abandon him. And then he just dared them. And Chuck Lorre.
But don't get that confused. He didn't just come out of nowhere and start saying fuck Chuck Lorre.
No, he was annoyed, and I'm sure he was probably annoyed for a long time.
His emotions got the best of him, and I think he felt like he was untouchable.
He felt like exactly.
You get to a point where you feel like you're untouchable. I hate to bring it back to us, but me and Ant, when we were at NAW getting ridiculous ratings for many, many radio stations, we truly felt untouchable. Like, we were getting yelled at, like, shut up. You're not going to fucking fire us. We felt untouchable.
You know why it's different for you two? You two guys
and then
are
the rules,
fucking Long Island assholes who you were untouchable.
We were, but that's why I brought the rules change, and we didn't realize that at the time, that the rules were actually changing in front of our eyes, but we didn't want to see that. We still thought we were untouchable.
You still have an excuse, though. You have an excuse because...
What's our excuse?
Your excuse...
We fucked up really bad.
Your excuse is that you're actual human beings who... have paved a path for yourself. So in reality, you look at this game like we worked hard and we got to where we had to be, which was legitimate thought. Charlie Sheen has been raised in this business, man. His father was a major player. His brother was a major player. He's not a fucking boob. He knows what's going on in this fucking game. He's just not like, golly gee whiz, I'm untouchable. This guy knows the deal.
He overplayed his hand. I think you're wrong. He overplayed his hand. He thought he was untouchable. It happened because you get into that same... I think he overplayed his... Because nobody wants to, especially when you can get out of the gig... Nobody wants to walk away or get fired from a $2 million a week gig. And I say cakewalk because when we've had trouble here, as much as I'll bitch about management, like this gig is a cakewalk compared to fucking having to be on the road to make the money. It's like I love coming in here, hanging with these dumbbells and having a good time. It's like the idea of losing this is fucking like fuck. Then you feel like you're floating on your own. He's never been fired publicly like that. I'm telling you, he's scared, man. Because when he had to talk about so-and-so, Remember what he said? He was on the phone. He goes, well, I guess they shouldn't have fired me. Like, we heard him talk after that about the firing, and you could tell he was fucked up and crazy, but he was also bothered by it.
Yeah.
It was almost like they had done what he dared them to do, and he didn't think they would.
I think it's both parts, though. I think he's kind of... You kind of rationalize it like, good, I'm free. This opens up so many possibilities.
But
and then in the back of your mind, you're like,
his from the $2 million.
No,
I'm just talking.
okay,
before he got fired, I'm just saying, the guy was doing something that's unheard of. And look, man, like Les Moonves, man, he's a boss. These guys. If this was the mob, dude, that's how you...
That's the Don.
Look at it. Where's Chuck Lorre in the mob? Is he a capo? Is he a boss? These guys, they don't give a fuck. You're meat. $2 million a week ain't shit. They offered Seinfeld $5 million a week. Then that was 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Probably 10, right?
That means if they offered him 5, he was probably worth $1 billion to them.
But to add to your discussion, Les Moonves paid Charlie a visit, was in his kitchen, this is documented, and said, look, man, just fucking, back off a little bit. Reel it in a little bit. Because they both understood.
Think of it like it's a mob.
He's like, back off. He goes, all I need to do is back off a little. I know what you're all about. I don't need you sober and all that shit. I just need you to back the fuck off a little. And Charlie chose not to.
But that's what we know. At
that point, there was still a chance.
Yeah. That's what we were told. That's what we know.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You're
right about that.
If you heard a story that fucking Mel Karmazin came and visited Anthony at his house, and it was just like, he goes, hey, Anthony, like, that guy is the guy. So he comes to you. It's not a fucking request.
But he didn't. He didn't fuck with Les, though. He didn't fuck with Sumner, and he didn't fuck with Les. He's not a dumb. You're right. He was raised in this business, but he also knows
how far he could have.
Sumner will dump Cruz. He will dump Charlie Sheen. Sumner will fire anybody because he's 90 and he doesn't give a fuck and he's a billionaire.
He felt like he knew how far he could take it.
He felt like he could fuck
and
with
then
Chuck
something
Lorre.
Changed. Maybe it is because of the drugs and the lack of sleep, and then his perception was off. And then
he was always that. And it was the #1 show on TV.
Yeah.
What are they going to do now? This is why this game it's a gangster business. When we talk shit about the Bridges, I try to keep my head low. I do. I try to be old crazy fat man and shit. I'm not trying to really know what's going on, dude. Because people ask you to do things, and they tell you to do things. Once you do it,
it's like the mob.
It's the mob. Hey, Patrice, do me a favor. Listen, we're gonna let you win an Oscar if you just do this. And you go, yeah. So if you're an avarice person and you want it all, yeah. But I like
a little more under the radar.
Like somehow Bonanno is still lived to be a ripe old age. Somehow, who's the other boss that lived to be a ripe old age?
The one who they thought was crazy, but it wasn't. Carlo,
the boss.
Carlo, not Carlo. The one in the Vincent the Chin Gigante.
No, not the Chin too. But the boss of the boss.
Paul Castellano. Who was shot?
For that family.
The guy walking around in the bathrobe?
The old one, Carlo Gambino.
Gambino lived to be, like, to figure out how to live to be a ripe old age in this game is the same thing. I look at this game like it's the mob, man. It's scary.
It is a good way to look at it.
I just stay as a capo and just go put in some work and
I'm an
back
earner.
off.
I'm a good earner.
But here's who Charlie... Okay, here's a great example. Charlie was Joe Pesci. He's a made man. Lorre was the Jewish guy, Ace Rothstein, who he thought, I'm a made man, I'm better than him. And I'm going to tell you something, Ace Rothstein fucking earned. And they didn't give a fuck.
They didn't kill him.
You cannot kill Ace. He wanted to fucking whack Ace, and he couldn't. And that's what this was. Because Chuck Lorre has fucking...
Because Charlie Sheen is a Puerto Rican when it's all boiled down to
Mike and Molly, and he's got...
he's got three hit shows.
You're not going to knock that guy out.
Who's Chuck? What's his other shows?
Fucking,
he just said Mike and Molly,
Big Bang, Mike and Molly, and How I Met.
Chuck Lorre. Those are Chuck Lorre's?
Yes.
Yeah, well, Charlie Sheen is somewhere in this fucking...
I think Charlie fucked up.
Somewhere in a freezer hanging up by the back.
He's got four hit shows.
Yeah, I think he just made a bad move, dude. He allowed his craziness.
You're not going to knock that guy out ever.
Especially since Charlie was being unpredictable. It was like, if we let him stay and he keeps going, what if he self-destructs? And what if a girl overdoses at his house? Like, then they start thinking that way. What if a girl fucking dies at his house doing coke? Then we have a public relations nightmare because everybody's like, you saw it coming, you saw it coming. They let him go. If he would have just pulled fucking back and talked to them off the air and said, look, I've been a little crazy, fuck it, he would have been fine. That's my opinion.
Jesus.
Yeah, he also created Grace Under Fire, Sybil, and Dharma and Greg.
The guy makes a lot of money for the
where
networks,
are
man.
all they? Where the fuck? And you heard Grace Under Fire. What's that bitch's name? Brett Butler. You heard she was trouble.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna see them no more.
We don't see them.
That's right.
Yep. Yes, sir, boss.
Yeah, that's it.
Those shows were pretty fucking successful. This guy's had a nice run.
You get your knuckles dirty. That's what you do. You either get your knuckles dirty or you try to move up in the game.
Damn, man.
And it's either Sonny Black or Sonny Red. You're going to get fucking Chuck Lorre's the crackhead, nigga. And it's
break it down. He just miscalculated, man. His
I think so, man.
It's something, you're simplifying this shit too much, man. There's something missing. I can't argue, but there's something that ain't right about this onslaught of Charlie Sheen, dude. He probably... this guy is powerful, man.
He's also fucking, don't forget he was smoking coke and he's on a long run of a long partying run. I don't think he's insane, but you really do have delusions of grandeur when you're doing that stuff. I mean, look at the insanity of doing that much coke and thinking you're going to be okay and you're not going to drop dead. I mean, that's not a sane way to think. That's a fucking, that's a loony way to think.
Yeah, that alone is crazy.
He literally was admitting he's on a CBS's #1 show and he's going, I was smoking a lot of rocks. And it's like, okay, you can do that, but that's just a dumb thing to do, knowing the business as well as you know it. If Pryor did what he did, but he was a stand-up, and he was a fucking, you know what I mean? He didn't. There's a difference between.
But Pryor was free too, and George Carlin was a free man too.
Sure,
because they were on the road to meeting the beast. You know what I mean? The top of the chain. But if you notice, Richard Pryor and George Carlin aren't famous for fame. They're famous for the love and respect people have for their material.
Pryor made a lot of movies. Pryor made a lot of movies,
not
though.
One
so he had to deal
put him
with...
there, though. Pryor used to do little, like, he did like Lady Sings the Blues, which was a big, for the black community, but in terms of 48 Hours or Beverly Hills Cop,
but he did
never.
You know how big that fucking dumb movie was? With
Stir Crazy was big. That was a great movie. That was big.
How huge was Stir Crazy?
Stir Crazy was big.
I love it, but how big was it for real?
That was huge.
Pretty big at the time.
In 6th grade, we were all walking around. I remember when that came out. Me and my buddy were walking around going, that's right, we bad. We were just doing the movie trailer. And my grandmother took me to New York to see it.
Oh, wow.
And she couldn't believe the language.
Really?
I'll never forget Gene Wilder quoting him going, yeah, because I kept going, shut up, cunt, I'm laughing. But Gene Wilder was writing, man, I don't fucking believe you. And I was like, oh, fuck, this bitch is going to make me walk out. But she didn't. She knew better.
Oh, wow.
She knew better.
That's
I let her jerk me off under the popcorn box.
Popcorn box? What did you say?
I wanted to say popcorn, but it felt so good coming out that I got all flustered. And I tripped. I'm tired.
Premeditated laughter.
I just
fucking asshole.
I fucking what am I going to do? I got a new CD coming out today.
Oh,
really?
Damn.
What's it called?
Despicable.
Why?
You know what's funny?
Jimmy,
people noticed that you've been
using. Of course they did.
People noticed that you've been using the word despicable all morning.
They didn't know why.
I hope Steve Carell sues you.
Now they do.
Why?
Some.
He did Despicable Me. I hope those people sue you for Despicable.
You look at the photo on the fucking cover of that, and you know exactly why I call it that. I'm fucking because my ugliness.
Yeah, Jimmy's new CD is out today. Very cool. Good news.
Well, hope it sells.
It'll sell.
I hope it sells 1 million copies.
Silver Streak.
Silver Streak was great.
Silver Streak was all right.
Yes.
Can I apologize to all iPhone users too? I got an iPhone.
Oh, you did? Are you digging it?
You bailed.
I bailed.
I bailed too.
My torch just made me physically ill.
Yeah.
And then I went and got an Android just to be different. And I tell you why I got rid of an Android. 2 things. One, I called Motorola. There was a feature that wouldn't allow me to stop the phone from saying who's calling. So it'd be like, call from Jim Norton. I'm like, this is not right. I'm digging through the phone till 1 in the morning, and they go, oh, AT&T must have put an app on it that we don't know about. And I call AT&T, they're like, we don't know. I go, that's 1. 2, it forces you to integrate everything in your life. It changes Twitter and MySpace and makes it this thing that you have to finagle. Like, it doesn't even allow you to not use Twitter or not use Facebook. It's there. And there's 14,000 apps on it. It was just too much going on with this fucking phone. Even though I liked it a little bit, it looked good, it felt good, No.
But you have the Atrix?
The Atrix.
That's right. I bought. Me and you were thinking the same thing.
You bought the Atrix?
I went Atrix. I'm loving it so far.
It just sickens me. It's just too. It was too much.
Too much.
I felt like an old man. I'm like, this is just. What is this shit?
Too much.
Too much, and it wouldn't allow you to.
Sad to say, I had to finally bail on the BlackBerry. I went to my guy again, and he's like, "Dude, it's over." He threw up the white flag.
The torch. I think the torch fucked them over bad, dude. Because I love BlackBerry, and then the only thing I don't like about this Apple is a couple little details, you know. But
why didn't you wait till Verizon came out with the new phone in a few months? Because I
got an AT&T, and I need a phone now.
Oh, okay.
So
makes sense. No reason to say that. No reason to say that. Like I just asked a totally ludicrous question. Like, why do you go to the bathroom once in a while? Like, after shit.
I gotta pee, you fucking asshole. Sorry, that's you're right. I cursed him out for no reason.
That's a pretty fair question.
Danny asked me that same question, like because Danny said it not like a regular question. Yeah. Danny said it like, "Men can poop. It's coming out in a month and 3 days." I'm like, I'm not fucking technical guy, but the iPhone doesn't let you do things with
like
ringtones.
Ringtones?
Yeah, like I want to.
You can get ringtones.
Yeah, I like ringtones, but they won't let you just take it from your fucking your iTunes or something.
Maybe they don't want you to be a teenage girl. They're looking out for you. You don't need ringtones.
But the ones they give you go doodly doodly doo.
I like that.
I don't like that shit.
Is that a cultural thing? I think.
White people are fine with doodly doodly
kind of moving on with
black people love ringtones.
I think black people like ringtones more than white people.
I'm not
I hate to be racial again.
Blowing money fast. Like if I had one, I would put Sarah McLachlan's "Born Innocent" as a ringtone.
Poor runny-eyed animal song.
That fucking sad bitch. I didn't realize the song "We Are Born Innocent." That song's called Aida or Ada or some shit.
Yeah.
She's just miserable.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get that as a ringtone.
Oh my God!
Why?
I don't know.
If what, the funeral parlor called you? If who called you?
Why would you have this as your ringtone?
Oh, it'd be great if they should have that every time when Bob calls.
Just making everyone sad around you when you're taking a call.
Yes. Oh my God!
I just wanted the hook. That's all.
How miserable is this?
But she's a miserable bitch. I know.
There's nothing happy going on in her life.
Who else do you want? Helen Reddy? Some Anne Murray? Mom?
What the fuck?
Mom. Come on, how can you not? This here. Just the hook is
good song.
It's beautiful, man.
You wouldn't be answering the phone. You'd just be listening to the ringtone.
Yeah.
It's like, answer the phone, motherfucker.
Yeah, every time you pick up, it's an animal crying.
That should be your ringtone.
You too can help.
Yeah, dog with 3 legs.
Thousands of animals are needlessly put to death every day.
Exactly.
You can help.
You take the phone out of your leather pocket.
My dog skin bag.
Picture a beaten kitten or a baby shell. Just listen to this and think of humanity.
Yeah, and picture your rug with kitten piss on it.
Kicking it across the room to this song.
I wanted to start off right there.
Why would you do that to yourself every time the phone rang? Yeah, listen to this every once in a while. It's all right, but every time your phone rings?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just reminds you of things, man. You should have your phone remind you of things, man.
Are you going through menopause or something?
I might be.
Yes.
I wake up crying. I can cry. My uterus hurts.
My phone does remind me of things every time it rings. Either I have to talk to my girlfriend, or I hope that's the massage girl who's going to jerk me off. It always reminds me of I have an appointment coming up.
And how do you expect Fame to call if you got that as your ringtone? Fame is blowing you off until you get a more
I don't have it yet.
Appropriate ringtone.
Because the fucking iPhone won't allow me to. I even bought a ringtone app. It's difficult to do. I don't fucking.
Yeah.
You know, I just want better ringtones.
That's hilarious.
Other than that, the iPhones have been okay to me. I don't know, but I miss BlackBerry. I do miss that.
The BlackBerry got so fucking dated, though. That little screen, the fucking keys.
Look, it's right here. Take a look at it.
Look at that thing.
And when
you
guys
gonna fucking watch videos on that?
When you guys were getting your iPhones, I knew you guys were taking the lead, but I'm like, all right, I'll hang in there because I know BlackBerry's going to do the right thing and they're going to be right back in the game.
What is that?
Yeah,
the Bold is the best. The best phone I ever had.
Yeah, the one you have.
The Torch.
The Torch. They said don't fucking buy that. My own cell phone guy told me.
I'm sad.
So,
I didn't think I would ever get rid of
click, 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 click.
That's the Storm. BlackBerry is shit. AT&T is shit. I would have went to Verizon and gotten anything. I would have got a fucking flip phone from Verizon.
That's what you have now?
No, I have AT&T, but as soon as that Verizon phone comes out, you understand? I can't wait.
It's not out yet?
No, but the new phone will be out over the summer.
Oh, okay.
I can't wait to fucking call them and go,
just say,
I'm done.
I wonder if enough people will do that.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't care.
I think a lot of people will do that.
They would rather, like, I bought a new phone before my upgrade time.
Yeah.
And they just wanted that little extra $100.
They want their money.
And I got on the phone and I'm like, I try to really have these drawn out, painful conversations with these people on the phone.
You fucking just work.
I want to psychologically.
Yeah, just break them down.
Like multiple MIGs. I want them to quit that fucking job.
I want them to feel what I'm feeling. I do the same.
Swallow their own tongue just so they don't have to talk to you anymore.
So maybe the next guy gets it a little easier after they hang up with me.
So a bitch goes, quite frankly, you sound like multiple MIGs. Not anymore.
No,
I make
not
anymore. I make it hurt. I make them get off their script and everything if they want to talk to me.
Here's what I do to them now. Here's what I do now.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Hello, we perform a wonderful customer service. I'm June. May I help you? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
They have to start over.
My phone was cut off. Shut up back there! Go ahead. Say what you was gonna say. Then I asked them, do they force you to say that? Is that something they make you do? You can't just say, well, sir, now they go, would you like me to call you Patrice or Mr. O'Neill? It's like, what do you want to do?
What do you? It's great having all the time in the world, isn't it?
What do you like to do? Well, Patrice, I don't like that.
No, I think Mr. O'Neill is better.
Mr. O'Neill, and say it right. Don't say how you say sir to me. I want you to say Mr. O'Neill.
Like Mr. O'Neill.
Can you imagine when you said, what do you want to do if she fired out the atomic bomb? And you had to do your phone thing while she addressed you as that? Patrice will be fine, miss. No, we've committed to this. And her voice got stronger. She developed a southern accent. She sounded like Rod Steiger.
Shit. I get a couple of them going, though. The AT&T, I go, look, can you just put somebody in the phone as a human and just on a human? I don't want to quibble and haggle over $200. I want to get a new phone. I don't want to leave AT&T. Don't force me to leave AT&T because I want a new phone. I don't want to pay $200. I don't.
Yeah.
Just get them on the phone. This $200 is a principle. And if you pay for any other method other than mailing it in or the internet, you got to pay fucking $4.95. If you do it over the phone with a person, $4.95. So I said, so if a million people, this is, some black girl in Shreveport, Louisiana. And I said, do you get any money? I said, you know what? I don't mind paying this to you because, good, because you need the money, right? Because you figure y'all have, 5 million customers? If a million customers paid over the phone like I'm doing, that's 5 million. What, every month? You get some of that, so that's cool.
You gotta
I don't get any of that, sir. What? They don't give you none of that shit? All right. This is terrible.
Killing them psychologically.
Oh, yeah, you are fucking them up.
Feeding them down.
You are multiple MIGs.
All she wants to do is go to lunch.
Yes. She doesn't want to do this.
Fuck her taking that job where she fucking tells me I got to pay $10 a month for fucking the movie channel.
It's fucking despicable.
Fuck you.
Oh, I want to ask Jimmy what his experience has been with Verizon.
I haven't switched yet.
What?
Oh, Fios. You know what?
Uh-oh. I want to hear about Fios.
Cable, one of the best phone calls ever made. Could you come this date and cut it off? Why, sir? I have a better service coming.
Oh, wow.
It's like telling a chick you break it up with her because her cunt stinks.
How do they try to keep you?
They didn't. The guy was great.
Wow. But they will call you back.
I'll say this.
But because you're dealing with the fucking the drones. You want to deal with the king bee. You want to get him.
I don't know enough about Fios yet. The app, I don't know how to fire up because it said I need to have a thing installed, but I do have a thing installed. My box is installed. So far, the picture quality has been very good. The guide is great. Comes up immediately. I'm happy. It's a little confusing.
Yeah,
so I'm not good with it yet, but I will.
To get the hang of it.
How do I fucking activate the app on the iPad? I have this app that's not activated. What the fuck do I do?
Really?
You just got to sign up for your account online.
But I did already, and it's telling me I don't have a set box. The fuck says set box?
What?
So that was a chick that you know you can fuck.
I don't punch him in the side of the head for that.
Come on. I liked it. Come on, Richard.
I did like it, but it just...
I really did just make that one up.
I hate him for saying it.
I know. You're all right, technically.
I liked it.
Yeah, so what? In stores now. iTunes, download it.
It's all in the delivery. It's all in the delivery.
I just want to whoop his ass for that shit. God damn it.
But I really don't know how to sign up for it. I did. I have an account online, and I'm trying to...
fucking Fios.
I probably could.
Yeah, they're pretty good with that. Walk you right through it.
It should be fairly easy.
I'm waiting to see how Jimmy
Why
likes.
is he walking around like a NASA scientist?
He's got his
Why, Jimmy?
Well, I came from a trip.
His iPad and his MacBook Pro.
I want to know how Jimmy's Fios is because I'm waiting, and then I'm going to get it. I'm waiting for you to have it for a week or two to see the pluses and the minuses.
I predict it took him a long time to hook it up because it's brand new in the building, and there's a couple of quirks in the system, but the texts were great. Like when I was annoyed that someone in the office had messed up my appointment and not, but the tech guys got it fixed. They were great.
And y'all can't do direct TV in your building, right? They can't have a bunch
we
of
probably
fucking
can, but I don't want it. Who
dishes.
wants it? I want Fios. Light!
Yes, the speed of light.
I want light. I want light. I don't want cables and copper.
Is light fast?
What do you have?
It's like that.
Light's pretty fast.
I got Time Warner right now. I hate it.
Light that's fucking carrier pigeon.
But do you hate it or you just hate the arrogance?
I hate it. My fucking internet pops off at least 2 or 3 times a week. I got to reset that. And then, like Ant jokes about, with the is happening more and more. I don't know what the
pixelated picture where it goes, well, I thought we would go to the restaurant.
And the new thing,
it's all pixelated and the sound fucks up.
And the new thing, which has only happened in the last 6 months or so, the audio just drops out without the.
Oh, that's great.
For about 5 seconds.
That's great.
Just drops out.
They've overextended their system.
Is that what that is?
You know what's very funny, though?
Their nodes are all full.
These people created a system for us to really enjoy ourselves, and we're like, fuck you sons of bitches. And it's like, where's the other guy that invented TV for me? Like,
you know why, though?
We're lucky there's not only just Time Warner.
Right.
I'll answer that question. When cable was only $20 a month, who gives a fuck? We're paying a lot of fucking money for their service, and it's a bad, and their service sucks.
I'm paying the 200s, man.
I'm in the 200s.
What Patrice was saying earlier, though, where you want to say fuck you and get fucked by the new person, that was my logic for initially getting Fios. I was getting Cablevision. And I was with Cablevision since cable came to Long Island, like fucking a million years ago. It was only Cablevision.
With the small black box, just with the 2 buttons.
With the 2 buttons and a key on it. You got to turn a key
and
like
the remote
a fucking
was the same size as the fucking thing on the TV.
Yeah. I was there, like, since then. And then I realized, why the fuck have I been so loyal to this company when they've done nothing but fuck me over, not take care of my customer service problems, nothing, just nothing. So I got Fios, and I called, I canceled. They came back. They came back and tried to get me back. They were like, we will give you 6 months free. Just come back. And I went, no. There's no.
You know what? That's our Egypt and our Lebanon is one day we're just going to all stand up and just say no. Fuck a company.
Fuck fuck you.
But it goes back to the loyalty thing, which makes me laugh every time. It's the Chinese restaurant all over again. I've been with you since you invented cable. You can't throw in one channel for a little while or do something.
I can't believe they was going to
just stop the pixelating.
Give me a coupon, something.
I talked to this guy and then I got to the point too. I know who the fuck is going to be good or not on the phone. Like, I know exactly, like, who's perfect on the phone. I would say if I hear an older white woman, chances are to be decent.
Yeah.
If I hear any straight man, chances are to be a decent call.
Right. Uh-huh.
Gay guys, horrific on the phone.
Bad customer service.
Gay white and then trickle down to gay black, gay Puerto Rican. it's bad news.
I can't help
Black
you.
girls, it's a crapshoot.
Oh,
you might get one that's
you can't get one
phenomenal.
in a million. Yeah, 1 in a million.
Or one that says "fuck you."
But a lot of times it's just every problem I've ever had has been like, did you unplug the set-top box? Did you plug it back in? They go down the flow chart.
And then go to the back and read me the IME. Bitch,
Yeah.
I'm not fucking yanking this shit out the wall.
What do you think?
If you want to turn it off, you just push your button, bitch.
Yeah.
Push the on
your
button.
stupid button.
What do you think?
Push
I got
your
this shit
buttons.
sitting on a TV tray in front of my fucking TV?
You got the info right in front of you. Push the fucking button.
This shit's installed professionally in a fucking cabinet. I ain't gonna start looking in the back with a flashlight on my head.
It's in the wall, bitch. I don't know what the IME number is.
Can't get FiOS.
Who can't?
Get me.
Why?
They don't got my Islanders, and now that I'm a fan of the Knicks again, no Knicks in HD. Can't do it.
What?
Why don't they have that in HD yet?
Because
contractual stuff.
Yeah, because Cablevision owns MSG.
Owns MSG. It's their fucking
Verizon,
fault.
yeah, Verizon actually took them to court because Cablevision purposely will not give them those HD channels.
It's rough to watch.
Cablevision's a shit
HD,
service,
man.
and they're trying to fuck people getting a good service.
I need my Knicks and Islanders in HD.
So you said fuck Cablevision.
No, I was with Time Warner, but I said fuck them, and it
Why
felt
though?
wonderful. Because the same things Anthony talked about.
Yeah.
They would double charge me for pay-per-views. They would that fucking noise. That my internet would crap out, and I want light. Do you understand? I want lickety-split.
Light.
I want fucking quick. I don't want to share my fucking connection. I want light.
Could you describe light for everybody?
I push the button, and there it is. Fast! It's light. How am I going to download? Fast! Download it! Wow. That's how I want
Is
it.
internet really super fast?
Fast!
Yes.
That fast.
Do we need faster?
Yes, we
we
do.
Yeah.
Yes, you ever tried jerking off and the fucking scene is just halfway there, and the girl at the Adam's apple is just lifting her dress up. You're like, oh, for Pete's sake!
And you get a buffering situation. Fuck.
And here's how fucking cool. Here's how cool the Verizon, the FiOS people were. They.
Oh, you have FiOS now too.
Hey,
Oh
inspired
yeah.
me.
I fucking told Cablevision to take a fuck hike. Just get out of here. And they had to come take all their fucking equipment away.
I don't like the way you almost used an old lady expression, but threw in fuck. Like you were gonna say take a hike, but you realize how fucking awful that was.
Yeah, I had to put in fuck
Take
hike.
a fuck hike.
Take a fuck hike.
Take a
I
long.
think as a man of leisure, you should just call. I would call probably for a good month and just
keep
let them know
telling.
I left.
Well, occasionally they come back. They come back and try to get me to come back. And I talk with them, and I love talking, very calm, cool. And I tell them, I go, no, your service just wasn't good. And they go, we'll give you this. I go, you could tell me you're giving me lifetime cable for free. I go, you could tell me that. Why do I want something bad for free when I could pay what I want for something good? And they get so.
But you
like,
got to be careful if FiOS gets really popular, because then it'll be the
fuckos.
same.
They'll go that way.
They got to look though.
And then the service will be bad because
Corporations can't help themselves. They all go that direction.
You know what they did though? Here's what they did for me, and it was great. I was having a problem. I was like, wait a minute, I'm noticing the same pixelation I was getting with Cablevision when I first had FiOS installed. And I was like, motherfucker, what the fuck is it? I called them up. They came by, did all kinds of tests on the line, and they said something like, you got more data flowing in and out of your house than NORAD. So they brought another whole fucking router, a whole new system in at no additional cost. One just runs my fucking computer data. One runs my fucking video and TV and shit.
Mr. fucking Cumia.
And I'm like,
I guarantee you, Mr. fucking Bloomin' fucking Zibba that lives next door didn't get that.
Wouldn't have gotten that?
They know you, Mr.
You know
Cumia.
what, though? No,
You're taking
they
power
know.
away from your neighbor at this point.
No, they know I needed.
Their lights are
I
dimming
wanted the
all the
internet.
time.
I needed. It has to work. They got to
know
make
you.
it work.
Yeah. They fucking know you.
They got to make it work.
Well, they're like, no one's ever
I don't know.
needed this much power before.
No, Patrice's right. Somebody got to them and said, look, this guy has brought a lot of people to FiOS with him.
They know you. They just don't.
Dude, a whole bunch of people,
fuck with you.
whole bunch of people
you.
marched
Well,
right
that's good.
behind you when you changed to FiOS, and they know that. Patrice is right.
I don't think other
bet you
people
they
are
don't
running
bring-
compound shows out of their house.
But I bet you they don't bring
Data
all that.
flying in and out.
They don't bring all that equipment for just the regular guy. No,
No.
way.
Your next
12
door neighbor.
computers
They know
running
you.
constantly at my
No,
house.
Patrice is
They're
right.
not that nice.
And the next
Yeah.
time Cablevision comes to your house, you got to open the door with a FiOS hat and T-shirt on.
Hello, how are you? How are you today?
Oh, no,
I got a
give me a
$3,000 refrigerator for $17.99 or something like that.
Oh.
Right? But I said, wow, Best Buy is really sweet company. You really did your best. And as I leave, the guy's like, I
We know you.
I didn't want to bother you. I go, it's good to be me, motherfucker. Thank you. It's not good to be this nigga that's paying $3,000 for
You know
it.
what? When I went to go get my iPhone, I walked past a fucking line and a half.
Oh, it's great.
I walked in. I got like a 20 or 15% discount.
I didn't get that.
It was fucking. It was
And
just.
and
then
you
you walk
should get
out, and
charged more.
people are looking like motherfucker. I'm on my iPhone when people have been. I'm walking past people that have been waiting 8 hours on a line, and I'm walking out going, yeah, I just fucking walked in.
Did you sing the line bypass song?
What's the line bypass song?
I'm bypassing the line to get my phone. Yes, I am.
And you're not.
That's the
you're
song.
not.
I'm bypassing the line to get my phone. Yes, I am. And then you just change it to I bypassed. You just swap out the fucking ing for D.
I bet the people online love that. When I want my iPad on Friday, I'm just gonna walk in. I'll be like, "How you doing?" So and so. I just say so and so just to not get him in trouble.
Steve J.
And it's like, oh. It's like, oh, how you doing? Yeah, we'll take care of bleep, 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 bleep. There you go, Anthony.
Are you getting it Sunday?
Love the show.
When's it come out?
Friday.
And what are you doing with your old one?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Send it to China. Have the kids take out the take out the mercury.
Yeah, the mercury. They suck it out.
Have you
and
ever seen
spit
that
it
shit?
into a cup. Yes.
Holy shit!
They walk on these
Holy
mountains
shit.
of old fucking computer equipment, just picking circuit boards up and peeling little pieces of silver solder off of it.
This is the problem with the belief in God. I do believe, but God damn it. Can you just do something to stop these people from taking advantage of babies?
Ben Affleck's
taking fucking
care of that.
mercury.
Don't worry about it. Ben's got
Ben
it.
Affleck's taking care of the Congo for some reason. Ben Affleck woke up one morning and said, I am bored shitless.
I need something.
What can I do? And he spun a globe. And he just thrust his finger into the globe and went, the Congo
is mine now.
Let me see if there's a problem. And he realized, wow, there's a big problem.
It's huge.
Now he's calling Bob Dole's wife and shit or some shit. Or, John McCain's wife. It's like, yeah, I'm interested in the Congo. We need to get Obama on the Congo and do it. Fuck the Congo. How about you take care of this country, Ben Affleck?
I mean, this country's pretty. I think the worst of the worst in this country that could not. There are no children taking apart my cell phone. I got 8 cell phones in my drawer, and now they got this thing. We buy cell phones $200, up to $200. So I'm like, whoa, they got $1,600 in this drawer.
It's a nice little
but there's a child sitting Indian style,
plucking,
just taking
circuits.
Whatever piece of
they could use, right?
Silver that you use to fucking solder against some wire.
Kid doesn't know what it's used for. It's some magical thing.
Evil Ming Dynasty villain who's smoking a cigarette with a fucking long filter, and he has the parents held hostage. Or the kid, there's some kid waiting to lead a rebellion, and he's fucking rising up. It's just
like all them kids digging for that rock in the Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom when they're all in the caves. That's like exactly what the fuck they're doing over there with computer parts.
Oh my God.
Picking little pieces of solder. Oh, look, a diode.
But this shit is coming to the front door. All this Libyanness, all this Egyptianness. All of it's coming to here at some point. They're going to get us.
Supposed to be some outrage.
They're going to fucking get us.
All right, with that, why don't we take a break? We got Patrice in studio, killing once again for us. Caroline's Thursday through Sunday, huh?
Let's plug this heavy. I don't know when I'm going to see you guys again.
212-757-4100.
Yeah.
Are you?
This thing should sell fucking out.
Of course it will sell well. It's tonight's on Thursday.
It's my triumphant return. Finally, Patrice has come back to Caroline.
It's been a while. Huh?
Finally.
But they were saying, like, this. Why will you, after shows, are you going to be selling my CD, Despicable, which is in stores now? People just go to iTunes and download it.
If anybody's waiting for Despicable,
I want everybody who goes to Patrice's show to say hello to him and request purchasing my CD.
It won't happen. It will not happen.
Please try to purchase my CD from Patrice. He will have some, and he's a good friend.
It's out today. Jimmy's
wipe
new CD.
my ass with the hard case.
As you should.
Sirius XM. The virus. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony Show.
That really. Patricia O'Neill in studio. Caroline's 212. Did that way too quickly. Caroline's 212-757-4100. Patrice's going to be there Thursday through Sunday.
My outer retirement tour. One day Thursday, which will be you people. You will get the best show because you will get the practice show.
You'll get the nice fresh Patrice.
You'll get the let me do some new shit and see how it goes for the other people's show.
And then by Sunday, you're enough of this shit.
Sunday show is the. Come on, folks, let's be honest.
Enough already. You should have bought tickets before now.
I mean, you're the same people who went to see the movie on Sunday, so let's be honest here. I'm a Sunday movie. I can't wait. I might not do the 2 shows on Friday so I can see Battlefield Los Angeles, motherfucker.
Yeah, is that coming out Friday?
Friday.
Fuck, I do want to see that.
So I think I'm going to be at Caroline's Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
Skip out on Friday.
I'm bullshitting you, literal motherfuckers.
That'll just be another disappointing thing, I think, though.
You think?
Like, it looks cool.
Can one of these movies be fucking...
I wish.
What it's supposed to be.
Independence Day, the first half.
Yeah.
I think it still gives me the excitement chills.
The big fucking ships and we're fucked. And,
up to the Statue of Liberty raped. That's up to where it's after the destruction and the fucking bottom's closing back up.
Yeah.
Then after Bill Pullman takes over,
then
it
it's
becomes
just
the worst movie.
You'd all be dead if it wasn't for my son David.
Here's the part I can't get past. Is a Will Smith part. This alien who single-handedly was destroying Area 51 with his mind, and his giant suit, his suit that encases him and makes him impenetrable.
Yeah,
Will Smith punched him in the face,
and
said, "Welcome,"
and knocked him out.
And then it killed doctors.
Yeah,
choked the guy, made him talk through his mind. Mm-hmm. Almost killed the president with his mind.
Right.
And Will Smith didn't knock the alien out, knocked out his outfit. To where he thought...
He knocked out his
This is where he assumed the alien's chin would be, that he could knock this guy, because those aliens have the same nerves, where if you get hit in the temple, it came out with fearsome evil, and then he dragged it through this knocked out alien in a suit.
You hated that, I'm taking it. Please tell me you hated it.
Yeah. Okay. I could not get past some of the things that bothered me about that movie.
Yeah,
but the first when it comes over the moon with the fucking
very cool
this race of aliens who fucking travel through the solar system.
And the size of those things. And
15 miles. It was, I loved it.
Here's the punch thing.
I hate saucy lines like this.
But Patrice, in all fairness, when I saw this in the theater, this was a clap break.
The figures it was those dummies.
I hate clap breaks in movies where everyone feels like, yes.
He goes, welcome to Earth.
That's why I'm not a movie maker. So maybe you needed that, but I fucking...
That's when I started to hate the movie, because I loved what you loved. The fucking graphics, the idea of it, and they cornballed it up. You don't need to do that. And Randy Quaid should never be allowed to make a movie again.
I know!
He stinks in everything.
Look, man,
it was so bad.
Bill Pullman. His decision on how to act in that movie... That destroyed. He says something.
We will not go quietly into the night. His big speech at the before
Did he do
battle.
Clint Eastwood? He sounded like the fucking the outlaw Billsy Wales. I fucking hated him.
The kid goes, Daddy, let me stay up all night. You let her stay up all night? Traitor. Well, I see. It's been coming on cable. There's some movies you got to watch.
I've seen it 1,000 times.
Independence Day comes on.
Yes.
I don't know why. The beginning when the moon is shaking and this fucking race of creatures is coming to kill us all.
When this ship finally
gets me.
Breaks through the cloud with the fire, because it's like, for a while you're like, it's just smoky, cloudy
and the music, dun, 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 dun. Everybody stops in New York. It was so how it would be.
But you know who sucked in the beginning though?
Oh my God, I got to call
call my psychiatrist. It's like Harvey Fierstein.
But he didn't fuck it up.
My lawyer. I'll forget my lawyer. Get it? Because we hate our lawyers.
That's how a flamboyant old gay guy would act if the aliens were attacking. I didn't even.
You didn't mind that as much.
I didn't mind. I love Judd. What's his name?
No,
from Taxi.
Didn't. No, you didn't.
Judd Hirsch.
That's what the.
Who Hebe Kikeberger? That was the worst parody of a Jewish guy. That was horrible.
Be careful. You're trying to get on 2.5 Men. Remember?
Jews couldn't have liked that. Picture of his name was Rufus Johnson. Rufus Johnson, and he was going.
51, and you knew then.
You knew then.
If his name was Rufus Johnson, he was going, why didn't y'all hand me some chicken for the aliens?
It was that bad, huh?
Y'all should have handed me some chicken for the aliens.
Jews were embarrassed by that role.
They had to be.
But he was Jewy. I've seen Jews like that.
That's my David. That's my David. We get it. Show us your cock. Show us its cunt. We got you. Jew. Got it. You didn't need it. He could have downplayed that and just been himself. It was so over the top. It was distracting.
You walked right into that, Patrice.
But it drove me nuts.
Right into that.
I love Judd Hirsch in Taxi.
Hebe
Kikeberger. It was a caricature of a Jewish guy.
If it wasn't for my David.
You don't have to do that.
And the generals are like listening to him on the plane.
Yeah. Oh, listen to the old Jewish guy.
Area 51.
Area 51.
But he didn't. I'm telling.
We've been making fun of that for years.
Me, man.
Bill Pullman was terrible.
The movie to me, other than Bill Pullman's decisions, I still get excited at the build up to the fact that these aliens are going to blow us
that
up.
was great.
I'm a pilot. I belong up there.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute.
Yes.
Here's another thing Will Smith did. He goes, they go, what are we going to do, man? He goes, sir, this is when they decide to attack the ship. I'm well aware of their maneuvering capabilities. I'm going, nigga, I'm well aware of trains and how they fucking move. Did you just say, I'll fly the ship to the mothership? This is lazy writing.
Based on what?
On nothing. He said, I'm well aware of their maneuvering. I know how DC-10s maneuver.
I've seen them in the sky.
You're fucking gonna fly a spaceship to the giant mothership based on you seen them? There's a couple. I'm telling you, the alien, the fucking alien who destroyed the doctors.
Yeah.
Who had 3 other ones in water?
Water.
In his outfit.
Yeah.
In his outfit.
He's in his outfit.
And he punches him in the face.
It was awful.
But you love the movie. Love the first half.
Dude, you don't understand.
Wasn't there some nice catchphrases in that movie, too?
Not even one catchphase that stands.
What's with this Area 51? They could have bargained down to Area 50. What's with this? He's my David.
If I knew I was meeting the president, maybe I would have dressed.
Yes, I would have eaten kuku.
I wouldn't have dressed like a schlemiel.
I'm not gonna let Norton make me feel like Face Off.
You hate Judd Hirsch. I could have been eating kuku. Why would I do this?
You know what?
This is very nice.
This is social.
Could you find some,
commentary,
please, Danny?
Because
if there's any there.
To me, and I guess you know what makes me understand what he's doing now makes me see something. When I see a black person, they got him acting fucked up. Maybe other people just don't see where that's bad.
Yeah, where it's
he wasn't
right.
Hebe Jew to me. That's what they are to me. He didn't bother.
That stereo. That would have been like if they had a gay guy. If they had a gay guy. If Harvey Fierstein's character, which was way over the top, had said, I have to get out of here. Let me shove everything in my asshole and run out backwards with my small dog. Let me run out with my sick friend and my small dog and my things in my asshole coming. I'm gay, get it? Got it.
This is not checkmate. This is not checkmate.
Yes.
But that didn't bother you.
No,
that didn't bother you till you said Mike David. But that didn't bother you. You did, Anthony.
No, not the first time I saw it. Everything he says bothers me now because I know where it's going.
Judd Hirsch.
Yeah.
He didn't bother you.
But he did.
Yes, he did.
Like now when I watch the movie, I think of that later on Judd Hirsch, and it translates into the beginning. So now, right from the beginning, I hate
Here's
him.
something black that might have bothered black people, but white people wouldn't even know. Why is she a stripper?
Oh, shit.
Why is Vivica Fox a fucking...
Was that his wife?
She could have been a nurse.
Right.
That's how unimportant being a stripper... If something in the movie happened where the aliens seen her titties and didn't attack, you can go, okay. It's like, wait, let me show my tits.
The reason was because... No, you see... her boyfriend...
I know what you're going to say, but it had nothing to do with it. It had nothing to do.
Wanted to be an astronaut.
They could have just said no because he's a nigger. They didn't have to add that she was a... Nah, we ain't letting no niggas in space.
I was thinking maybe it was because they have that touching scene with the president's wife when the president's wife is dying. They wanted to show like how even like they could connect on that kind of a level.
Like, you could have did that if she was just a niggling by herself.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's the cheesiness of the movie. Like that's where they were going with.
Oh, you're a dancer. Oh, ballet. She goes, no.
Right. It was just for that scene.
I show my cunt for money, First Lady, who I'd never be really next to in real life.
And that's another thing. She's got internal injuries, and they just let her die there. They weren't even trying to help her.
The First Lady died.
The First Lady, and she's
in
fine.
the alien hospital.
She's got color to her. She's moving around, and they're like, there's nothing we can do.
Internal bleeding?
Could you try something?
She died of internal bleeding.
They didn't even try.
I was so happy when she died. I didn't feel sad. I was hoping it was contagious, and everyone would get it, except for the aliens.
Bill Pullman walks out of the place, and he's just like, is Mommy sleeping? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's sleeping.
And then he looked at the kid.
Sits down.
He looked at the kid and he goes, your mouthwash ain't making it. Go ahead, make my day. I'm going to do all of his lines.
Bill Pullman, the second half of I turn off. It's just like Pulp Fiction. Anything that Sam Jackson's not in, not interested.
Yeah.
And I'm just serious. I can't watch
you
it
need
without
Sam
him.
Jackson in
He
Pulp
has
Fiction.
to be in every scene. That's why I like. This may be sacrilegious, but this is why I like Jackie Brown better than Pulp Fiction because Sam Jackson. It was, fucking good Sam Jackson.
Sam Jackson was a ruthless motherfucker in that Jackie Brown.
The entire movie was Sam Jackson. No one fucked that movie up for me. Pulp Fiction. But Independence Day, the first 45 minutes to an hour when it's like, time's up. But there were things happening at this point, though. That could have made them go, let's get the fuck out of here. Up to this point when they weren't communicating. They were just sitting there with giant ships, placement all over the fucking globe.
Perhaps.
And something else. That fucking 6-hour drive from fucking New York
to
that
Washington,
they made in
D.C.
4 hours during the escape from Alien. Like, it's some things they were very lazy. Vivica Fox lived during this
firestorm of 10 billion degrees in a tunnel.
Cleansing fire. This bitch was the only one that knew to kick that door in, and her dog lived.
And what kind of asbestos room is she in?
What the fuck? Like, there were things.
She lived, but then she got mesothelioma.
Dude, the beginning of that movie was spectacular, man. I still, to this day, it's my favorite first half of a fucking
It's a
movie.
great
I agree with
half.
Patrice on that.
Yeah.
That was. Can we hear a little bit of Judd Hirsch if you can find
What about
any?
Full Metal Jacket as far as
That's another
favorite,
first half.
Yeah,
Good.
favorite first half.
Why
of the movie.
aren't you stomping Private Pile's guts out? But should Private Pile be in the barracks at this hour?
I think the second half, I thought Animal Mother is one of my favorite characters.
That is good.
Adam Baldwin in that.
I love Adam Baldwin.
good.
Underrated guys.
He's great in
like
My
Clancy
Bodyguard.
Brown, and he stands over this dead guy who died, like jerking off or something, and everybody's like, "We're gonna miss him. I love you," and he goes, "Better you than me."
He was in Independence Day too.
Yeah, Adam Baldwin, but that's the.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's one
the
of those
other
guys.
guy.
Then I love Adam Baldwin, man.
Oh, please, a little bit of this.
Oh,
Please.
is this
Dewey Kikeberger, yes. No, Hebe Kikeberger.
Hebe Kikeberger.
Fucking stuff. And it did bother me. 'Cause I don't see Jews like this, and that to me was so funny. It was such a clowning of Jews.
I thought this was Jews.
No.
This didn't bother me. Listen to me.
Come on.
Just like you say the fucking Tyrone character.
Right.
Like, motherfucker go, hey, man, chicken. I might go, why is he talking like this? But to like a white person that doesn't know, it's like, what's your problem?
If he was Italian, he would, hey, you don't get aliens some beats. Like, I'm not gonna go. Hey, you know, I get Jersey Shore, man. Put the big hubcaps on the spaceship. They ride around like my mother's sauce. Oh, Vito.
Ain't that them?
That's true. Those are the women. All right.
Also making the list, Stripes. First half of Stripes.
Oh, yeah. And then it got
really
just
good.
I just watched
and then it got
apart.
weird and serious, right?
There's a bunch of those movies where the first half was great. But we got the audio of
it's in Stripes
go.
when they all get in trouble for mud wrestling, and I just saw the scene again, and John Larroquette wants an explanation, and John Candy's like, well, sir, we got on our way to Bengal Parlor, and directions get all fouled up, and he goes, shut up. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
That big fat head. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Oh, it's great. Shut up.
So this is Hebe Kuiper.
Yeah, here. Yes, Hebe Kuiper.
Yeah, let's hear him.
You're going to kill them and us at the same time. If we fire nukes, then everybody else who's got fire.
Got it.
You know what that means? Fallout. You ever hear of nuclear winter? It's the end of life as we know it.
Hold on. Pause right there. He actually skated in on penny shoes.
He already looks.
I wear penny shoes, not penny loafers.
He already looks really
Of
Jewish.
course he does. He's thinking, what can I say that sounds Jewish?
He hasn't even talked yet, and you can tell he's very Jewish.
Yes, he's actually reading a book, T for Torah.
I'm not going to let him make me fucking hate John Hirsch in Independence Day.
Before you get to Hebe Kuiper, there's also what's that other actor that was in there?
Jeff Goldblum? Robert Loggia?
Robert Loggia. That one thing where he goes, get on the horn. Let's tell them how to bring them sons of bitches down. It's so over dramatic. Tell them how to bring those sons of bitches.
I think I know
down.
every line in that fucking movie and know which ones I hate
1,000 times. And sometimes I got to turn away from the TV because I'm too embarrassed to look at it.
Let's see what. Let's see what.
Hebe Kuiper.
Here he comes. He looks Jewish already. He walked in looking ethnic.
It can't be allowed. Get him out of here. Hey, don't tell him to shut up.
We can't even listen because we're allowed.
Don't shut up.
No one is this Jewish.
You'll all be dead now if it wasn't my David. None of you did anything to prevent this.
Wait a minute, time out.
Where's his payas?
Can someone Jewish please tell me if this is wrong?
It's
Is this a wrong Jew?
There are Jewish guys like that, but it was such an obvious stereotype.
He should be walking through the desert with a fuckload of Jews behind him.
He could have just walked in and said, hey, don't talk to him that way. You'd be dead without him.
What was the most Jewy thing he did?
Every word.
Every syllable. Every syllable.
It's the cadence.
You can't fuck this up.
Dude, if he wore a shirt with Israel on it, it couldn't have been as over the top Jewish.
How about vultures? Vultures?
Let's listen to the whole scene. Try to get through the whole scene.
Okay,
it's quick. Now, it wasn't my David. None of you did anything to prevent this.
There was nothing we could do. We were totally unprepared for this.
Don't give me unprepared.
Come on, Julius.
It was what, in the 1950s or whatever? You had that spaceship.
Pause.
Why are the generals entertaining this old Jewish guy?
Why are they listening to him with his stupid beard?
There was nothing we could do. Why does he have to justify himself?
They should have said, go take your orders from fucking Louis De Palma, stupid. Beat it. Beat it. Get Jim Norton in here. He could have done a better job. Fucking so annoying. Not the
the 50s. The 50s. Area 51.
Watch Robert Loggia's face when he says Area 51.
Yeah.
That thing that you found in New Mexico.
Back, please. That thing that you found in the thing. Please rewind that. I have to hear that. I have to hear that fucking...
That thing that...
Hey, my wife, like that thing that you found in the desert. Let's hear it.
Don't give me unprepared.
Come on, Julius.
It was what, in the 1950s or whatever? You had that spaceship.
Dad.
That thing that you found in New Mexico.
Dad.
Where was it?
Not the spaceship.
Was it Roswell, New Mexico? Yeah. No, you had the spaceship and you had the bodies. They were all locked up in a bunker. Where was that? David.
I don't know.
Area 51, right? Area 51. You knew then, and you did nothing.
Oh.
Why did somebody put that up as a great clip? There's someone that loved that enough.
I hated
to put
it enough.
They love. I'll tell you the best part of that clip at the end when the guy silently.
John Hirsch is hilarious.
Here's the best part of that clip. The end of it when the guy silently stands up from the couch. Rewind right there. I'll show you the best part of the clip. Watch, Dan. Just go back a little bit. Watch. Here we go. The best part of this clip. Right there. Bill Pullman almost stands up.
Standing up, he's like,
Now you know value did nothing. I'm so mad at what they did to that fucking film. I'm so
I completely agree with Patrice on that. It could have been an amazing movie.
When the fucking after the destruction, it was like when it was just quietly destroyed the earth.
Yeah,
and it just closed back up.
And then we get to that scene. How does it go from that to?
You know what they should have did?
Judd Hirsch should have come into that room with a fucking yellow Star of David on his striped shirt.
This is why I'm excited about Battlefield Los Angeles. This is what the hope is.
This is where this began.
This is what the hope is that it will be what the end of Independence Day should have been, where they was preparing for the invasion.
The invasion, right.
And this is almost to me like I'm hoping it's Independence Day 2, where they actually get on the earth and invade.
Right.
And do you think Myers Shackelford will save the day?
They're invading.
Yes, they're running.
You knew then, and you did nothing.
You know then. What was that place down the street from the kosher deli that you're not sure if I'm Jewish? I'll say it again.
Why don't we sick the monster after him? You know, the Loch Ness monster.
I don't know.
You knew then. There's a monster in the Loch Ness.
What is that place? I said it once, but I'll say it with a heavier accent. Area 51. What was it, that place? We got it. We understand you at bar mitzvah. It's okay.
Patrice has officially been knocked out. He's down and out.
That's one of the things I hated.
Did he have on a yarmulke?
You're out.
Yeah.
No. Oh,
No, he put one on, though.
He didn't, because he didn't feel it was Jewish enough. Jesus Christ.
He put a yarmulke on when they was in praying.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
he goes, but I'm not Jewish. Some guy goes, I'm not Jewish. Nah. Well, nobody's perfect.
Is there any? Please, we have one more clip of that fucking. But I hated him in that. I hated fucking the president. I hated everyone, even Will Smith, who I think is a really good actor, but doing that stupid, wacky line. You don't need them. You don't need cop buddy movie lines.
And jiving while he's
stop it,
flying the fighter plane. Oh no, you don't.
What are you doing? Real fighter pilots don't talk that way.
In terms of douche chills.
Yeah.
Oh no, you didn't shoot that green shit at me.
Right.
Why? You can be humorous, right? Again, I'm just saying from a fan of movies.
Yeah.
Why wasn't it real?
I know.
Why did they have to?
Because they suck.
You did not shoot
that green shit at me.
First of all, they attacked the ship.
Yeah.
It swallowed up the missiles. It didn't even explode. They went boing, 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 boing. And people were dying. And they would pull up, and his boy died.
Yeah.
And no, you didn't shoot that green shit at me. Gives me the fucking creeps.
Especially the scene that they cut out, which was when Judd Hirsch saw that. He goes, "The green, isn't that liquid money? They're shooting liquid money. My David would have drank it. Let me put this on. Can you see that I'm praying?"
But you gotta love. Wait a minute though. All right, can we agree that what's his name? His son, who plays
David, Jeff Goldblum.
Goldblum was flawless.
I like him.
He did nothing douche chilly.
No, he's just Jeff Goldblum. He's weird and everything.
But he was excellent. I thought everything he did, where he goes, where you know, so you guys can go up there and do your thing and do your thing.
Take it down.
Take it down. I thought he was excellent.
I love Jeff Goldblum. But to me, is there any more Judd Hirsch? Danny?
Not on YouTube.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Could we vote on somebody to get out of Independence Day?
Yes, whoever wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the writing fell apart. Like you've made
I would say
point.
The president was horrible. Bill Pullman stunk. I thought Will Smith stunk, and it's because like when he in Men in Black 2 or whatever, when he jumped down, he goes, "Raining black folks." I'm like, what are you doing with that shit line? Why don't you make the guy who's a great actor a real fucking soldier or a real fucking guy who, like he said, there's humor in it, but it doesn't have to be shuck and jive humor. It doesn't have to be the over-the-top Jewish guy to make Jewish people seem compassionate. Stupid.
You know what was funny in the movie, and the funny was perfect, was the
Say
guy.
Randy Quaid, and I'll break my computer over your teeth.
No. He didn't bother me, by the way. The kids bothered me more.
He didn't bother you?
But wait a minute.
Do we have a clip?
The guy who played the robot in Star Trek Next Generation.
Data?
Data, the guy who played the...
Oh, the doctor guy.
The doctor is a character that's funny within his own weirdness. It wasn't...
because he's been just locked away.
Yeah, he's just a weirdo.
So long, a weirdo.
So you laugh at that kind of shit, but oh no, you didn't shoot that green shit at me. To this day, I got to turn the TV down when that scene comes.
Oh, that was him? I didn't know that was him.
Yeah.
And by the way, I thought it was genius where they tied in Area 51, and they did have a ship that they could get some knowledge from. I thought that it could have been.
There was some things where they just said,
great.
"Fuck it."
Yeah.
They just said, "Fuck it." How do we kill these aliens? We just blow their ship up with a ship that they. Wait a minute. Why would they bring? Wait a fucking minute. Why would that giant ship bring in that little one from fucking Earth when they all go on the big ones that's already down there? Why would they fly into space and they go, oh, it's a little one just chilling. Let's bring them right in and dock them right in front of me with the fucking missile. And ain't that the 1950s model? These motherfuckers don't even have the 2000 model fucking little ship.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
And they fucking can't tell that someone that would literally be like a turtle driving an Edsel into your garage. How would you not know? Driving.
Maybe he won't know this.
Yeah, all right. Let's go outside. The turtle with the gun wants to shoot us from the Edsel.
It just could have been so real. They could have kept it so.
That's really fun.
So good, man.
Hey, not the best over-the-top Jew of all time.
Really? What were they saying?
Not the best. Patrice should know this one.
Oh, no.
You should know this one.
Oh, no.
All right, we'll go right for the answer. But a movie we saw together. Scooter in Illinois.
Wait, Scooter. Before you say it, wait, Scooter. That was supposed to...
Of course.
That was supposed to be dead serious.
Of course, that's the difference.
Okay.
We do know that's the difference.
Not over the top, but maybe the greatest Jew character of all time.
The greatest over the top Jewish character of all time. Done on purpose. That's the difference, Scooter. But go ahead.
Hey, boys, how y'all doing today?
Good.
I think the best Jewish character played was Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder.
We howled. Remember how laughed we laughed?
But it was.
Remember how hard we laughed?
Les Grossman was hilarious.
That was supposed to be.
We just said.
Yeah.
We said that.
And it was so racist. I don't even think this one is trying to be racist.
No,
I think he's trying to be an authentic Jew guy.
Oh my God, yeah, he's not trying to be. He's not
an
the
old school Jew guy.
Les Grossman was maybe the most racist character It was so racist, I was getting nervous.
Yeah, oh boy, someone's going to lose their job.
Yeah, I was getting nervous.
To agree to this.
Oh.
Also, another movie that had a great first half, Blazing Saddles. Makes the list.
What? Yeah. Fuck.
When that fucking movie ends up in the catering hall or whatever the fuck
it's like a Warner Brothers
back studio. Mel Brooks kind of gets weird. Spaceballs was like that too.
Just falls apart.
They didn't know how to end that. They didn't know how to end that fucking movie.
They didn't know how to end it.
Frankenstein was like weird too.
They should have called David. David would have ended it properly for them. They should have done. You know what David.
I like Joe.
No,
I refuse. You're not going to get me.
Watch him again, and everything he says, you're going to go, ugh.
So this is just based on the fact the new movie's coming out Friday.
Battle Los Angeles.
Skyline had a great trailer, and
it was horrific.
Yeah, that was a bomb. I never even saw it.
If I see that fucking Brett Ratner again, I'll punch him in his stomach.
He knew. You could see it in his eyes. He was like, ugh. Maybe
I'm going to get him.
Maybe we'll get a nice opening.
I'm going to fucking put him in chokehold.
We didn't know. We just talked about the trailer with that guy going, wow, the fucking trailer looks amazing.
What movie is that?
Skyline. Were you here for that? No,
for Brett, I was away.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a cool guy. He had a lot of good stories.
Yeah, I like Brett Ratner, but
he was pretty much He was pretty much telling us the movie sucked.
No, I don't think he was.
He
pretty
much
pushing
was.
Was he?
Yeah, he was talking about special effects a little too much.
He was saying how cheap they are to make and the kind of return that you get on such a cheap product.
But those guys are doing Battlefield Los Angeles, but I thought the effects was great though. In that movie,
Skyline,
but the movie was just bad.
Also, Patrice playing Caroline's Thursday through Sunday, 212-757-4100. These tickets are going to go fast, but you want to talk NBA for a second?
Miami Heat.
Yeah, there's a big turnoff for some of these people, but other people like to hear basketball talk on the show.
Yeah, I get some Twitterers that I have to block when I'm doing sports. I have to get rid of them. You don't fucking make decisions on what I like, motherfucker.
You like the Knicks? They're having a kind of a schizo run, losing to the Cavaliers twice, but.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta look. I don't give a shit about the Knicks, but I'm gonna say you gotta be happy. You gotta be happy.
I'm a fan again, officially.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be happy that they have
last night.
Two relevant guys that scored 30 points by the third quarter and left.
Yeah, they sat last night. They killed them.
But here's my thing about Miami. All right, if anybody in Miami's listening, this is why
they're not gonna win the championship, and it's
because there's a big problem.
Fucking happy.
No, they're not gonna. They can't win unless this happens, and this is why they can't win because they're trying to blame.
They're gonna fix the
coach
heat.
And everything.
They're talking about getting Pat Riley.
It doesn't matter.
to fucking do a little time on the bench.
Here's the problem.
Go ahead. Sorry.
It's okay. LeBron James, okay? There's no player boss on the team. LeBron James is so good that he can't be the second guy. He's so good and so talented, he has to be the first guy. He doesn't want to be the first guy. He wants to be the second guy, but he's too good to be the second guy. So here's what fucking Wade and fucking Chris Bosh have to figure out. They have to look at themselves like the Bulls, Jordan, Pippen, and Horace Grant, okay, or Dennis Rodman. Even though they all were great, everyone knew Jordan was the fucking boss. Here's what Wade and Bosh have to understand that they're going to be. They're going to be really super good role players. So when you look at look at the Cleveland Cavaliers when it was LeBron, Mo Williams, and fucking Varejao, okay? Those guys are role players, but they weren't that talented. So you go, these guys are role players, and they knew their role. Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade have to be super duper role players, and LeBron has to lead that team. But if LeBron doesn't lead the team, this is where Pat Riley might be. He comes in and he tells them, he goes, look, LeBron's the boss.
Isn't that going to be piss off Wade?
It doesn't matter because Pat Riley has that kind of.
Well, then you got that conflict.
He got that kind of generalness about him, general like a leadership, where he goes, "Here's how it's going to be." But LeBron cannot be number 2 like he wants to be.
And you do realize those two will end up hating each other. Down the road.
They won't if Wade.
But that's not going to happen.
If Wade relinquishes the fact
then they won't hate
that
each other.
He's not the guy.
There's going to be an ego thing.
It's not a competition. LeBron's better than everybody except for Kobe Bryant. He's the boss on every team except for if Kobe Bryant's
and he's trying to play second best on that team.
He's trying to give away the ball. He's trying to do. Wade is now a role player, and Chris Bosh is a fucking hyper supercharged rebounder and kind of scorer. They're not. It never fails. There's no team in the history of the NBA where you wondered who the boss was. The Lakers, Magic. The Celtics, Bird. Detroit, Isaiah. They were the boss. This team, is Wade or is it can't be that. That's why they're not going to win.
I disagree because I always thought that Wade's defense was the problem, and that Bosh needed to start be passing the ball a little bit more. Because
shut up, asshole.
Wade's defense was weak. No, but King James.
You know what?
I thought LeBron James was being a role player too.
I needed to say that because I can't say it on Mike and Mike, so I just wanted to say it because I was thinking about it of why they're not going to win, and they can't win.
I like your thoughts on that.
I don't disagree, but I think that if you're going to have a role player, well, then I'm going to say, hey, I think Bosh has to really just settle down and accept his role. But is Wade going to tolerate that? Well, the coaching staff even get back to him.
See, that's what you hear on talk radio, sports talk, and it works, so don't even laugh.
Goofy shit.
You know?
If you had to call it today, who wins the NBA championship? Tough question, obviously.
Right now?
Right now, if you had to call
the fucking Black Celtics, man.
You think the Celtics got what
They're
it
better
takes?
than everybody else right now.
Even with those weird trades you weren't happy with.
I hate them trades, but I look at this kid, Gerald Green, and he's big.
Yeah, but Gerald Green, is he going to get it done in the postseason? I mean, that's the thing. He's untested. I mean, how many guys are tested in the postseason? And is the coaching staff going to make that happen? Yeah, back to you.
This is it, though.
I don't know. But I mean, is the coaching staff going to do that?
That is them.
And then you got to go, I'll hang up and let you comment.
Yeah, go ahead, you comment. I mean, I don't know. What about, I don't think so.
And then the host has to make something out of it.
Yeah, make something out of that mess.
Oh, fuck, I got to untangle this shit.
Yeah, but Wade and Bosch, back to them. Well, if Green thinks he can get it done, let's see what he does when he mixes up with those guys in the postseason.
Sports Jimmy, what about the Knicks?
What about the Knicks? Come on, they're having a tough time this year. We all know why. It doesn't need to be said.
Oh, my God.
Defense. They're giving up too many points off the board, and they're not doing rebounds. They're not doing rebounds, and not passing the ball enough. Everybody wants to be the boss. But they can't rebound the ball. The defense is not good. It's not good anymore. Wade and Bosch, different story. Like I said, Wade's defense is terrific. Bosch not doing a good job at all. And King James has got to learn to be number 3. That's what I just said. Play roles.
Sports Jimmy.
Jesus. I love Sports Jimmy.
Well, come on, I agree.
Fucking exactly.
I don't disagree. But But if you want to look at Wade and Bosch and James, you want to go back to Kareem and Magic? We'll talk about that.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe, exactly. Role player, no. Is he? What's up to you? I don't know. You tell me. Shaquille left. They both seemed to do okay, didn't they? I mean, Kobe wanted to be number 2. Shaquille wanted to be number 1, but then Kobe was number 1. That's exactly the same situation, except with totally different people you have in Miami right now. Totally different people. Same situation.
How about spring training?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to have it. But that's how injuries occur. People get hurt in spring training, and they wonder, how come this guy's not throwing the ball like he used to throw it? Well, it's because you got throwing too many innings in spring training. I've said that for years. Sparky Lyle. I was about Sparky Lyle, 1978. I went out for a Bud Light with Sparky Lyle, even though it didn't exist then. And I said, God, you're going to hurt your elbow. You're spring training, Scoot. Scoot. They always call me Scoot.
What do you think of 18 games in NFL, man?
18 games in NFL? Well, if you want to extend the season, have a lot more players get hurt, that's up to you. But what about the, what about the hockey? Huh? 18 games.
18 games.
When they don't know, they just laugh. They just question 18. What do I think 18 games? Oh, come on. What do you think? Then you make an opinion and I jump on it.
Fuck, Jimmy, that's perfect.
That is super perfect.
Yeah. Jimmy's new CD, Despicable's out today.
Get Despicable. If you want to see material that you might have heard, fine. I mean, that's what's on it. Average material at best.
A little iTunes action on this?
Yeah. I'm actually very happy with it.
What if people want a hard copy?
Then they can go to San Francisco and see me at Cobb's. I'm the king of 2 plugs. I'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Wade, Bosch, and fucking James. Jim Norton, Despicable Cobb's.
Do they put CDs in stores at this point?
Yeah, they are in stores.
What stores? Best
I don't
Buy,
know.
Maybe?
Not sure.
I don't know either. I don't know where you get fucking CDs.
I don't even know where you would get
I don't know, honestly.
Best Buy still has CDs.
But sort of. It's a mess. It's
going away.
They don't take care of it. You know what I mean?
It's like a holdover.
Yeah, you got to dig around to find what you're looking for.
In fucking Best Buy, though. It takes up the entire middle of the store.
Yeah, they do have a lot of room in those.
And the computers are way over there. And the fucking.
And there's a guy going, "You
TVs.
Best Buy."
Now you can get dishwashers at Best Buy. So what's that?
You can't. That's fucking human trading, though. That's not good. Who needs that? I'm tired. Me and Florence used to on the plane, and we literally talked about farts for an hour and a half, and we just laughed. We were literally just telling fart stories on planes and giggling. And I fucking... He dozed off, and I cupped one in my hand, and I opened it in his face, and he woke up. And he was so happy, and then he just took his headphones off, and we talked about farts for 10 more minutes. Fucking...
That's perfect.
I was just laughing, because I'm a 42-year-old man just laughing about farts. This is why me and my girlfriend were arguing. And I fucking pulled Patrice out as an example. And I'm like, and Patrice even says his act, whenever you're hanging out with your friends, do you wish your chick was there? No, you don't. How you say you don't wish your girlfriend was there? I use that against my girlfriend in a real argument.
You never sit there and go, you know what would make this better? Because we're having a good time, but you know what'll kick it up way above notches? My girl. She's hilarious.
Oh, yeah,
she farts for no reason.
That doesn't fit.
Never.
You never said that?
Miserable.
They really are the worst.
Miserable.
Your CD info is on our Facebook page, Opie and Anthony.
Thank you.
So I think
you didn't show Patrice my cover
through Amazon. Through Amazon, you could get it. Yeah,
that's me in high school as a sophomore.
So
Jesus, Jim.
Wait, number 4. What's going on? Moving up the charts, or what?
Out of 5. Yeah, I'm behind Glee. I'll never pass them. Glee and Glee and Glee. I'm number 4. I'm going to stay number 4.
You're beating out one of the Glees.
That's scary because Glee is behind me.
They got 4 out of 5 of the spots.
Yeah, of course.
Why is that on comedy?
Who's that chick next to you? And who's the black guy next to you?
Don't know. They were just from a yearbook.
You don't know those guys?
No, who knows them? I don't remember them.
That shouldn't be
Look
in
at that
comedy.
high school shooting
Mine,
face.
you mean?
No.
Do you like the hairdo?
You're just a douche.
I was a young, virile lesbian.
When did you get your first pussy?
18.
In high school?
Yeah, I was a senior. No. I didn't pay. I was like 22.
That girl was horrid looking, wasn't she?
She's gay now.
Really?
She was cute, but she turned gay. Wait, did we have sex? No! I'm incorrect. That was my first girlfriend. We didn't have sex, actually. Wow, I'm totally wrong. The girl I just had sex with the first time just fucking emailed me 2 days ago.
Can we get her on the phone?
Her name's Michelle. We might be able to get her in. She lives in Saudi Arabia now, but she's coming back. She's like, hey, I'd like to get together. We had dinner last time she was in New York.
We got to get her on the phone. We should do old girlfriend day.
You can have her in. She's fucking...
way back, though.
Way back.
Way back shit.
I told her we'd love to talk to her on air.
How great.
She was my first sexual experience.
Hey, really fast, too, I want to thank Break.com. I told them I'd give them a plug today. They put one of our videos on their front page yesterday, which is fucking cool. The fart mask video. Starring you, Jim Norton.
Oh, yay.
They put that up on the front page, which is definitely...
it helps.
Oh, my God, does it help.
That's funny.
What were you just looking at,
man?
Huh?
That's funny as fuck.
The fart mask?
Yeah.
No, he was just looking at his phone.
All right, I guess we're done. I don't know.
Well, hey, guys, thanks again for letting me come in. I'll see you guys, a few months? 6 months?
No, why
just
would
let
you
me
wait?
know. I'll just,
why would you wait so long?
I'll give you guys a call.
Why? What's the matter?
This whole place is getting weird.
Wait a minute.
I'll see you in a few.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. Are people who are not members of this show...
Yes.
Attempting to make creative...
To bring an outside party...
Attempting to make on-air decisions? Like, as far as what we determine is funny and appropriate?
I think what they're trying to do is make suggestions.
Okay, good. Only suggestions. Fair enough.
That are binding. I have no idea.
Yeah, I miss you guys.
No!
I miss you guys.
Do they...
Look, we exaggerate everything. Stop. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
No.
Because they have to realize that
everything's fine.
They're not our audience.
Exactly.
They're not our audience.
They don't understand our audience.
Everything's just fine.
We don't want to make...
We're going to miss you.
Miss you guys, man.
No, it's fine.
I have fun every time I come in.
I know.
It's been a pleasure.
I did too. It's going to be...
I'm just sorry you're the wrong color.
I was surprised when Blatter said that, too. And for the memo to come out publicly like that and say there's just been too many, and they put, like, you-know-what's in quotes, but we knew what it meant.
We know.
In the Opie and Anthony studio, we was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Something about moral...
Danny?
Something about moral turpitude. And you.
I understand that.
Where did you just read moral turpitude? Is that an official letter?
Yeah, that's
moral
an official
turpitude.
letter.
That's what they got Charlie on. Oh, you weren't here for that? Oh, no, you were... You came.
I was practicing some...
They got him on moral turpitude. I don't even know what that is. Something about a felony while working for the company or something.
All kind of legal mumbo-jumbo, too. Like, why don't they just fucking say you're fired?
Be screwed many times if it wasn't for my friend Patrice.
Yeah, I see you guys.
There's moral turpitude. It's a real issue.
Caroline's, Patrice O'Neill, Thursday through Sunday, 212-757-4100, and, of course, Big Mama Prods on Twitter.
You guys did what you could for me.
And with that, we'll see you tomorrow.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony Show. The virus. Sirius XM.
Wise. There may have been some hoodwinking going on.
Yeah, but probably we're going to investigate that to find out exactly what it is. Maybe we'll be able to tackle that tomorrow because obviously it happened 5 minutes ago. We weren't able to figure out exactly what that was, and as we just learned from Travis, nobody's really talking about whatever it was. No. So hopefully, and nobody tells me because they know that I just start opening my mouth about things.
You're the last one to know about things.
Because I just tell everybody.
Exactly.
But today was a bit of a special show. We mentioned, not really special, that's a little morbid, but we mentioned, we mentioned in the second hour, I think, that Mike DiStefano, who was a good friend of the show, a very funny comedian, passed away yesterday. We found out after the show went off the air. And we were just talking about some of the stuff he had done on the show. He hasn't been on in a little while, but his career had absolutely been taking off as of late. He had just been on Last Comic Standing. He was just putting out a one-man show, and he died of a heart attack, unexpected to everybody. And it was a shame because he was a good guy. But Opie was twittering something last night. He had a link that he wanted us to play. In fact, I just ran into him as he was leaving, and this is what Opie had to say.
Hey, Sam, I see you're wandering the halls, and I know you're getting ready for that 10 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
And Well, we're all thinking of Mike DiStefano today. A great comic, a great guy, a genuine guy, really, really nice guy. Always appreciative everything we did for him on our show. And it's just really sad that he died at the age of 44 of a heart attack. And someone last night tweeted me a video on YouTube called Franny's Last Ride. And I think this says a lot about Mike DiStefano. Not a lot of laughs in this thing, but it certainly tells you what kind of guy he was. And I think you should play that today.
All right. Well, you know, it's Opie's channel, it's Opie's show, and he's right. This does display what kind of guy Mike DiStefano is. It's Franny's Last Ride. He performed it, I think, at the Aspen Comedy Festival, and we'll be back with more after Opie and Anthony live after this.
When I was a kid, I wanted to get a Harley really bad. I was about 7. And I saw these guys riding. I was in my dad's car in the back, and these dudes were driving by on his Harleys. And I remember looking at them and saying, I want to do that, man, you know? I want to be free like those guys. And, you know, I started doing heroin a few years later, so I couldn't really get a bike. I couldn't get toothpaste and shit, you know, let alone a $15,000 motorcycle. When I was 18, my parents found me in the house, overdosed, almost dead. They took me to a hospital, and then they took me to a detox, and then to a rehab. When I was in the rehab, I met Fran. She was a beautiful, beautiful girl. And the first time I saw her, I was just like, wow, amazed. And we started becoming really close, and we went through the rehab. She had been there a long time before me, and she was finishing up, and I was just starting out. And she finished the rehab, and I was still in there. And then I finished, and we started dating. And life was pretty good, you know. It was hard to get off of heroin, but I was able to do it. And I went to college. I started in college, and Franny and I were together and dating and just having a good time. And one day, she had a really bad fever. I took her to the hospital, and 12 hours later, they said that she had this pneumocystic pneumonia. I didn't know what it was, and they said it was from AIDS. And I didn't know what to do. I loved her, and I wanted to be with her. New York got her sick a lot. She coughed a lot and had bronchitis all the time, so we moved to Florida. Like when old people move down there. We went down to retire. I figured that we would live as much as we could and do everything we could, and for some reason I just wanted to make her life the greatest life. And we got married, and we were living in Florida, and I thought the warm air down there would help her heal and feel better. But it didn't. She went into the hospital one night, and the next morning the doctor told me that she had pneumonia again, and that they couldn't really cure it, and that she might have a few weeks to live. And that was the first time I was told that, and I was devastated, and she was devastated. And they put her in a hospice. And like 2 weeks later, they sent her out of the hospice because she started to get better. She was like thrown out of hospice for not dying. And only she could pull that off. She was a young Italian girl, and she was not interested in suffering and dying. Like, who is? But she was extra not fucking into it. A few weeks later, she got sick again. I took her back to the hospital. They put her in. Doctor told me the same thing. She's going to, a few weeks, and she's going to be gone. So they put her back in hospice. A month and a half later, they sent her home again. And our families, my parents, her parents were happy about it. Oh, she's going to be better. But I knew how the story, I know how the story's going to end. And a few weeks later, she ends up back in the hospital. And on a Thursday of that week, my motorcycle, my Harley Davidson, was ready to be picked up, So I went that Thursday to get the bike, and it was beautiful. She was in the hospital, and I got a call that she went back to hospice. So the day I got the bike, she was back in hospice. So I drove the bike over to the hospice, and I didn't know what to do, should I show her the bike? What the fuck do you do? So I went in, I brought the bike out front, and I went into the room, and I said, Franny, I want to show you something. And I brought her outside and showed her the bike, and she was mad, She's like, what the fuck is that? I thought, I brought it to her because it was our dream together, and she was still very important to me, and I just thought that would make her happy, but it didn't. So the social worker came over to me and said, Mike, people are never dying. They live, and then they die. And dying is in a moment. And she feels that you're treating her as if she's dying and you don't need her anymore. And you don't love her anymore. And, that wasn't the truth, And I didn't know how to tell her it. I told her every day. We used to go out for dinners and stuff. She wanted to go out. I would take her out. She'd have her oxygen tank with her, and I'd take her to a restaurant, and I'd look around, and I'd see another couple with the husband and taking care of the wife, but they were 80. We were 20. And so I went home, and I didn't know what to do, and I came back to the hospice, and I brought a few of my work shirts with me because, she loved ironing for me. If she was here now, she'd fucking yell. So I came back a couple hours later, and my shirts were all ironed, and she was walking around the hospice dusting like she would clean the place up. She was on a lot of morphine, and that some of you that never did it, it's wonderful. And it makes you feel excited about things. So, and then she saw me, and she's like, where's the bike? And like everything I wanted her to feel in the beginning, she felt. Because I asked her to iron my clothes. And I said, it's outside. Let's go see, And I took her out, and she said, let me sit on it. So I put her on it. And then she said, can you start it up? And she's still alive, so she's still a woman, and this is not enough. I want that. So I start the bike up, and it's rumbling, It was a loud bike. It was gorgeous. And then she's, can you just take me for a little ride, just around the parking lot here? And I'm like, fuck. I think she's going to fall off the bat, and I have to tell her family, she almost died of AIDS. But then I killed her on my bike. I promised her that the rest of my life would be, first of all, I was going to live for her. Really live. And I would always talk about her. I don't want to be here telling this story. I promised her I would. So now we're riding around the hospice, and she got the morphine pole next to her. And we're junkies, we were junkies. We were different. We were fucking freaks. We were people crossed the street when they saw me, And her, she was a prostitute. She was a fucking drug addict. All the shit that, you know what I'm talking about, some of you. I can tell. So this was amazing, So we're riding around this hospice with this morphine pole fucking jangling. And all the staff come out and they're watching us like, and they're cheering us on. It's all these gay dudes and people that cared about people dying, Yeah, none of my friends were there, Frankie and Vinny, they didn't show up. So they're all watching and then I hear the pole fall. And I literally think she fell off the back. She unhooked the morphine bag, which means I want to go out on the street a little bit. So I take her out on the street a little bit, and then she just put her arm around my belly and started rubbing it, and she said, "Can we go on the highway?" And I thought of all that we've been through and all the suffering. And I said, yeah, we could do that. So we got on I-95 and I had it up to 80. And she was just screaming happiness. Morphine bag was... And for 10 minutes, that wind, like I always imagine the wind on a bike making you feel free, It's so powerful. For 10 minutes we were normal. And that wind just blew all the death off of us. And here I am in Aspen. And I want to be, I want a special and HBOs and money, but nothing I'll ever do will be that grand. Thank you.
We're back with After Opie and Anthony Live. That was Mike DiStefano. Like we said, if you're just tuning in, we're keeping the channel live after Opie and Anthony leave. Because they leave at, 10 o'clock. As soon as they say goodbye to you, they say goodbye to us, and they're out the door. But that was Mike DiStefano, a friend of the show, a great comedian who passed away yesterday. And, yeah, I know that wasn't the funniest bit of all time, but the man passed away. That is a story about his wife, I believe. That was Franny's last ride. And you should really look it up on YouTube so you can watch him telling this story, because it really is great. It's called Franny's Last Ride. I just thought that maybe we could get human for a second. But Troy Kwan is in here, who works for the story. Troy Kwan.
Yeah, I just want to laugh. Put on something funny, dude.
That's what you came in here for?
Yes, please.
All right, well, I guess that's what's going on. What are you working on?
I'll just finish up the show and getting ready to do a couple other things.
That's right, folks. A whole lot of nothing. That's what that means.
No, Jim Norton Show over in the Boneyard. Sirius 19 XM 53, son.
Very good. Troy, we'll make you laugh, because Mike DiStefano, as we said, was hilarious. He was a great comedian and a great friend. This was when he came on the Opie and Anthony show, as a matter of fact. We'll play a little of that. I'm still trying to get to the bottom. Maybe, Troy, do you know, at the end of the show today, they started very much talking in code. Patrice started talking about it being his last show with Opie and Anthony. Do you have any idea what they were talking about?
It just seems like there was drama going on outside there the whole time today.
Because they don't tell me things, because I talk about it to everybody. I bring it up on the air. I don't have a filter at all. I just tell everyone. So
yeah, I don't
know. You know.
You might want to talk to Roland. I think he may know what's going on, but I don't know.
I talked to him yesterday on this show, and all he said was jizzies.
Yeah.
So I don't know. E-Rock, you always are in the know. Do you know what's going on with all the code that they were talking in after the show?
Nope. I have been out of the loop on a lot of things and just not taking that initiative anymore to find out what exactly is really going on behind the scenes.
Not taking that initiative anymore?
Oh, even more so.
Okay. Well, Ron and Fez are starting to set up the studio now. So we're going to play a little bit more from Mike DiStefano. This was when he was on the O&A show. He was talking about dealing with the comedy clubs in New York, specifically the Laugh Factory. This is Mike DiStefano, a friend who passed away yesterday on the Opie and Anthony show.
I'm not in a good space this week.
Why? What happened?
No, it just because in comedy, as a stand-up, that's really what I do. That's all I really fucking know about. Drugs, stand-up, and a little bit of crime in my life. That's my whole life story.
Bits of crime.
And like this week, there's a club in it. I'm not going to get into who, what, and where, but there's this big, fat Jewish American gentleman that that just took over a club in Times Square. He took over a club, and this guy's a fucking filth bag. He is a scumbag, and I've been there for 3 years. I kill in this place. I'm kind of blue, you know. I do my thing, but I kill. I do what I got to do. And this guy comes in within a week. He has me fucking taken off the schedule. You can't play early shows. He told the booker told me.
Why are they getting PC in comedy clubs?
In a club.
That should be the last place.
Which club is douching you? You might as well.
It was the Laugh Factory, and the Laugh Factory hasn't really been douching. They've been pretty cool with me. Because you know what it is? It's a fucking porn joint, first of all. The guy that owns it's a porn guy. He opened a comedy club with Jamie Masada from fucking L.A., you know. Don't say N-word. It's on a ban.
Yeah, we know.
I said it 50 times the night he banned it. I still stayed there. Fuck him. Well, what happens is...
banning the N-word from a comedy club. That's completely insane. Jimmy brought up a point, you know, about the gangs and stuff in L.A., but I'm just... I don't know.
I didn't mind him banning
you said the funniest thing about not letting black people in the club anymore. That was fucking classic. That's the funniest thing said about... Norton said it on your show. When Jamie was here, Jamie was going, buddy, I don't want to have big problems in L.A. We have the riots and blah blah blah. So we banned the N-word. And Jimmy said real quiet. You know, he said he goes, instead of banning the N-word, why don't you just stop letting black people into the club? And to me, it was just funny.
But I understood it because the gang threats he was getting. It's almost like they were threatening to firebomb his club.
Right.
It's like he's in a really weird position.
Yeah. So he was partners in this club. He left.
Wait, Jamie's not part of that club anymore?
No. He's not part of the club. Yeah. It's a real whatever. But all the staff there, the one thing about them, they don't know about stand-up, which was actually good because all they did was go, wow, this guy makes everyone laugh. We like him. They didn't fucking, what is he saying?
Yeah.
Everyone's laughing. And comedy,
I saw you. You were hilarious. I didn't feel like you were, like, over the top dirty.
Thanks, not at all. Well, this guy that...
I mean, you're definitely edgy, but...
There was this guy that came in now. He took over. It was going to be called the Mad Comedy Club. See, Times Square, you don't have to... Times Square, you can sell anything. There's so many people there, and they're not repeat customers. So who cares if they see a shit show or not? They don't give a fuck. So this guy comes in, and within 2 days, my schedule got all fucked up. I'm on 2 o'clock in the morning, 1:30. So I called the booker. I said, why do you have me on so late, man? I don't play that late. He said, well, you know, Mike, I'm trying. I said, what the fuck happened? He said, well, Marty, this fucking old creep, who hates my guy. He just don't like me. Anyway.
Is he a guy from New York Comedy?
Yeah, you know, he sits in the back and fucking jerks. So I don't know what he does. Right? Look at the face. That's what the guy is. A fucking animal. And I promised hey, Opie, I said, I'm not going to bring the guy's name up because I don't want to, you know.
I'm just curious.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to finish. You got me going.
We have a lot of power on the show. We've turned a lot of people on to new comics and great comedy clubs. I'll be honest, I've never been to the Laugh Factory in Times Square. I never had the urge to go there for whatever reason.
Right. Well, because it seems like
I've been to comics. I've been to the Cellar. I've been to Dangerfield, which is just a fucking funeral home.
Dangerfield, it's a coffin.
Stand-Up New York is wonderful. Caroline's, you know.
Well, all right, so the guy, the booker, he said to me, well, Marty said you can only play late shows because you're too dirty for him. So I said, fine. I go, tell Marty to go fuck his mother. I swear, and I go, are you writing this down? Write this down. I want it word for word. You tell him to go fuck his mother. This guy would let people fuck his dead sister if they paid for 2 drinks. The 2-drink minimum, you could watch my dead sister get hammered in the air. Like, that's the kind of fucking filth he is. Now, and so I told the kid that. Now this is like...
Now I fully understand, by the way, why I don't see you on TV. Because I saw you at Dennis Leary friends. I'm like, this motherfucker's hilarious. Yeah. Why haven't I seen him around?
I'll get there.
I think you might have a little bit of a problem.
Anger issue? No, I don't really like...
Fuck your mother. I mean,
because
dead sister.
No, but Opie, you got to understand, man.
Mike, I'm with you.
This is all I got left, man. I got nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Hey, I don't know how it felt to get taken off the air, to be fucked with.
Oh, it was great.
It was awesome. No, when you were by yourself, there had to be a bad feeling inside. Like, fuck. Of course.
Not
You're
really.
fucking with my...
No, not really. We had to make believe, that we wanted people to feel sorry for us. But actually,
You're full of shit.
It was kind of cool. I mean, the millions were rolling in. They still had to pay us.
See, now forget the
I got
money.
to go wherever the fuck I wanted for 2
The
years.
money's one thing. I'm losing $25 a spot when I get thrown out of a club. You know what I mean?
No,
the money's
actually-
gotta hurt.
I'm
but-
actually with you. When people fuck with your livelihood, it's
of course. You guys, I don't know you well. Here's what I think about you. You guys are fucking millionaires, and you dress like fucking animals. Like, so you're down to earth and creative. Yeah, look at Jimmy. Jimmy's got a great career. Look at him. He just fucking wears sneakers and hangs out. He's not trying to.
I explained that yesterday. I don't feel like I deserve good things, so that's why I continue to dress like I'm.
All right, well,
I'm,
guess what?
like
You just like me then.
$15,000 a year.
Then you like fucking me and the rest of us.
Right.
Now, so can I finish with this story? Or you
Oh,
want me to
sure.
shut
I
up?
want to hear it.
No, Anthony, come on.
Yeah.
I want to hear it.
Anthony,
I
like this.
I guess the 20 people's still listening to the show. I guess.
No, I
you could
like
try to-
this shit.
You could try to get them to turn to
I
the
wanna
Zeppelin
hear what
channel as
happened
well. Go
after
ahead.
the fucking guy.
This is amazing. Go ahead.
Go fuck your mother. That's where we were in the letter.
No, so I said that. They call me back. Now the booker calls me back the next day and tells me, Mike, everybody went to bat for you. All the staff argued with him. He said, he said he's going to pay you for the spots he canceled, because I told him that's one of the deals. You pay me for every spot you cancel this week, whatever. So they called me, and it was nice. I felt good. I was like, you know what? Everyone looked out for me. Fine. Put me back on the schedule. The next night, I had a meeting with Dennis Leary's people. Like, we had a meeting after that show I did. And I called. I said, look, I have a really important meeting. I can't make the spot tonight. Well, Mike, there's a new policy. If you cancel a spot, they take you off the whole week.
Oh, shit.
So and you had a great reason.
Yeah. So I said to him, well,
zero tolerance. Obviously.
Yeah, exactly. They got a new zero tolerance
this is going
policy
back to the weapons in school
for
zero
fucking,
tolerance.
For uppity comics.
See, this is the difference between what you're saying and hanging out with Jimmy. The Cellar, a lot of big names go in there.
Yeah.
But you could easily call up Esty and go, look, Esty, I can't make my spot tonight because I'm going to be on Jay Leno or I'm going to have a meeting with HBO or something, and like that, she just says, okay.
She don't like when you cancel spots, but
she
you know what?
understands that it's part of what you are as a comic, that you got other opportunities that you can't blow off. But go ahead,
Esty's
Mike.
like, she's a gate.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Is it really? Don't break my bone. I'm very sensitive. You guys don't understand it. People think I'm a tough guy. I'm a fucking tender guy. I'm very sensitive. I'll fucking split your head with a hammer. No, but after trying to talk to you, I'll try. So this fuck over.
Why don't we call Marty? Can we get Marty on the air?
No, he's a scumbag. He don't even have a phone, probably.
He's an animal, right?
So but he's out of there. Here's what happened. They called me yesterday, and I said to the kid, I saw his number. I said, "What's up, BJ?" I said, "Why are you calling me, bro? I told you not to call me unless Marty Fisher was dead. It's the only way I want to hear from you." And he said, "Mike, he's out. They threw him out. He's already starting to fucking embezzle shit and fuck with the money, so they fired him."
Well, that's what Mike's saying. I have no idea.
And I'm back there.
So you're back there.
Yeah.
So that story wasn't worth telling. All's good with you.
Not really.
No, there's a lot of drama in there.
There was a lot of drama.
Let me tell you something. I like any comedian motherfucking club owners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Most of us don't do it, so I enjoy that.
Well,
Anyone
you probably did it
motherfucking
years ago. I mean, not. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, now
Jim used to do it with his act.
You can't have any self-worth as a comic until you're making enough money.
Right.
And I just don't. I'm not going for that. I can't live like that. You know, I can't. Not that I don't go around arguing with nobody. But this guy, you know, certain things you can't, you don't fucking you don't start taking me off the schedule after 3 years of killing in that fucking place.
So now you're back to doing your thing.
Well, yeah, now I'm back over there. Yeah, whenever I want, you know. I'm treated good over there.
So that was Mike DiStefano. It's after Opie and Anthony Live. I'm Sam Roberts. And, you know, like we said, you guys know by now that Opie and Anthony are long gone at this point. I mean, Anthony's already back in Long Island. But we're all still here. E-Rock, me, Danny, Travis, Troy, D-Boy. And we're keeping the channel alive. Mike DiStefano proving, you know, all great comedians have one thing in common, and that's that they're brutally honest and don't mind airing some dirty laundry out in front of anybody who wants to listen. And that was definitely Mike DiStefano. He passed away just yesterday. He was a good friend of the show, a comedian. You know, since we've moved here, we moved here a couple years ago. We used to be on 57th Street in a studio all by ourselves. But since we've been in the Sirius XM compound building where all the studios are together, we've learned to kind of be able to observe what's going on with other channels. And this place is in a panic today. We've got reporters, publicists, bookers, producers all running around like chickens with their heads off. Because apparently Avril Lavigne is here today.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, I don't know. First of all, E-Rock, do you know why we didn't get her on the Opie and Anthony show?
Because we don't play her music?
Was it also an issue of what we do play? For instance, Opie and Anthony?
Yeah, that would be it too.
Yeah, but I mean, people go crazy here when a big star like that shows up.
Well, she's a big star. She's a young girl, and she's hot looking.
And is that, what is that, the trifecta of disaster?
That's pretty much when every channel from like Shade 45 to the Oldies channel and trucking, they all go out to the lobby to see her come in.
DJ Who Kid is just trying to figure out some way he can finagle his way into an interview.
He's going to get her.
I hope we do. We're not going to. I should go try to get a one question with her.
I'm getting a photo.
You are?
Oh, yeah.
How are you going to get that one?
Hookup.
Oh, yeah, right. E-Rock's got the hookup. He just jumps in. He's just pushy.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Well, can you be pushy for me too then, I guess?
I usually am, but if you're going to take it that way, then fuck you.
Well, sorry about that. We should play a little more Mike DiStefano. As he said in that clip, he tries to be a sensitive guy. He's a nice guy, or he was. He was a very warm-hearted guy. But, you know, everybody has to get physical from time to time. This is Mike DiStefano talking about the last time he punched somebody here on After Opie and Anthony Live. Well, he didn't punch them here on this show, but he's talking. Well, we're playing the.
Get it?
Yeah.
When was the last time you hit somebody?
It's been a while, like a couple of months.
Like a couple of months.
That hot thing. That was the last time. The thing at the comedy club with a guy. But honestly, the guy was swinging right at my face. I got him before he got me.
You don't have to convince
I was
me.
guilty of being quicker than him. That was it. There was no
I'm with you with the anger thing. I'd slam some guy's leg with the cab door only Friday. So I'm with you, bro.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
And I know how stupid it is, but you got to do what you got to do sometimes.
Well, because we don't, we're men and we don't know how to fucking, deal with feelings.
Right.
If you get embarrassed, you embarrass me, I could kill you. Like, that's how bad. No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, like, that's my trigger. Someone fucking embarrasses me. Like, a lot of comics do the shit talking, like you were saying. I stay away from it. Not that I'm tough or none of it. I know myself. One of these guys turn around and say something like cute. I don't know how to take that. Like, we're not that close. Like, if we're really close, then it's all bets are off. But some of them just, there was another, I ain't going to say comics' names because that I won't do. But this one comic, I was going to fucking
we'll get it out
kill
of him in 15 seconds.
I know, you can't help it. He just gets riled up.
It's like once you get me going. This comedy club owner, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to say his name. So Marty, the fucking animal that he is.
He's not really a club owner.
Whatever, but.
Nah, he just running their fucking mouth. I actually went on the radio. When I got passed at the cellar, this fucking piece of shit was on, like, over at X, the other radio, the other Sirius thing. He was on the Brewer show, and he was saying, that motherfucker, Mike DiStefano, got passed at the motherfucking cellar. That shit is bullshit.
Really?
Yeah, he was a colored fella, if you can hear the accent.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, it was really
colored.
Well-veiled.
So, someone called me and told me, this guy's saying this shit. So I just went up to him and said, did you say something about me on the radio? He's like, yeah, man. I said, look, I see you bullying a lot of people, but, like, I will fuck, because he has a fucked up arm, the dude.
Oh, that's what I thought you meant.
So, no, he has a bad. No, I'm not going to.
Write the name, because I want in on
Opie, I said, I'll fucking tie my arm behind my back, and I'll fucking punch you to death the next time you fucking. And he started bitch like a little girl.
Shit.
Like a little fucking girl. But that was it.
I thought you were taking on a real black guy. Jesus.
No, a white guy acting black. A wigger.
Well, no. Why would
He's an actual black wigger.
Why would he? Why would he fuck?
Wigger.
Why would he fucking
me?
Motherfuck you? Why though?
I don't know. Maybe jealous. You know what I mean?
I was
don't
impressed.
know,
I thought you were taking on a real black guy, man.
No, I wasn't taking on anybody. That's not the
point. You were
point.
taking on the handicapped.
That's not. I know, but sometimes, look, if a guy with liver disease fucking spits in your face, you kick him in the fucking stomach. You know what I mean?
It's After Opie and Anthony Live. Wise words. Fez was just in here. They're getting ready for the Ron and Fez show. He looks to be doing well. If you've ever wondered what it's like to be associated with Jim Norton on a business level, I was just looking at Norton's Twitter, and Jim tweeted, I think last night, I just left a putrid fart in my manager's new car and then texted him. Now, for most of us, that would be evidence enough, just a recounting of the tale. But Jim decided to to tweet a picture of this text, asking his manager if he got any. His manager replied, "Disgusting." Norton asked, "Is it bad?" And his manager wrote, "Yes, no more new car smell." So, if you've ever wanted to get that new car smell out of your car, maybe give Norton a ride somewhere. His Twitter is twitter.com/Jim Norton, and you could be entertained by that. I mean, it's more entertaining if you read it to yourself, because you could read it to yourself in Jim's voice. You don't have to hear my voice do it. But we're going to continue with some more Mike DiStefano, because he was a great friend of the show. He passed away yesterday. We heard him doing Franny's Last Ride at the beginning of After Opie and Anthony Live. And I don't think he said during that, I guess you'd call it a bit, but it was more like a story. He said, I don't know if he said in his story that was his wife. I'm assuming it was his wife. He spoke briefly about the death of his wife when he was on O&A, and believe it or not, Opie and Anthony weren't quite as sensitive as the audience that Mike DiStefano told his story to originally in Aspen. Here's Mike on the Opie and Anthony show telling them that his wife had passed away some years ago.
Are you married?
Well, no.
Kids?
My wife died.
What?
You ask questions, I'm going to answer them, and the show can go off in a whole other direction.
I don't care. Not everything has to be funny in the show.
I don't know if I ever told you that. I was married. My wife, we were clean. We got off drugs, and she got sick with the hepatitis, and she died. Yeah.
Jeez, Mike.
Any other questions?
Wow. Boy, you really want people to come to your comedy show, huh?
Dude, no.
Wow, the laughs will ensue.
This is what I do, man.
Sorry, but...
no, it was a long time. I mean, it's like 12 years now. It's been a while.
She died 12 years ago?
Yeah.
How long were you married?
6 years.
Yeah.
She was my girl.
Did you know she was going to die, or was it?
Yeah, I knew she got sick. After a couple of years, I knew she was ill, and I...
And they couldn't turn this around?
Nah. Once she had all kinds of shit. Forget it. It was she ended up with a lot of lung damage and shit from pneumonias. It was horrible. Yeah. But no, dude. Listen. This is what makes me who I am. This is why I'm the way I am, and this is what makes me a good comic. At least a good comic. Or somebody that the people know they're listening to something. They're not just fucking hearing.
I just got to write notes.
Jokes that are from somewhere else. It's coming from inside, the pain.
Well, that was Mike DiStefano. At least he had a positive spin on it. That was a little more positive than just playing a laugh track over the announcement. E-Rock, I know Avril Lavigne is now in this building.
Yes.
So she wouldn't do Opie and Anthony. Do you think we could book Avril Lavigne for an appearance on After Opie and Anthony Live, like maybe right now?
I could try. She's in the OutQ studio.
Is that why you keep leaving the board, because you're trying to just look at her?
Oh, yes.
Oh, E-Rock, could you maintain some semblance of professionalism? You didn't even let me finish.
Don't care.
Semblance of nothing, I suppose. Well, Mike DiStefano, obviously, as we've talked about throughout the hour, a friend of the show who passed away, great comedian, and he was a positive guy in the end, the way he spun, the horrible thing that happened to his wife into saying it's what made him a good comic. He went in a little further on that theory and why people in general aren't happy when he was on the Opie and Anthony show. We'll play that for you. We will be back with more After Opie and Anthony Live. This is Mike DiStefano.
Some tragedy in there, huh?
It's not a big deal. Like everyone, but what?
It's kind of a big deal.
It's not. You know what? It shouldn't be a big deal.
To lose your wife? That's a biggie.
No, that's a biggie for me, but it shouldn't be a big deal to talk about it. That's why,
I don't mind. I'm not uncomfortable.
Opie, even in some ways, that's why this country, this shit you were saying before, how we're all fucking weak, because there's no people don't want to look at nothing. They want to, these little fucking douchebags. You see these young kids with that stupid look of hope walking around like, ooh, everything's going to work out. It's not, you little douchebag.
Stupid look of hope.
Yeah. Because it's unreasonable. It's unreasonable.
Yeah.
There's no hope out there?
There is hope, but it's hope. But you're going to suffer, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
And the hope is that you get through it. Not that you avoid it.
I do laugh when I hang out with like high school kids, within the family.
Look at these guys. What the fuck are we doing? We wanted to see tits and people farting.
I do laugh when you do talk to kids that are still in high school and they have such dreams and you're like, you have no fucking idea.
It's not going to happen the way you want.
I had a friend, Joe, in high school, and we were graduating high school in our senior year. He said, this is going to be the best year of our life. And I didn't understand it at the time, but he knew. He just knew that it just gets so bad after high school for many, many years, and then maybe some of this hope does turn around for you, and you do become successful at something you want to get into or whatever. But all these high school kids with the dreams of being the heart doctor and being an astronaut, and I'm going to be on the Olympic team, and God bless you. I think everyone should have dreams. I certainly had my own dreams when I was growing up, but the reality is what you just said, that there's going to be fucking hell in many years where you don't even know where the fuck you're going in your life, how you're going to pay your bills, another chick breaking your heart, all this shit. They have no idea in high school. It's all just, it's easy.
Yeah.
They bitch about a test or something or writing a paper. Who gives a shit? That shit is easy compared to real life.
Here's the pain. Deal with it. Then you'll have hope.
Dude,
that's my point. Then you'll have hope. You don't make it up as you, it's going to be perfect. The American dream. The American dream is fucking, you work hard when you're young, and then you spend the rest of your life protecting your fucking money, and then you die alone, and your kids are home managing their portfolios, because that's what you taught them to fucking do, to make money, and it's all, and then some retarded guy with fucking Down syndrome is happy every day. Hello. Good morning. It's good to see you.
Yeah, they have no worries.
Yeah, right. Because they're missing all the shit that makes the rest of us
I learned that lesson a while ago. I don't feel sorry for people like that whatsoever, because they have no clue. They're just happy.
Ignorance.
They're happy in their fucking skin.
They're simple.
Dude, we had a guy that delivered mail at NEW. I tell the story every once in a while, but it's one of my favorite stories. And he grew attached to me for whatever reason. And one day,
I'm feeling that way too, though. I feel that way too.
Well, Jimmy kind of brought it up yesterday. There is a sweetness to me that I don't allow to come out often. But he kind of felt that maybe because they have like that retard extra intuition or an extra sense. I don't know. And people around the office, what was that?
Piece of paper.
Why?
I just flicked it. I meant it to go over there, and it just missed your head.
People around the office, you should take him to lunch. We take turns taking him to lunch so he feels part of the workplace and stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, how bad could this be? I'll take him to lunch. We'll talk about the Mets. He's a Mets fan, and we'll make pictures with crayons on the fucking menus or whatever, right? So I bring him down to the Brooklyn Diner, just me and him. And the waitress comes over, and she had big tits. And the kid, who doesn't look like he's slow, by the way, is just staring at the tits to the point where I wanted to fucking hide. Because he doesn't understand. To him, it's tits, and it's the greatest day of his life. He's getting a free lunch and looking at tits. And that's all he knew.
No
and
manipulation.
all he cared about. He doesn't give a shit.
He didn't try to manipulate it and hide it.
The waitress is getting pissed, ready to tell this guy off, and I'm just like, oh my God. And I can't tell the waitress that he's a little slow, and that's why he's looking at your tits.
Hey, he's retarded. But leave him alone.
But getting back to your point, that's his life.
Yeah.
He's happy.
Yeah,
he's
simple.
not worried about getting a promotion. He was happy delivering the mail, all wrong, by the way, to the wrong mailboxes.
Yeah.
But
seeing tits for us isn't enough. We have to tie her up, punch her in the back of the head. There's we need extra shit. It's not enough to just look at them and enjoy them. But no, it's true. They're very simple people. Simple people. Give chocolate milk's the meaning of life.
Yeah.
These fucking,
And Craig from Scranton, PA. Well, what about you? You made it, dude. So why can't other kids dream too? That's the only thing that keeps you going. I said that we all should have dreams, but there's a reality to it too. It's not as easy as you think it is when you're 17, 18, 19, 20 years old.
It's not about...
Dude, I've been doing radio since I was 18. I was only successful 7 years ago.
Right. But you stuck. You stood with it. The point is, these kids are walking around thinking it's all going to be great.
Well, the people that know my timeline in radio, I was in Buffalo doing overnights, and I moved home to Long Island to work at BAB, a place where I started interning. I moved home from Buffalo, with no fucking money in the bank whatsoever. I couldn't even pay the toll coming back over the bridge to Long Island. I had to actually open up the back and find my change thing to pay the toll. I had nothing, and I was up there already in age.
Yeah.
Then finally, one thing after another, worked out for me.
Right.
But
it's not, it's like, but people will see that, Opie, and be disconnected from the reality of how you got to where you are, and the fact that you're still have unhappiness in your fucking life. You're not perfectly happy.
Right.
It's not, life's not like that. That's all I'm saying. Get rid of that fucking horse shit and realize that there's struggles. Like, you put a fucking iPod on and block it all out. Oh, I got an iPod. Yeah. No one's going to die.
People are still confused on instant feedback. Yes, you should have the dreams, but there's a reality to it as well, and you should be prepared for the reality and the hard work and a lot of disappointment. Most people don't make it because they get rejected or whatever, and they're like, all right, I suck, and they quit.
Right.
That's when you should dig in harder and work harder at what you want to do.
Yeah, well, their parents are afraid of their own... Their parents are afraid, so they make them afraid by telling them how perfect they are. You're special, Penelope. Penelope, you're special. You have a wonderful little white vagina. It smells like lemon and coriander. It's not dirty. You're wonderful. Then she's 25. Someone lets her down, and she goes to the hospital for fucking surgery to repair the fucking You know what I mean? This is all I'm saying. These assholes go, you have to have dreams. That's not what we're saying, you fucking jackass.
I'll just be prepared for the reality of it and how hard it really is.
Life is messy, man. It's hard and messy. It's not easy.
There's no overnight success stories.
And the game plan doesn't. You can't make a game plan and then follow it and have it work.
Yeah, right.
It falls apart somewhere.
You're not in control of it.
You get these obstacles thrown in there.
It's after Opie and Anthony Live. That was Mike DiStefano, great friend, comedian, friend of the show, and. Like we said, people are panicking about Avril Lavigne being outside. The funny thing about bookers is I guess it's ingrained in them because Roland, even though Avril Lavigne has nothing to do with him, Roland's walking around panicking just because there's someone up here famous. The great Ron Bennington is now in studio.
Well, I did see Roland out there, and he was sweating, and he said to me, this needs to go perfectly. And I go, he's not your guest.
It has nothing to do with you.
But he said, you don't understand, she's a name. And there was someone laying on the ground that had their jugular vein cut, and Roland stepped on them to get that because she needed a muffin.
But it wasn't his guest.
No.
Apparently there's reporters running around here, too, today, I hear.
Yes, but we're not allowed to say from where, right?
Well, I haven't. I'm not going to... I don't even know, let's just say.
Why, you brought it up, though.
I'm saying there's reporters.
Hey, I want to take the time, though, to promote the gig that you and I are doing over at that video place. I'm really looking forward to it.
Which gig is that? I don't...
Well, you and I, we're setting up that video game tournament with the 80s people. And I think it's going to go really great. And our Saturday night show is finally going to start and be accepted the way it should.
Well, you're probably talking about Special Delivery starring Sam and Dave.
Right now, Dave, I don't know whether he's staying with it because I've been talking, this crossover thing that you and I have been doing is getting really, the suits are loving it.
I saw one of the bosses talking to you when you were walking in. Were they talking about this?
Yes, they were.
That's amazing. I mean, I thought after Opie and Anthony Live had potential to do something, I didn't think day two would be, it would catch on that huge.
They want to get rid of the name, Special Delivery and just call it after Opie and Anthony Live.
Even on Saturday night?
Even on Saturday night. So that should be pretty exciting.
And is this something that E-Rock would still be invited to? Or?
I noticed yesterday E-Rock didn't even give me a hello.
What?
And I don't know whether because he's like a little busier with this thing, but I always get a nice hello out of E-Rock.
It's also because you were on Live from the Compound, Anthony's web show over the weekend.
I kicked ass.
You did. I mean, you kind of had to make do with some technical difficulties, but I did catch at one point, Anthony said, yeah, we'll hook something up, just email E-Rock, and you said, yeah, I'll email E-Rock, we're really close.
Well, that hurt my feelings because I have Ant's fucking home number. I could call him directly. I now need to go through his people.
Yeah, set it up through my guy.
So, E-Rock, did that hurt your feelings when I got my feelings hurt?
Yes, because I would never not say hello to Mr. Bennington.
Well, no, yesterday you did not say hello to me, but I realized that now you're actually working in between these shows.
Well, I mean, he was supposed to be doing that before.
I want to be treated like Avril Lavigne.
Like 15 people lined up in the hallways and Everybody making sure nobody gets any pictures, but E-Rock trying to figure out a way to get one anyway.
By the way, when you were playing the stuff about Mike, isn't it crazy how this is blowing up? I don't know whether you've been following the internet.
Yeah.
But it's so awful that a guy like that doesn't get to see how many people get exploded. One of the booking people here was crying when I walked in.
Gee, and like he probably had no idea.
He had no idea whatsoever
that any of this would happen. And now he's like, yeah, you remember from Last Comic Standing, whereas before he was just trying to get some kind of recognition, just something to get by.
If I was Tommy Johnigan right now, I'd be saying I'm doing better than I ever thought, because no one, these guys they bust their ass with this. But I want you to take that tape that you have of those, because I think people are going to be so much more, when Mike did the O&A show, I think that's the thing that people are going to go back and listen to in the future. And I want to dub my voice in there kind of as a third.
Kind of get your own little credit for that.
Like I was in there and I'll just, let's do a couple of things where I just go, that's a good one, Mike, or, hey, Aunt, you and Mike are seeing the same way right now. Whatever it takes.
Just something you could jump in,
And then also, I think what would be great is edit out one of his punchlines. I'll do it.
So that way, and then leave the laugh in.
Right, leave the laugh in. It just seems like, hey, Ronnie B was right there with him.
So you could get some of that Last Comic Standing glory.
I would love it.
I
would love it.
Did you hear the thing that we started with? It wasn't exactly a bit. It was just him telling a story of his wife dying, and it was just you should look it up on YouTube when you get home. It's Franny's Last Ride.
Yeah,
and it's a tearjerker.
I heard that somebody wrote that he had done this on Mark Maron's podcast too. He told the story, and people were going back and listening to it last night.
Does it make you as somebody who you love interviewing? It's one of your specialties. Does it make you wish that you had gotten a chance to interview him now that you know?
Actually, I don't know whether I said this yesterday. He had written to me when he got on Last Comic Standing and said, I used to listen to you guys on NEW when you were on after O&A. You and I have a lot of the same past. It'd be great. And then, because I was promoting Tommy Johnigan, who's a buddy of mine at the time, I'm like, yeah, right, Mike.
Yeah, see you later.
But this might be great. Could we go back and edit that, make it Ronnie's Last Ride, where it sounds like Mike's taking me around on his motorcycle?
Like you just kind of okay. Or maybe even we'll grab Mark Maron's podcast, and you could just kind of take out his questions.
Right.
And we'll put it on Unmasked.
And then we'll call it a Smodcast, or what my new thing is Roncast.
Roncast?
I'm going to start and edit myself into everything.
This is great. That way you don't even have to think of new stuff.
E-Rock, if Admiral Levine walks by, just give us the hi-hat.
I'll just bring her right in.
That'd be great.
Well, then she'll have to do Ron and Fez, because this is it for After Opie and Anthony Live.
It was great. Hey, stay tuned to these guys after. I think they're going to have a hell of a show today. Gwyneth Paltrow stopping by.
Wow,
Sarah
from Glee?
Katy Perry, Kenny Rogers.
Incredible.
The Bachelor is coming in about his big choice.
You just reading entertainment headlines?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Ron and Fez.
Then it's Fat Tuesday.
Ron and Fez are coming up next. Thank you for listening to After Opie and Anthony Live.
The Opie and Anthony Show is now over.